Uh-huh. A word? Son, I even sold Stevie Nicks and the old rags to Fran Lebowitz. There's none of that now. We make hits like Times Square at night. I'm lit on the deuce, on the floor, on the deuce, on the deuce, on the floor, on the deuce, 40 deuce. Some clap on the 2 and the 4, others clap on the 1 and the 3. I won't judge y'all. You walking down 42nd at night, you might run into me.
Want a beer?
Hook it up!
Yeah. Hook me up! Beer?
Man, this fucking sucks, alright? Last fucking day of school, no fucking party, no fucking... Just waste another fucking... Shut up.
Have you been drinking?
No.
Are you drunk?
You know, Cliff, we like to party. I mean, we party all the time, right, Josh?
Yeah, we party hard.
Really? I got some beers. Let's drink them, huh? That one's not beer.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
Girls get drunk, man, and they don't even know what they're talking about. They think they do. Hey, guess what? You didn't even know, you know what it is it? Excuse me, where you going? You know what it is it? Yeah, you know what it is it? Know what I'm saying in there? Dowsing or waffle? Is that what it is? Excuse me, you never been saying it? What it is it that we're saying? And we're dancing and all them booting in the Bakabama? Is that what it is? Yeah? It doesn't even matter. Nothing matters to a drunk girl at all. You'd be like, yo, there's a crocodile right next to you. Excuse me, I have a question for you. Is it your crocodile? No, exactly. They'll just add to it. You afraid that it's gonna take your job? Is that what it is?
What do you guys give me if I kill that bird? Barbara, that's a bald eagle. Get away, baldy! Yeah!
Oh, good evening. This is the Wort with Mike at PeteGubsRadio.com, streaming live from Governor's Comedy Club in the biggest and the baddest comedy club on Long Island and beyond. Today we have a awesome show for you. Some local and not so local people joining us in studio today, and we'll get to them in just a moment. But first, again, our sponsors. Tonight we are sponsored by ShirtsOnTap.com. Shirts on Tap for your shirts from breweries all over the country and all over the world. Go to Shirts on Tap, type in the promo code WORT, W-O-R-T. Receive your first shirt for $5.99, and after that, each shipment is $13.99. It's a month-by-month subscription. You get T-shirts and stickers and all sorts of fun stuff, so go to ShirtsOnTap.com. Check them out today. We also sponsored by MyBomberJackets.com. My Bomber Jackets for your, let's say, 16-ounce, 32-ounce, koozie, crowler. It's a jacket. And it has some really cool stuff on there. You can get some custom stuff made. So, again, at your promo code, type in the word WORT, W-O-R-T, for, I think it's, I keep forgetting what the percentages are. 15% off your order plus free shipping. I don't know, MyBomberJackets.com. Check them out. You have something to say? Sorry, go ahead.
Never mind.
Okay. Hi, Pete, by the way. The Wort with Mike and Pete. What else do we have? We have Brewers Hardware for your brewing hardware needs, for your home brewing or your large capacity needs. Go to brewershardware.com. Supplying some gifts and stuff for our guests on the show. And, of course, we want to thank Jeff Hartwell at Hartwell Woodshop out in Patchogue for supplying us with some really cool adapters that are out there in the various breweries that we've had. And you're on. Go ahead.
In rich mahogany.
Ooh, rich mahogany. It's true. We have some of those today for our gentlemen that are joining us in the studio. And finally, we want to thank Tavor. Tavor is a recent sponsor, jumped onto the show. Tavor is a day-by-day. It's hard to... you and I talked, and you're like, this is hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
There's so many beers.
Every day.
Every
something
day's a
different,
couple
or
of beers
like
come
6
out.
different things.
So it's make your own beer shipped right to your door. Go to Tavor.com, sign up. It's free, and then you can just do it as you wish. Fill up your box of 12 beers, pick and choose as you want. In the promo code, type in the word Wort to receive, I think it's $10 off your order plus free shipping. And check them out today. It's Tavor.com. It's an app on your phone, and you get constantly reminded how much beer is out there and how much beer you don't have in your fridge. So check out Tavor.com. And with that, we are back here in the studio at Governor's after a little bit. It feels like a hiatus, doesn't it?
No.
It does feel to me. It feels like 2 weeks.
That's because you went back to work.
That's true. I did go back to work. Being a teacher and all, I had to actually now work for not the summer, but I spent a long time during the summer drinking a lot of beer and a lot of chips. So you're right. You know what it is? I think it is because I went back to work. It probably is that. Well, who's
you feel like you're off vacation?
Yeah, we had Steve and Michelle in the studio.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
It doesn't feel like 2 weeks. It feels like so long ago. I don't know why. All right, so in studio, of course, everyone here locally knows Dubco, so we have Destination Unknown Brewing Company. Chris is here, head brewer over at Dubco. What's up, Chris?
How we
What's
doing?
going on?
Glad to be here finally.
Yeah, well, I know we were talking earlier about how it's hard to, as your schedule and our schedule.
I mean, you're only running a business.
And we're only doing 2 shows a month, and so to get to kind of match that up, it's just only like you have stuff to do. It's
you only reached out like a year and a half ago. Yeah. I started walking here then, had a couple beers in between, got lost.
Yeah,
I'm here now, though. I'm here
perfect.
now,
And then we have Raphael. I was right about that one.
You
What
got
up,
it.
buddy? And Alex.
Hello.
From Nap Time. Nap Time isn't from around here. They made
All the
the
way
trek.
from Rockland County is
Rockland
correct?
County.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the town called? I can't
We're
pronounce.
in Blauvelt.
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce that. I
That's
was like,
fine, you know.
Please say that again.
It was very French.
Blauvelt.
Blauvelt.
And I'm sure to anyone who grew up there, I'm saying it pretty
They're
terribly.
like, you're murdering it.
I'm a
Alex. You're
transplant.
murdering it. You're on the west side of the Hudson River. I'd
Correct.
say right across the Tappan Zee, right?
Correct,
I looked
yeah.
around right by
okay.
Nyack.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a happening place over there. I like that area.
Yeah.
On one side you got Ossining and a couple of kids that I know as I taught them as high school students went up to Mercy, Dobbs Ferry area. So it's
I
on
was
the way.
going to assume Sing Sing Prison.
Oh yeah, well that's Sing Sing Kill is in Ossining.
Sing Sing Kill.
Yeah.
Sing Sing Kill is in Ossining. Yep.
Yes, it is.
It's
Is that where some of your students are now?
No,
Oh.
there's one.
I thought that was the reference.
I'm pretty sure Frank. No, it was. I said Frank went to Mercy, and I was researching Mercy. I'm like, they have a pretty decent audio program, so I said, "Oh, what's up there?" And Sing Sing Kill Brewery. I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting. I could try that one and just make my way up the Hudson River." You're one of those breweries that you can kind of start a tour on. It's one of those areas right up the Hudson, west side, east side. Doesn't make a difference that almost in every major city going up from there, you're going to find a decent brewery. We went up to Hudson Valley over the summer, so you have the now Newburgh, and then on the other side is, and I can't think of the town. It's another big town, and I'll have to look it up because I don't want to sound like an idiot.
Blank stares from
Yeah,
me.
but I mean, there's the bridge that goes over. It's Newburgh, and then Poughkeepsie.
Kingston.
Yeah. And Keegan, I think.
It's one of those. They're right there, but again, they're another little hub of stuff.
It's upstate. They're
Yeah,
upstate.
everything blends together. Sorry, guys.
Hey, boys.
Everything north of Yankee Stadium tends to blend together.
We talk
And I'm not a
north
Yankee
to south
fan.
to southern state. They talk like north to south.
Right.
Of,
That's true.
the
Or we
Bronx.
say
It's all
LIE.
I'm lost after Westchester County. That's
We're from the Syracuse area, and that's central New
oh,
York to
good.
us.
All right,
Yeah.
All this north-south stuff is...
Syracuse, shout out 1886.
What up?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So we got a couple people lined up to call today. We're going to hear from the boys from Black and Tan TV. They have a little announcement that they're going to make on the show today about possibly a new season of what they do. And, of course, we have tickets to give away today. Let's just mention that really quick for anyone's listening. Our phone number here, 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515. Give us a call in the studio today to have a chance. A random caller will be picked throughout the night to win 2 free tickets to the Long Island Fall Beer Fest in Farmingdale on
Yes.
October. Oh, shit. I didn't
10th?
look this up.
19th?
Sure. All of
95th?
those. It might be the 19th. I think
Pretty
Pete might
sure
be
it's
right.
the
It's a
19th.
Saturday, and it's the
Yes.
19th. You're correct.
There we go.
Yes, and Oyster Fest is the next day up in Oyster
There
Bay.
was
So
Statfest at the same venue yesterday.
Oh, I saw that.
Anyone have any idea what the fuck
Michelle
Statfest
was there,
would be?
right?
Nope.
I had to Google
So it's
it.
a touring rave.
Apparently.
No, it is. And
running errands yesterday. I'm like,
something
the
else
fuck
was
is
there.
this?
No, they had I mean, if you like
Sounds like a nightmare.
I'm just trying to think of how many strobe lights you need to.
Oh
like,
my
keep
God!
in-
You have to see some of the videos
keep in
that she
commission
posted.
for this.
Summertime all the time.
Yes.
So lots of Chads. Lots of guys named Kyle and Chad, I'm sure.
I'm wearing high socks today. Do I feel bad? They're not white shoes, though. I am wearing Vans. And I would fit in because they have, like, Bad Fish. You know, I like Sublime. I like the beach rock kind of stuff. So they had, I think during the day, it was that. And then at night when the lights went out, everyone grabbed their glow sticks and started, doing their waving.
Pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I guess the video that she showed or that I saw up there, there was a guy on a saxophone. This was fucking hysterical.
Wow, I need to hear this.
Saxophone up and down, like they had an aisle in between all the crowd. And he was rocking out with the sax to like electronic-y music. And the people around him were just losing their minds. They're like, oh, saxophone.
Did he bear any resemblance to Bleeding Gums Murphy
No.
or Kenny G?
No, neither one.
Those are the only people I associate with saxophones.
With horns in general. No, it was interesting. So, yeah, lots of stuff going on. But you're right. The venue actually is bigger than I thought. It looks like from the street it's just this big soccer dome. But behind that apparently is all this grass and a field, and they do all sorts of festivals there. So we're going to be broadcasting live from the Fall Beer Fest on October. You know this already.
No, live?
Yeah, we're going to be broadcasting live.
Do we have Wi-Fi?
Well, as best as possible. Maybe I'll go through my phone.
Live-ish.
Live-ish to tape. The Wi-Fi is the downfall of us because we don't have 3G on our computers. But we're going to try. We tried it at the Craft Classic at Heckscher, and we're going to try again. So we'll see what happens. We'll be broadcasting live from there. And also, if you go to buy tickets for the Fall Craft Beer Fest, there is a promo code for us. Guess what it is, Pete?
Wort.
Yep. WORT gets you a couple bucks off the ticket price. And we reached out to a few people that were asking about promo codes that they missed. So hopefully those people are absolutely going to take advantage of it. And on top of it, listening tonight and possibly win 2 free tickets. So that's where we're at tonight. And again, thanks everyone for making the trek down. Yeah, don't stress it, buddy. This is just us. Pretend like that doesn't fucking exist. I don't.
Yes,
And
please.
I'm a
Don't worry
nervous
about
Nelly.
me.
I'm the nervous Nelly.
I'll be okay.
So let's. Where do you guys want? Pete, where do you want to start tonight? I'm going to leave it up to you. People say I take over the show, which I just did.
Let's start with other shows. Let's start Dubtoberfest. You want to plug? Can we plug that, or do you want to save that for when
right
we're
off the bat? Like it.
When we're
look at you making connections. I like it.
I mean, if you want pertinent information, we should probably start earlier in the show.
Let's then.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because by the end, we're like, oh, is a festival coming up? Just go to a website
Please come.
or something. We're having fun. So let's first talk about the date. What do we got for a date on this one?
September 28th. It's a Saturday.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So
because I ain't got shit to do, so I didn't think about
all
this
right,
one.
me either, except
right.
be there.
Right. Now you're running this, right? You didn't hire like an outside.
Yeah,
thing?
we're running it. We're taking this on ourselves. Probably a stupid idea, but we'll see how it goes. Year one, you learn. We've done a bunch of other bigger parties. Our anniversary parties are always kind of a shit show and a big crowd and a blast. We do Halloween parties and stuff. So, yeah, we reached out to a bunch of our best friends in the industry, a lot of local guys. There's about 13 of us right now.
Yeah, let's read some of them off.
This is exciting because it's a good
Barrier,
lineup. Yep.
Small Craft, Great South Bay, Spider Bite, Gun Hill, Port Jeff, Secatog, Barrage, WA Meadwerks, and the Brewers Collective.
Wait, can I just say, if we had Joe and Brian from Barrier? No. Bobby. Bobby. I don't know why I said Brian. Joe and Bobby together, that right away
That's
is
a dangerous crew.
That's radio gold. If
and Steve.
Oh, and Steve?
Steve.
Just throw a thing in
Big
there.
Alice and Mustache just committed to come.
Oh, did they?
So,
Nice.
yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so we wanted to do this fest and reach out and tell everybody, hey, bring your fall beer, your German beer. Let's make some interesting stuff. Let's do some weird stuff for Oktoberfest. So
let's get weird.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm just kind of tired of like the same old, IPAs and sour beers and all this other stuff at these festivals. So I want to get back to our roots, kind of, So
Lager is
and
weird
you're
now.
Yeah, man.
And
You're
hey, do something weird, brew something traditional,
right? That's crazy.
It's crazy.
You're going out on a limb. I like the fact you got Small Craft. They don't do a lot of festivals, so that's a good get. They were at Punktoberfest, and that was like their first
my
one.
Boys, and they were one of the first ones to jump on board. Love those guys. So.
Sims Boys, we've been talking to. They're in your boat. When we started this, I grew up in Amityville, so this was like I was so happy to run in there and be like, I fucking grew up here.
Yeah.
And they're just like you. They're like, dude, do you know how busy we are? I go, no, I know. I said, I'll still send you the dates. Whenever you can, it'd be awesome to come down.
2 guys starting small, being successful.
Yeah.
It's
already expanding the brew house.
Yep. I mean, I've been there.
Down a wall.
I've been there for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Just keep growing, but it's good. And they put out good product, and it shows.
Yeah, and Secatog and Kent. So those two, they don't do too many festivals. So people are looking for someone different, someone new on the scene that they haven't had yet, or maybe want to try. Those are 2 good gets that'll kind of expand that roster.
Absolutely, and Long Beach too. I just reached out to Dan Scan from Long Beach, and they've been waiting for years to open. And he's like calling me every day. I think I'm gonna have one ready. And Dan's a German beer guy, man.
Yes,
yes.
Yeah.
Does he have the black lager ready?
Shipwreck
I don't
Black
think he's gonna
great.
have Shipwreck. He said he was gonna have, I think, the alt beer ready. So
Okay.
I'm pretty pumped for that.
yeah.
But
That's a good one.
That guy, like I said, he's a German beer guy. He prides himself in brewing traditional styles very well, and I love his beer. So I'm really pumped that they're
Shipwreck's
gonna make
Black
it.
is fucking
man.
great. That's my favorite for them, I think.
Yeah, it is. That's
So
excellent.
I'm rooting for those guys to get open ASAP.
Well, they're building a ramp, apparently. We just saw that out of wood. So
to
that's
get the canner in there for Malt Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Malt Man.
There you
What
go.
up, Mo man?
Everyone knows Malt Man. It's like, hey.
John, Pete, and Eddie, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, all right, that's
They're
right.
good
You can
crew,
tomorrow.
man.
Yeah.
They do amazing stuff. It always just baffles me when I watch some of the videos that they have out there and how they mobily have a truck that pulls up, and next thing you know, they just click, 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 and they're off and running. It's crazy.
They got it down to a science, and mobile canning is huge for a lot of the smaller breweries or the breweries that are not at the point where they can own their own canning line.
Right.
Or, I mean, for us, we have space now.
It's space,
finally,
yeah.
But we also don't have the manpower. But people don't realize that. We have a skeleton crew that works at Dubco. It's myself, my assistant brewer John, and my cellarman Jimmy. The 3 of us manage hundreds of barrels worth of beer, which is an insane task in itself.
Yeah.
So to dedicate. These guys show up with 3 guys,
and you're putting it all into their hands.
And we can be doing something else, helping them pack out.
True.
I could be brewing, we could be doing 100 other things. If we just had a can that day, it's the only thing getting done. So
Who was I
mobile
talking
canners
to?
work both ways.
We were talking to somebody, and the canning company came in, and they ran out of stickers. Who we were just talking to?
I don't remember.
They ran out of stickers because they didn't have enough, labels for the cans.
Yeah.
So they have a batch of, I don't know, probably like 100, 200 beers that they need to now hand roll because
I've
they
been
have
there, man.
Malt Man's moving on to the next brewery.
Yeah.
But you guys all know
Shit happens, man.
That's the way it goes.
I call that a normal Tuesday.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh, shit.
What are we doing today?
Or something's
Fucking
fucked up.
canning
Yeah.
by hand. God damn it.
Actually, the Secatog labels, we did a collab with them a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Science of Selling Sex. There was an issue with the printer, and
Okay.
the machine was down for the day. And I have another buddy right here in Copeg, and he banged out, 2,000 labels, but actual labels, not on a
That
roll
was
for a
the
machine.
That wasn't?
And we
Yeah.
literally hand labeled
The rest of them?
2,000 cans.
No, I'm talking about, you're right, because I remember Ken
Yeah.
told me about that, but I'm talking about one that they ran the cans and then realized they didn't have enough labels for the amount of cans that they had. Someone recently, I forget who I was talking to. But yeah, it's one of those things you said that you guys run into all the time.
We're looking at each other like,
Absolutely.
oh, yeah, that happens all the time.
It's not the worst thing.
Par for the course.
Yeah. There's beer in a can, you're already ahead of the game. It doesn't have a label on it, you figure it out.
You can just draw on it. It's fine. Just a little sketch like this is this beer and this is beer. Is it important to have those guys scheduled correctly? I mean, I would imagine that if your beer's not ready, if you have to lager at let's say you lager in for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, but they can only show up in 5 weeks, what's the option? What are you doing?
Smaller guys like Maltman are a lot more flexible.
Yeah.
There are bigger companies out there. I know a lot of people use Ironheart, and they have a very strict schedule.
Hmm.
It's a nice thing, Pete and those guys on that team really focus on the smaller breweries, smaller runs,
Nice.
and you have that flexibility that you don't have with bigger companies. So it's nice to have an option, a smaller guy like Maltman to help out.
How regional is he? Is he?
I mean, obviously
East
goes
Coast?
up to these
Yeah.
guys.
I mean, he's getting up to Rockland. I'm not sure.
He's done stuff at Montauk.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've seen him even further
Yeah,
than that.
he's nuts, man. He's a hustler, so he'll go where the beer is.
Right.
He's been to Vermont. He goes to Massachusetts,
That's good.
Connecticut.
Wow,
So
Oh, so yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah, I remember seeing a post and I'm like, holy shit.
No, I just remember, just really quick, I called into Limo Talk on Thursday, and the phones weren't ringing. I mean, they rang, but you have to watch it. So I'm just going to turn the phone a little bit just to let you know what I was doing. So let's go backwards a little bit. I want to talk to the guys that traveled an hour and 25 minutes to get down
Yeah, what
here.
are we drinking?
Whoa.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't have anything
stuff,
yet.
man.
Oh, well.
You brought a bunch
need
of beer,
to
but-
fucking hurry up then.
Well, listen, it's only 10 minutes into our show.
Right. It's
19.
10 whole minutes into the show. Why haven't you
delicious,
slammed
by
3
the way.
beers?
That's true, and they are little beers. So,
County.
let's go backwards a little bit. So you guys are in Rockland County,
Correct.
You're on, as we said, the west side of the Hudson. Give us a little rundown of how this all started and how you guys came to be, and where you're going and where you are right now. Just give us a brief history of everything.
Cool. Yeah. I was working in Rochester as a brewer before I came here.
Where we
Custom Brew Crafters. They actually just shut after 22 years.
What happened?
So,
do you know?
I mean, kind of like overextension and then the market just changing. So they were a really good regional brewery for like bars and restaurants that wanted a beer with their name on it.
Okay. All right.
And so because of that, I made like 90 different kinds of beer a year.
Jesus Christ. That's really cool.
And
Good
then-
experience.
Yeah, totally. And then after a couple of years, I was writing all those recipes.
Yeah.
And that was just dope. You know, you
Good
get
to
a
go.
real good intuition for flavor. But I was ready to move on, and I got the call to come down and run Kuka Brewing,
Okay.
which is out of the same facility as Naptime,
Okay.
but is basically now defunct.
Was it a matter of management or just a matter of you guys got bigger and they just were like, nah, we're out?
I mean, there was a lot of different problems. The first year, without me, quality was not paramount there. And they also signed with a distributor that was kind of god-awful. So,
Well, that doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. So I was, had been wanting to do my own project for a while. And,
Do something with all that experience that you had
Absolutely,
being up
yeah.
Rochester, yeah.
Yeah, so after a couple of years of Kuka, I was like talking to my business partner, Andrea. It's like, well, either we're going to start my brand here or I'm going to have to move on. And luckily she was on board. It's the ride or die moment. So
Nice.
Yeah.
You were in your space at that point already.
Yep.
So what happened to the equipment? Was a transfer of equipment or just
Right there, man.
It was ready to go.
Yeah,
So you really didn't skip a beat.
No.
And no downtime with applying for the licensing and stuff like that because you're already.
We're all under one umbrella.
Wow.
Northeast Craft Brewers or something like that, I think is
Okay.
our giant corporation's name.
Right,
but,
right.
Naptime is one of the brands under that.
So under that, what stipulations are there through them as opposed to just being completely on your own? Not that you're not, but just to say that, of course, you have to probably follow something at that point, or no?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's more Andrea's business. We play to our strengths.
I'm just brewing the beer.
I'm pretty good at making
she
beer. I
fucking
think,
tells me
and
do this, I'll
that's
do
important
that.
to business.
She can argue with the
Wear so many
government,
hats.
and
Well, that's good.
deal
I mean,
with
at
all
least you
that.
could focus on what you do the best, right? And that's
Play to your strengths, man.
That's it, man. So how long have you guys been open for now?
Naptime for about a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So
It's
you've been operating, it's
producing,
been-
yeah.
And so you've extended, the amount of variations of stuff that you guys have done. I've seen
Absolutely, yeah.
stuff almost every week that new stuff pop up. Very distinguishable with your brightly colored cans and the really cool artwork. And we were discussing.
We were talking about that off air. All the artwork is
It's all
paper
done
cuttings.
by a woman named Sina Hort. She lives in Croton on Hudson.
That's a hell of a name, let me tell you.
Yeah, she's from Denmark originally.
Really?
Yeah, she's a beautiful weirdo. So
How does she feel about purchasing Greenland? No? Nobody? Okay.
I haven't gotten to chuckle with her about that yet.
All right, a Greenland joke it is.
But yeah, they're very intricate, kind of like simple but deep labels, and she does them all as paper cutting with scissors, which is
fucking cool.
It's truly impressive.
Where'd she learn a skill like that?
I think she started in Denmark and then did some apprenticing, like art assistant in New York City.
Oh, so she's more classically experienced
Yeah.
as opposed to like trained. You don't really go to college for paper cutting, but you might find that it's a pretty.
I swear to God, I'm sure there's
in Denmark.
in Denmark,
there's
maybe.
got to be a school somewhere that specializes.
No, she's awesome though. She was like in a punk band for a while and stuff.
Oh,
like
so
that.
she's
and,
got
like,
that
toured around,
that
yeah.
edge that she's.
Yeah,
and
no,
she's creating some really cool stuff. It's very distinguishable, like I said, between the color and the contrast. I was an art minor, so I can't say I know everything, but it is. It's one of those things that stand out. So if you're sitting on a shelf, you want it to be marketable. People see it, you go, oh, okay, that I know what that is.
Yeah, she was doing a show at the Green Growler, and a friend of a friend was just like, hey, check this art out. And it was right when I had started conceiving of Naptime as the brand. And when I saw it, it just made so much sense because it is simple but deep, and I don't really see any other beer cans looking like that.
And so where'd the name come from? Is it
Naptime started as a joke,
Okay.
like most things in my life. And then one day I'd had just enough beers to realize that it might actually be a decent concept. And after that, I started just focusing in on the amount people just say that in common conversation.
It's nap time now.
Right?
Yeah, I feel that way
I
after
miss nap time.
Yeah.
Did you?
Every day after lunch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Everyone loves
today
nap
I
time.
was hurting.
Yeah.
I usually don't eat a full lunch like that because then I do. I feel exhausted. I had a soup, a full thing of soup left over. I had a half
What
a
kind of soup,
sandwich,
Mike?
tortellini. I had a half a sandwich. I had Anthony's cold fire chicken wings that someone brought in. One of the other teachers brought in. Dude, I ate like an animal, and I get back to my desk and I go, I need a nap. That's all I said. I just needed that nap, and
Food coma.
Yeah, and it wasn't even from drinking.
Itis.
I felt it I felt it a little more yesterday too when I just started drinking at probably 12:30. Football was coming on. So it was a football and baseball day, and I didn't stop drinking. I got to the point where I've had so much beer, I went over to hard liquor, and I usually don't drink like liquor. And I just started making mixed drinks. I'm like, I got to keep going, otherwise I'm going to fall right to sleep. It's time for a nap.
All the Tito's?
No, I don't do Tito's. I like my rum. I'm a rum drinker.
Oh God,
it's sweet, but I don't use
not
sweeter
distribute more
things.
strongly.
I know. Well, yeah, I know you like
God,
your
I hate rum.
whiskeys.
Yeah,
but I should have cracked open. I should have not cracked open. I should have drank the rest of that apple brandy from Sadden Brothers that we have. We had a distiller on a couple months ago. He's trying to be one of the first craft distillers in New York. And he's doing well. He won some awards. We talked to him last week on the phone. He was doing really well. Marketing's
not
going
fan favorite. It was
it's Ocean Hill Apple Brandy. That's his
Taster's
flagship.
Choice or something.
And then he's going to move forward with some more spirits. So pretty cool.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the lineup that you have out now. We're drinking.
Let's
Yeah,
talk about that.
We're drinking a beer called Translinear Light. It is an extra brut ale, re-fermented on pineapple and key lime. So
I catch a little of that pineapple. It's not in your face. It is
right
nice
and subtle. So I utilize the amylase enzyme that people are using for brewed IPA in this beer, but it is not meant to be an IPA in any
It's got those tiny bubbles as opposed to the bigger.
It was also naturally carbonated. Yeah,
not too sweet.
Yeah, that was kind of the theory. It was just I've been drinking a lot of cocktails this summer, so I wanted something dry, a little acidic, and something to deal with. Just like
get some of that tartness there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's the start? The base of an ale?
Yeah, it's a wheat beer basically. It's half wheat, half pilsner basically.
Okay.
Fermented out, moved on to fruit, enzyme added, and then spunded, so it was naturally carbonated.
Nice. What is spunded?
Spunding is a German tradition of just like capping fermentation so it naturally carbonates.
Okay.
But there's a cool little valve that makes it so your tank won't explode.
That sounds important.
Yeah.
I did a carbonization in a slim keg.
Mm-hmm.
When I did my, I think it was the Brooklyn Beer Shop, had the mail away, make your own beer thing. It's a little more true to the nature of brewing as opposed to like a Mr. Beer where it's like syrup. And then I actually racked it inside of the slim, but it was only about half full. So every day I come down and just let it out a little bit. Didn't explode the keg. I was expecting it to, but thank God I did that. It turned out okay. I'm not a brewer, but and plus they gave me all the ingredients. I didn't need to think about it. But it's a cool concept for them because you get the ingredients. You get raw ingredients.
Yeah.
You get the bag of oats and you get the bag of grain, and you have to do everything a brewer would do in just a smaller, environment. So that's very cool. And I like that little, it almost feels like just a light carbonization. We were talking, again, previous to the show, the WA Meadwerks, the mead that we had, they did that collaboration with the Holy Black, and the beer that they did had like very, very weak carbonization, but it was just enough to make it not feel like one of those true meads. It had almost like a little bite to it, almost like little tiny bubbles at the end, and it actually made it really good. Because I like the mead, but I like it better with just that touch of carb that they do on some of the things.
Carbonic acid can do a lot.
You guys
make it pop.
Yeah. Did you guys did the honey ale, right?
Yeah, we
with him, and that was the same concept. You had a small bit of carbonization in that honey ale, and it was delicious.
Yeah, that was a concept Joe and I came up with. They did a lemon tea.
Yes,
mead.
that's what it was. Yep, it was based Snapple iced tea.
Yeah, and
mead.
We kind of played off that flavor profile in a Kolsch.
Yeah,
Actually, we're brewing that beer again on Wednesday this week.
It did well at the meadery, and and it was out there. I saw it in one of the distributors, so a couple people picked it up.
We're trying to get that ready for Dubtoberfest. So
that'd be cool.
As Dubco, we're trying to put out between 7 and 9 German styles, which is, I think,
that's beautiful.
It's a little overwhelming, maybe a little overzealous, but
and you have enough equipment in there to do that, right? You're not going to be Like
But
starved for space.
That's one of the ones that will be releasing at Dubtoberfest. That was definitely a crowd favorite. You know, like you definitely got the honey and the tea in there, the way Joe did it, and then turning it into a Kolsch. You know, it was a nice beer.
So what other styles? So you mentioned you're doing a traditional German Marzen, and what
Yeah, like I said, we're at 7, possibly 8, maybe 9. But yeah, traditional Marzen. You know, we call it Dubtoberfest. You know, that's the name of our Oktoberfest beer. We're doing just blanking out. We're doing a Hefe, a Crystal Weizen. Our insurance agent Matt, shout out Sutton Insurance, had this crazy idea to do a Marzen Goza, which is either going to be amazing or terrible. If it's terrible, no one will know about it. It just won't be released. We're doing the Kolsch, obviously. We did a Braggot with Joe.
what is a Braggot? I've heard that name and I can't remember.
It's basically a hybrid of half honey, half wort. So
that's
be
right.
available.
Yeah.
Hold on, I heard the word.
Wort. Yeah, I don't know. That's already blowing my mind up, thinking all those beers that have to be ready. So
Awesome. That sounds like it's
Nightmares.
fucking
shout out Nightmares.
Speaking of which, Nightmare collab coming out.
coming very, very soon.
Friday the 13th.
Nice. Is that what you
Yeah.
Nice.
Nightmare and Dub Street. Yeah, our collab with
Very appropriate.
Nightmare Brewing will be out this Friday.
So might as well talk about that now.
Yeah.
What's
it's
that?
Second version of our.
Do you not have anything coming out?
Hence why I can never get here.
Really good pills.
But yeah, that's a dry hop sour saison. We did the first version with Billy earlier in the year, probably in February. This is a wet hop version of that with a menagerie of hops grown at Billy's house. So we had probably about 20 pounds of wet hops he threw in basically the same base sour saison we did earlier in the year. So it's going to be really interesting.
Jesus Christ.
What time are you guys open on Friday?
4. We were in fall hours now. We open at 4.
Relatively close to us.
Yeah.
We like the fact that you're very close.
Yeah.
Going back to you guys, so you have these two here now, and we're drinking the Pilsner.
Yep.
I'll ask you to talk a little bit about that in a moment. But if we were to go into nap time, you have a tasting room, obviously.
We do, yeah.
What's on the board right now? Give me a rundown of what I would see.
What do we have on the board? I have the sister beer for Translinear Light called Purple Mountains, homage to David Berman, who passed recently. That one is re-fermented on blackberry and tart cherry. We have a dry hop light lager called the Dreamer. We have milk stout with cardamom, coffee, vanilla, and chocolate called Fika, and we have a double IPA called Space Weedian.
Jesus Christ! What was it? You said it was a reference to the Purple Mountains. What was that? The shout out you just gave. Give me a little information.
Oh
about
yeah,
that. Is it an artist?
Yeah. It's a band.
They from upstate? Are they up there by you guys?
No. He was.
I'm an audio guy and music guy. I've never heard of him. Is it something that I should probably be listening to? I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, that album's amazing and really bleak and really poppy at the same time.
And the band's Purple Mountains?
Purple Mountains, yeah.
Here's an example. Ah, yes. Okay. Very, very. What do I want to say? What's the vibe? Just
out of my wheelhouse.
In my pickup, windows rolled down, running through not the country, but running through the open air, not the city. I wouldn't blast this out of my pickup in the city. Wouldn't make the right thing. It's got that. I'm trying to think of an artist comparable right now. I don't want to say John Denver. That's too country.
So John Denver country?
At times.
Say folk.
Yeah, it's got the folky feel. What do you think he falls into? What genre?
It's hard to say. I mean, he put out a lot of music under the moniker Silver Jews for a while.
Really?
That was
Silver Juice or Jews?
Jews.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, so he's Jewish.
Right.
Through
That's probably
his
why I didn't get huge
father's
airplay.
side, and I guess he thought, he wasn't a golden Jew because it wasn't in the matrilineal side. But he has a lot of explanation for that.
I'm just searching through now because I'm now interested. I always like to find new music.
It's pretty lo-fi, wonderful. This album is really polished. It gets really poppy.
Indie rock, country rock, lo-fi. Yeah, there you go. So it's in that genre there.
Yeah.
Fans also like Bill Callahan. That's another good one.
Bill Callahan is amazing.
Those are those things. I'm trying to think of the artist that was comparable to it, but it's got that vibe. That's pretty cool. So it's a tribute to that sister. So give me a rundown of that sister. So it's
I really enjoy making sister beers. Yeah, so it is the same philosophy as this beer, just an extra brut ale re-fermented on fruit and naturally carbonated.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And so the Pilsner. So let's run this down because this
Incantation
is delicious.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
I love Pilsner deeply, and I kind of need it to be right because a lot of them aren't. This one is to my taste. It is Pilsner malt, and then it is Hallertau Mittelfrüh and Saphir.
Okay.
And again, like spunded, lagered, 8 weeks. Do
you do a lot of the spunded beers? Is that
I'm
something
trying
you like?
to. I really enjoy natural carbonation quite a bit.
And it gives it a different taste, I would assume, right? It's not that big
Different
bubbles.
mouthfeel.
It's a nice crispy boy.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Hashtag Wort Wrangler.
Yeah.
I knew I saw that somewhere. I'm like, wait a second, what was that reference? I can't think of it. Oh, yeah, it's Wort Wrangler. That's right. Fucking guy. Where does he work?
I don't know.
He works at a brewery, obviously.
I think he keeps it kind of secret. I don't know.
He does, but because he said at one post that he was...
The fucking memes are
unbelievable.
Out of that account
he said he was getting in trouble or someone was like calling him out on shit. And I went, oh, what? But you could, he's got stuff everywhere in the background in most of the pictures. So it's got to be something very, obvious to the people he works for. And at that point, they all got to know. So why doesn't everybody know? His stuff is really funny.
I don't know if it was a story or the post about the.
It was definitely a story too.
About the breweries that all say like, oh, my community is so collaborative, everyone gets along, and it's like, why are you fucking lying?
It's true to an extent.
Yeah. There's always that one guy.
I'll kill you.
So you guys up in your area, since it's a little more spread out than down here and down here, we got our little hubs. We have our Bayshore, where Chris has got 4 breweries, maybe 5. You have Hopwins at this point?
Yeah, once Ghost and Hopwins get their approval, open their taster, there'll be 5.
Hopwins is distributing at this point, so I think they're even a step ahead of
so,
Ghost.
Yeah, I guess technically it's 4
Paul
now,
is
and then we're waiting for Paul.
Yeah. And then you have your Holbrook area by us, and then once you get in the city,
4 in Holbrook, right?
Fucking the city, you walk 2 miles, you got 5 breweries. It's crazy. Yeah. So up by you, it's got to be a little more spread out. So what's your
kind of? We have 5 breweries in Rockland County now, which is really cool. So
and I'm not saying this to be mean, but Rockland County is probably much bigger than Nassau.
Oh no, totally, yeah.
Geographically,
they're within 20 minutes of each other. Like so, Industrial Arts is kind of like on the
love Industrial Arts. Yep.
Yeah, the further edge of Rockland.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to them. They're fucking great.
They're just south of you, correct?
Last time that was fucking great.
Oh, I don't know.
They do that wrench, power tools, torque wrench. I think we had
a lot of good people.
Metric is a good Pilsner, right? Yeah, it was good stuff. I haven't been there yet. I got to get up there. I got to get up.
They have 2 locations now.
Get out of here.
They opened one in Beacon. So
yes, well, that's the other town I'm talking about.
Totally,
it's Beacon and
Gardner. Well, they're in Gardner.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
They opened in Gardner.
Garnerville Arts Center. Yeah.
Garnerville. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
that's that new one right on that road on the way
that's
in?
their first brewery. And the new one is the Beacon facility.
Okay, I've been to the Beacon. I've not been to either, but I've been to Gardner.
Okay.
I go to Jellystone every year, so I always head up Two Hill Town with their Hudson Baby Bourbon.
Okay. Yeah.
It's in bars and restaurants. It's nationally distributed at this point. A couple of years ago, we hit up Angry Orchard, which is not far away. Kind of cool little experience, even though I'm not a huge cider fan.
It's more like Orange.
Yeah, I think it's around Warwick area.
That's around the Warwick area.
Yeah, you go to a little further west from Gardner. But on your way in from
that was a whole conversation on the last show, like who, like with Yogi and shit.
Yogi the Bear, right?
And we had to Google like who is the forest ranger from
Ranger.
Oh.
We knew it. We got it last week.
Yeah, we had to Google
He's going to Google again.
I'm not. No.
No.
Been there, done that.
Did not hold that.
But like on the way in towards Jellystone, there's a nice little town. In that town, there's a brand new small little craft brewery that opened up, and I wasn't sure if that was the one or not. But obviously, the one in Beacon is right by Hudson Valley, so that's where we were. Yeah. And right across is what did I say before? I didn't say Nyack, but I said
Newburgh.
Newburgh, thank you. So that was Beacon was the other one I was thinking of.
Okay, cool.
And they have Two Ways Brewing up there.
Yeah.
Two Way Brewing.
Yeah, Two Way's pretty good. All those towns are beautiful though.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a really cool place, good destinations. So I'm sure you're gonna share in that. You know, you got that north bound Hudson River
Absolutely.
area.
We've been getting a lot of people coming in from the city, just brewery hopping for the weekend.
Nice, yeah, exactly.
Up north a little bit.
They want to get the fuck out of the nonsense.
Taking the fall foliage.
Yeah.
That's also a little nicer than just like going to one town and then you're hitting like 5 guys in with the 5-minute radius.
Right.
Like, that little drive, it's its own little.
Yeah,
like,
no, it does. It clears your head, clears your palate in a sense.
Yeah.
So as you're coming up, you said Industrial House is just south of you. So then going up towards you, what's a little further west? Is there anything in Nyack?
There is one opening in Nyack, 2 Villains.
Okay, no, I'm not in here.
Shout out to John Fernandez.
Nice.
Yeah.
I used to work with John Fernandez. Not that John Fernandez.
Popular name.
Yeah, they'll be open, I believe, in October.
Oh, good. So they're right there.
Yeah, so that'll be right in downtown Nyack. There's Defiant in Pearl River. There's Gentle Giant in Pearl River.
I know Gentle Giant.
Shout out to Nikki. And who am I missing here? We have District 96.
Oh,
in
yes.
New City.
Yep. They've done a couple of collabs. That's how I've seen their name out there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the most recent one, but I saw on a collab probably like a month ago.
Cool.
Shit, I forget who it was for. Would they do
New
one
name
with
to me.
Nightmare? Or they did one with a few people? Fuck, who'd they do it with? It was really good. Whatever it was very good.
Cool.
It's a good scene. So you guys, you can.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. When I moved here 5.5 years ago, it was just Kuka and Defiant, and there was one place to get a beer that was decent with clean lines. And
clean lines is important.
Yeah, no, that's an underline, right? But it's just it's really started moving. It's impressive to see.
Well, it's getting to be like it's going down here. There's going to be little hubs of areas like Beacon and Newburgh are beautiful places. Obviously, you have the Newburgh Brewery too as well. Nice little areas where you can make a destination, make a day of it, and hit up a couple of places on the way. I went up to Treehouse last month and. Someone said, well, what else are you hitting? I'm like, no, that's it. I'm going to do that because I'll be empty pockets by the time I get back.
No shit.
Yeah, no, I know no shit. And then a 4.5-hour trip back no matter how long I stay there. So
on the plus side, your wife going convinced that it looks so nice. I want to go. Like,
right.
Sold.
Boom. You're welcome, Pete. It'll be a fun little day trip. But there's a bunch of places coming down that I would have loved to stop had I had more time and no children in the car.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things
fucking
where
ruin everything.
I know. But it's one of those things I want to hit like some of the Western Connecticut spots. There's a couple of breweries that are over Kent Falls.
Yeah.
Is kind of on the way down. Stanford.
Nebco.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nebco's great.
What's the other one that's it's right outside of Rye. It's just north of Rye on the way on the 95 up. Not 2 roads. I've been there a million times. I got to look it up again. But there was another one I said, I really need to stop there. And it becomes one of those things where you're traveling and it makes the destination.
Absolutely.
It's cool. And you're going to have your local support, right? I imagine a lot of your people day to day are local.
Our regulars are beautiful. Beautiful weirdos.
But then you get a lot of tourism and people visiting over the weekend. So that's awesome. You want to take a quick break?
Sure.
I don't have to tinkle. You have to tinkle? Or do you want to just pound beers real quick?
Yes.
Okay, so then we're going to do that. Let's take a quick break. It's the Word with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. We are here live in Governor's Comedy Club. We're here with Dubco and Nap Time, and we're talking a little bit about everything. So if you want to call into the show and ask the brewers any questions, the number here, 516-465-3990. I haven't even had that much
Almost.
beer. I know. I do it so fast. My mouth doesn't work as fast as my brain. Or 516-513-0515. We are live, by the way, if no one knew. We're live on GovsRadio.com right now. We are live on YouTube right now. We are live on Facebook. And my Instagram page did not promote the show like it should have.
Fuckers.
Thank you. So not as many people will be calling in, but we do expect a couple call-ins in the next segment. So let's take a quick break, and we will be right back, I guess, after this. There's the Word of Mike and Pete. Be right back.
Govs Radio.
This is the Wort on Govs Radio.
Govs Radio.
You're listening to Govs Radio, streaming live 24/7. Visit govsradio.com for our show schedule and upcoming studio events.
Hey, this is the Word with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. We are live here at Govs Comedy Club in Levittown, Long Island. We are here with Chris from Dubco and Alex and Raphael from Nap Time. And we are streaming live on Facebook, not Instagram, but we will. On YouTube, and of course on our website, govsradio.com, so go over and check it out. Our phone number is here, 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515, and right now we have someone on the phone. Who's this?
This is Norman.
Who is this?
Norman.
Norman.
Hey, Norm.
Ah, so you're calling
Norm.
for the Norm. Is he? Do you sit at the corner of the bar and just drink beers?
Oh, yeah. I've never heard that before at all, ever.
No, never. Not a beer drinker that's named Norm at all.
I'm a teetotaler.
So you know the boys from nap time?
Yeah, vaguely. I've met him once or twice.
Get out of here. Sounds crazy.
Yeah.
So tell you guys give first impressions about Norm. Who's Norm?
Norman is a beautiful man that has a cooler with its own Instagram account called
Hold on, we're going to start following you right now, Norm.
Emotional Support Cooler.
Get
where
out of
he
here.
Just,
pretty funny.
shows beers.
Everybody
that he
needs one
travels
of
with.
those.
Yeah.
Better than a mini horse.
He knows this better than many.
Definitely better than a mini horse.
Supports. Hold on, we're following. Hold on.
And you bring the cooler on a plane.
Yes, you can.
Wait, can you?
You can also bring a fucking mini horse
if it's an
on a goddamn plane.
Because I saw that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
And we're following.
Yes. I was going to say, you only have 18 followers. My goal is to get you over 100 tonight.
You were the best thing ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like you get paid for having it, but you got a nice little, is that a Yeti?
It's a Yeti knockoff. I don't have that kind of money.
Oh, all right. Well, that's fine. I mean, you could always finance it and then pay it off over 7 years.
Yeah, a cooler. Yeah, that makes sense.
And pay $800 more. I have a post here. It says, "We are all just pips in a search of our own Gladys Night." There you go.
Yes.
Love it.
I feel like
Gladys Night and the Pips. Good reference.
Impression of Norman.
So you have you got some stickers there. So what's the premise of your Instagram account? Just your travels and where you're going and gathering stickers and going to hop fields and doing stuff like that?
Basically, if I go to a brewery and I enjoy their brew, I will ask for a sticker.
Nice.
If I don't really, if it's not to my palate, I keep moving on, and it's not what we call sticker worthy.
So you have like a rating system that if in fact you like their beer, you're going to place a sticker on your cooler to represent your like for it.
Exactly right. And plus, it reminds me to go back to that place to get beer again.
There you go.
You're going to need that more. If by the end of the night you have not drank enough beer.
He also likes to bring beers that are not to his taste just to watch my face.
Oh, he'll bring them to you?
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Hey, Alex, I tried this beer.
This is terrible. Why didn't you try it?"
He doesn't lead with that most of the time.
Well, I'm sure what
This smells funny.
You probably say is like,
I'm an expressive facial person, so
yeah?
I think it brings him
He knew
some
immediately.
happiness.
Oh, Jesus. I would imagine though, like he brings it to you and he's kind of looking for that second opinion about how bad the beer is. Am I wrong? Is my palate messed up? Did I have to?
I think Norman likes what he likes, and he knows that.
Okay. Yeah. Norman, what's your beer of choice?
Honestly, anything from that time. I'm actually holding a Dreamer in my hand right now.
Oh, the man.
The man does make excellent beer. I've been to a lot of breweries, and the man knows what he's doing. That's the best compliment I can give him.
How old of a gentleman are you, sir?
Oh, gentlemen, I'm 50.
Oh, okay. So you're a little out of the new age demographic of craft beer drinkers, which is good. That means you returned because you probably grew up with your standard Bud Light. Did you ever have a Schlitz?
No, Miller High Life was my go-to for my entire life.
Wow. And so you moved from a Miller High Life to now craft beer and mostly some naptime beers.
Yes, sir. Exactly right.
Awesome. You got some champagne every once in a while.
Yeah, got to have a little bit of it. Yeah. Have you ever cracked a beer and put your thumb over it and shook it in celebration?
No, I've yet to win a championship, but I'm still.
And that's the appropriate answer to that.
I don't think I have it. Now you need to find a reason to do so.
Right. I mean, maybe when your son is born.
I guess so.
Yeah,
that reason is any.
Let's do it. Let's have like a party after your son's born. We'll go to your house.
Parking lot of the goddamn hospital.
Yes.
in the delivery room, at the moment of arrival. You pop one.
Don't give me great ideas, Norman.
It's okay. I'm on the Wort podcast.
Yeah. He'll just do them all. Oh, what's my list? Okay, I got to achieve this. He'll just check it off. I like that you have some old school stuff, like you have Long Trail on there. Because Long Trail is one of those first craft beers I've had from was it New Hampshire or Vermont? Vermont, right? Yeah.
Definitely.
And you can drink in a river.
That's right. And you got some actually really unique stickers here. You were at Sing Sing Kill. We were talking about Ossining.
Shout out Gunhill. I see Gunhill.
Yeah, Gunhill's on there.
That Locals to Locals one they did. The Hell is Lager.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
great.
great.
Yeah, that was good. They did one that was at Beer Cheese up in Northport. They had you're there, sir. If you're on the line, don't go anywhere. We hear you. I'm just talking to Norman for just a moment. They had it was a Goza. and it was something that we had at Beer Cheese, and it was only on tap. Can't find it in bottle. Never saw it again. It was fucking amazing. I mean, unbelievable. My wife and I were both losing our minds over it.
Yeah.
So that was good. And you got some Defiant on there. Fresh Chester. That's fantastic. Keegan, is Keegan around still? I don't see them distribute as much as they used to.
Keegan and Michael Key?
No.
From Key and Peele?
Oh,
No.
he's doing the Truly Seltzer ads now.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Get out of here. That's
From Boston.
fucking guy. Norman, hang on for 1 sec. This is the Word with Mike and Pete. Who we got on the phone as well? Who's on the phone?
Norman.
You got Jay and Kern from Black and Tan.
Hey!
What's up, guys?
It's 9 o'clock, right on the dot, buddies. How are you?
So fucking prompt.
I am on the dot. That's right.
Did you guys
Appreciate
were
that.
able to figure out the conference thing that I couldn't write back to you fast enough because we were live?
Yeah, we figured it out.
All right, cool. Oh, and then Mark from
Conference
Hosscotch is
of it, and
freaking
we're
trying
here.
to call in too. So we got a million people trying. So, guys from Black and Tan, Norm, just hang on for a sec. Try not to breathe too heavy into the phone.
Norman.
Don't listen to him, Norman.
That's it.
You do what you want to do, Norman.
I'll keep pervert mode off right
Okay.
I like this.
Well, that went in a different direction.
Norman, you ever hear of Dubco? It's a beautiful little brewery in Bayshore. Oh, you will. You better come down and get a sticker.
all right. You got to make it worth it.
All right, you got it. I'll make it work for you.
Challenge accepted.
I got a case of beef jerky here for you.
Oh,
No, I'm not
that's half a
shitting. I'm not
sticker right
shitting. I got
You said
so
no
much-
heavy breathing.
No, yeah, no, yeah.
Two big jerks, the fucking best.
Jay, Kern, thanks a lot for calling in. You guys, we last spoke to you over at Fifth Hammer at the live show at the Fifth Hammer Brewery. Had a great
That's right,
time with
Fifth
Jay.
Hammer's
Kern, sorry, we had a great time with Kern. Jay was MIA.
Yeah, what a loser. Can't always make it.
Yeah, I know. We all have shit going on, trust me. So you guys briefly spoke to us, or really Kern spoke to us about the show and how it's going. So for those who don't know, Black and Tan TV on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the social media, you guys do quick beer reviews on the street, have fun with it, great quality audio and video and all that other good stuff. And you guys were looking to take this to a higher platform. So tell us a little bit more about where you're at right now in that production.
So right now we have started shooting our second season. We did the first season. We did about 7 breweries, and now we're on to season 2. We just started last week. We christened it off with North Fork.
Yes.
So
How'd that go?
It went awesome. We went to the hop yard. We looked at the hops. We went to North Fork Donut Company. We drank a special
What's up, Jimmy?
beer.
No folk.
Yeah, we tried looking
No
for
Fodoco.
fire poles. We didn't see any. Yeah. So it was the North Fork. They drank a special beer that they brewed with North Fork Donut Company. The beer didn't have a label on it, so we knew it was good in secret.
Nice.
Special reserve. And then we went over to the brewery and drank beers. It was great times.
Yeah, you guys spoke to Ian. Did you get to see the ridiculous science lab that he has set up over there?
Yeah, he's like a biologist, man.
Yeah.
He's like crazy.
Oh yeah,
He's real deal.
Biologist.
Their sour is fucking great. The I can't think of the fucking name of it. The Back to the Future reference.
That's a lactose.
Back to the
that's a
lactose.
sour
Yes.
IPA, yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah,
That was really good.
Freaking good.
And there was
That beer, blew my
They
mind.
made intellectual puberty today.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that?
Sounds very
The new beer,
appetizing.
Intellectual
Pretty
Puberty.
No, you don't follow them on
Right now.
Instagram? Intellectual puberty. It's
Yeah.
like when you rip off.
Yeah. I mean, that's the state of the industry, right?
Yeah, pretty
course.
much.
Yeah.
That's where everyone's at.
How
You're not
funny
doing
can you
something
make
right if
your
you're not
puns?
pissing
Right,
someone off.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
point.
tries to one-up each other with the puns, and that's where you end up. You're going to end up in like the most high-ranking place ever. So you guys had a great time at
Great
North
minds
Fork.
attacking it.
And so where's the next stop? Are you guys looking to do the next show? Get the and by the way, can people see the North Fork footage yet, or is that still in editing in the cutting room?
No, it
Post-production?
takes a while for us
That's
to edit it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still in the
It
cut.
takes a week. It takes like a week or two. It takes like 2 to 3 weeks to edit it. It's
Yeah.
a lot of work. We got to build the story up. We don't go there with any script or anything. We just go and drink and film.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty
You
much
know how
really
this
a
show
plan.
goes.
Yeah, because
So I know.
Feeling it.
Go.
Yeah.
It's more
why
fun that
have a
way,
plan?
and it feels more natural that way too. I feel like it always works out better that way.
Yeah, why plan anything?
Right.
Fuck plans.
Let's go drink.
Exactly.
Fuck
be
planning.
fine.
Get your plan.
It writes
Let's
itself.
drink.
It does. It's
If you had
beer.
enough beer, yeah, it does right
Definitely
itself.
does. So you have another shoot planned in the upcoming week. So what do we got coming up now?
Yeah. Well, now we have coming up, we've got Fifth Hammer out there in LIC.
There you go.
Yep.
What's up, Chris and Mary?
Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Shooting that Thursday, then we're hoping to go bowling next door at the gutter.
There you go.
I wish we didn't have to leave Fifth Hammer that day because there's so much stuff to do around there. I didn't realize there was a nice indoor bar that wasn't 100 degrees out. There's the bowling alley right there. There's some really cool spots right around there. And not to mention 5 breweries in about 2-mile radius.
I would have been happy to hang out there all day and eat dumplings.
Yeah,
and
the
drink
dumplings
beer.
were delicious.
Hell yeah.
They have some pretty good pho out there,
Iconic
too.
just opened up their new tap room. Looks pretty. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick.
And so you're gonna have to talk to them about those new fooders that they got in.
Hoping they're there.
Oh no, they're there. Trust me. Their one was there when we were there, so it's not like it moved out. But they was expecting a second fooder within the next week or two, so it's got to be there.
Oh yeah, it's got it.
Yeah. Definitely. Talk to Matt too. Matt's a great beer marketing guy, and plus has been around all over New York State experiencing stuff. So tell him we said hello, and we'll talk to him soon. And and so what's else planned beyond the Fifth Hammer show?
We're in talks with Circa. We're gonna do one with Circa.
Okay.
So in Brooklyn, and we're trying to get everywhere we can. We're looking. We usually choose the places that are enthusiastic to get back to us and want to do it. A lot of breweries, you'd be surprised, don't want us to shoot videos for them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Advertising. So yeah.
Do me a favor. I got 2 brewers in here now, guys. I got Chris from Dubco out in Bayshore, and I got Alex and Raphael from Naptime up in, I'm going to say Rockland County, just because I can't pronounce the town name.
I'm going to give it a go.
What's up, boys? What's going on?
What's up, homie? How you doing?
How we doing?
What's going on?
Blauvelt, New York.
Nailed it.
Thanks, brother.
Stay sleepy.
I'm going to...
I used to live in Bayshore. I love Dubco.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay's only talking about 5 times today.
I could, was that Norman?
No, I'm very quiet and being good.
Oh, yes.
I like this game more.
Will you breathe heavier for me?
Yeah.
So I know you're there.
Jay wants you to breathe heavy.
He wishes.
Say beef jerky again.
Yeah. Norman, you've earned half a case of beef jerky right now, so you're doing well.
Nice.
So listen, how many breweries are you planning to go visit and shoot, guys? Are you looking to do like another 7 brewery tour or whatever you can get?
More, maybe.
Yeah, more. It's going to be a lot more this season for sure. Way more.
We actually have like deliverables and deadlines now, so we got to have to do it more.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, we have a slave to a contract, so.
Are you?
Shit, this thing's working out.
Yeah, right. We have to work. Things are working well.
We can plan for that.
That's what I said with the brewery.
So if the brewery will have us, we will be loving to drink there. And Bayshore, listen, Dubco, you're close to me, so that's even better. I could Uber home.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's do it.
If you all want to make a day trip, you're always welcome.
Jay's house to go to sleep.
There you go. 2 more episodes
Yeah,
in
really.
the books. Nap time and Dubco.
Sorry for everyone that was watching us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Not Instagram. The logo never popped down like it was supposed to, so it's been covering everybody's faces. I finally just fixed it. It's all right.
So I wasn't on camera?
No, you were. You're actually the only one that is on
God
camera.
damn it!
Because on the edge of the logo that's sitting there. I'm looking at it now. I'm going, my left shoulder and your entire face is in the fucking shot. And then Raphael, and that's about it. Everyone else is covered up. No, I took it down, so it's only about 10 minutes of just the logo. What's good is that everything...
Producing at its best.
Keeps getting caught. What's good is that everyone can check out our replays on all those sorts of...
YouTube and iTunes.
All sorts of stuff. Well, on YouTube, you're going to see the fucking logo, so they can check out the audio thing. So if you're in the car, on the go, and just want to listen to us audio-wise, go onto our Instagram or Twitter, Facebook, and find our podcast version, the audio version only, that you can watch. And you guys have been now on. You were guests in the studio. Kern, you came down to the Fifth Hammer, so you guys now are a 3-peat Wort players.
What did that get us?
You're getting up there.
You get another invite to the studio. When are you guys coming in?
Yeah, exactly. You get another invite to come down and hang out. Or how about this? We come together like Voltron and we do a huge show on your platform.
Oh, that's an idea.
Ooh.
There you go.
And then we're those guys in the background. You guys can be forefront, and Pete and I are just in the background like hype men. Like, yeah, boy.
Exactly what I was
That's right. I was one of my own hype man. Nice.
Exactly.
Pete,
you got one right here.
Yo, tell him, Kern. Shit. Jay's got the ill shit.
Or we can do a thing like I'll put my arms behind my back, and then Pete will stick his arms through the holes, and then he'll be my arm while I drink the beer.
I'm down.
The whole episode.
Sounds like a party.
It would have been even funnier if Kern did it. Like, how did Kern get white arms? What happened? That's crazy.
How did his arms turn to the white arms? That's what happens when you keep drinking beer all the time.
Yeah.
My friend, I thought you worked out.
Wait, what happened? What happened? Yeah, just his big chest and then my skinny arms sticking through.
That's right.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I got arm shrinkage.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's all the lack of beer I need. It's like Popeye.
Exactly.
So you guys are off to Fifth Hammer. When are you guys shooting this?
This Thursday.
This Thursday.
At,
So
3 p.m. I think 3 to 7, somewhere in there.
now is the tasting room open during that time? Are you expecting to have some sort of people come down and take a look at it?
Actually, yeah, I think their tasting room opens a little bit of I think right around that time actually.
Right.
They can open at 12 actually on Thursday.
I think they open at noon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to go down and see a live video shoot, go down to Fifth Hammer on Thursday, starting at, let's say, around 3 o'clock. Fifth Hammer is in LIC. Just look them up, Fifth Hammer Brewing on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. And they can check out and be part of the show in the background. And you guys can get your Zane Lamprey and your Art Man on and interview some patrons and say hello and get a vibe. And, like Fifth Hammer's draft list right now looks pretty sweet. Yeah, there you go.
I just brought it up. Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah, I mean, that changes.
They have a beer named Blobfish.
Blobfish?
Blobfish, which is a West Coast IPA. I would have thought it was like a Texas reference to Ted Cruz, but
that's crazy.
I guess not. But
they like mashing together weird animals.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Norman, you're doing a great job over there. You're still alive, right?
Yeah, live and well. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. Just making sure, Norm. Got to keep you in the loop. Make sure you still. I don't hear you breathing, so I want to make sure everything's.
Tell him not to breathe heavy.
Right, but just breathe. I don't.
Breathe, yeah.
I don't want him to hold his breath this whole time. That's a long time to be on the phone holding your breath.
There's a beer on tap at Fifth Hammer called Poglodyte, which is a sour ale with fruit. I just thought I'd mention that.
Oh yeah, right.
Kern doesn't like the sours.
No,
I don't
yeah.
like the sours. What am I going to do? I'm going to get a sour Berliner, like an owl howl.
What is Kern? What is your favorite style? I don't think I've ever had this discussion with you. What's your favorite? What do you go for?
I'm a big fan of Pilsners myself. It's hard to find real solid Pilsner out there.
Yeah. We have a good Pilsner
that's my
sitting in
favorite
here
style.
with us from nap time, and then we're going to crack open some Dub Light in just a moment.
Ooh.
Ooh. Listen,
afternoon treat.
Yes.
What does the Brewers have on store for the fall coming up? I know you got Dubtoberfest coming up, right? You guys got any special beers going on?
Oh.
Yeah, we were
13
just saying earlier.
18 beers.
Give me 18
beers. He's brewing in the parking lot.
We're shooting for 7. We got a
Seven's
Helles
pretty good.
Lager. We have our Marzen Lager, a Hefeweizen, a Crystal Weiss, and a bunch of others I can't think of right now. We're trying to do a Marzen Goza, which is going to be a hit or miss. And,
Yeah.
If it's a miss,
Yeah,
you
that's
just won't
an
even know about it.
interesting
So,
Are you going to do any?
obviously, we do we call it mandatory pumpkin. Like one batch of pumpkin beer a year, and that's it.
That's it.
It comes and it goes, and that's it.
That's all you can stand.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
That's all you can take.
That's all. Yep, that's it, man.
How about you doing any special
a good
casts
name.
or anything like that? Doing another pinner? Or?
Yeah, we might do another couple pins.
Okay.
We just did that one with Joe from Meadwerks.
Yeah.
Where we took that braggot we're talking about. It's called Mead Me Halfway.
Yep.
So my assistant brewer John and Joe
Babylon?
came up with that one, and Joe's pin he put cherries and peaches in, and then ours we put dried apricot and dried figs in. So it's fun. We pulled some of that braggot off and did some cool stuff. So we'll definitely have some fun stuff like that for
Yeah,
the
those are
Oktoberfest.
fun to have, like the one-offs. So
Yeah.
you're just like, ooh, what is this?
And we're doing all these traditional styles, which is great.
Yeah.
And maybe pulling a pin off and fucking with it and doing
Right.
something different. So.
Cloves.
Untraditional.
Maybe like a pumpkin
Untraditional,
hard
yeah.
seltzer.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Mars and Seltzer? Yeah.
Mars and Seltzer.
Oh, God.
Make it sour. Add some lactose.
Pumpkin spice hard seltzer. I mean, there's
What's
wrong
the
and then there's
boundary?
wrong.
just wet hop it. That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
Just wet hop it and you're good to go.
I sold my soul once. I'm not going to do it twice.
I only have 2 souls to go around.
Yeah.
Saving the last one for God. What's that? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, Jay, stop giving away secret gold ideas.
There you go.
Over at Nap Time, we're going to have another Pilsner coming out, Transfiguration, with a really cool new hop from Germany, Grüngeist.
Grüngeist.
Please say that again.
Grüngeist. It means the green ghost. We have a Fest beer coming out.
Wait, so let me ask you a question before we go any further. How did you pick that out? Is it something that you got a sample of, or how do you?
Yeah. No,
did you go over
it's
to
really
Germany?
cool,
I mean,
oh no,
I would have. If someone told me I have a hop called Green Ghost, I would have like. I'll buy 500 pounds of it.
Yeah.
No, it's
how is that not in Sight Selling Nightmares too?
Right. Should be all in that.
The really cool new hop from Germany, like low alpha, but it's got all your kind of grassy, kind of floral, but then it's got like this really cool peach character to it as well. So that'll be in the pills.
Okay.
Fest beer is Huel Melon and Hallertau.
Nice.
And then I have a Baltic Porter also, which is all
I like
Northern
a good Baltic
Brewer,
Porter,
Hallertau,
yeah.
Northern Brewer. We just tasted it today. It's only 2 weeks old. It tastes awesome. So
Right off the break.
It's
Just
6
tasty.
weeks of lagering.
Keep
It's
it
going to do it
gangster
nothing
right
but good.
Love it.
Right?
So, Kern, Jay, really quick, give us the big plug for Black and Tan, and give us what the upcoming event is at Fifth Hammer.
All right. So, you guys, you all know you can follow us on Black and Tan TV on pretty much everything. Black and Tan Web TV is on YouTube, and we are going to be at Fifth Hammer at 3 p.m. to 7 this Thursday. So get on down, have a few beers with us, get some laps. What are you gonna? What is
There's a pizza food truck going to be there, beer and pizza.
Yeah,
and Black
really.
and Tan TV. I mean,
That doesn't suck.
No,
not at all.
It's a whole lot of not sucking.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
And then this coming up this fall, we're going to be on a local news network for a platform, so we'll be having some 5 to 10 minute segments on there.
Ooh.
Some live appearances. So,
Look at you.
If you're a local brewery and you want to give us free beers, it's totally awesome. It's
I see how this works now.
Yeah,
Okay.
Showing the cards
Okay.
already.
Win.
That is
hashtag
not a
winning right
bad
there.
marketing platform, let me
We're
tell
all
you.
trying to help
maybe
each
we'll
other.
have a drinking contest between Black and Tan and the Wort and see who pulls it
I
off,
do like that.
Oh, God.
You
that's
probably
a
will
great
win.
idea.
We're a slight bit older than you, but I do put him down for a tall, skinny guy.
I'm fat. I can fucking.
I know you can.
I can hold my own in a drink.
We'll take the
We
training,
know you
boys.
can
We'll take the
drink.
training.
We all know it.
Pete's got a wooden leg, and I got a wooden ball, so we'll find a way to put it somewhere.
Nice.
What?
Back to the bat.
I don't know what else to say.
leg.
There you go.
Yeah.
Peg ball. All right.
Thanks for
so-
calling in, guys.
Guys, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Cheers,
Thanks for
friends.
having us, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
See you, Dubco.
Cheers, boys.
Oh, yeah. So wait. One last thing.
Well,
So Chris is here. We'll give him your information. Maybe you guys do a show out here on Long Island, and then we could all be there. That's what I was going with before, by the way.
That sounds great. We'll do
Party.
a Dubco
Party
day. I'm definitely
indeed.
down.
Yeah, they do a great job over there, and you'll have a lot of fun with Chris.
We could
We'll-
funnel Dub Light together.
Butt funnel?
Butt funnel.
Butt funnel dub light all night. Love it.
Let's
First thought,
go.
best thought.
That's right.
All right,
Tell
boys.
the nap time guys to come too, and they could bring these all these goats on their Instagram. We'll get
There you
crazy
go.
goats.
Yes.
The goats come with us everywhere.
And then, of course, if Norman, if you want to take the trip down with the boys, you could be the driver, and these guys can get lit up. So there you go.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun for me.
Bring the cooler.
It's true. It's so true.
You can sleep at the
I'm in.
brewery.
Yeah, well, there is a cot there apparently. That's what I've been told.
Oh.
There's not. I'm just kidding. All right. Have a good day. Talk to you boys later.
Anyway, bye.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
That is Jay and Kern from Black and Tan TV. Check them out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Black and Tan TV. Some fun stuff that they do. They're great personalities. They also are on our show here live in the studio. And, of course, Kern joined us over at Fifth Hammer. And they're going to be live there
dudes,
Thursday.
yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. I like hanging out with them, so that's why I wanted to kind of put something together because they're a tremendous lot of fun. And listen, just like you guys, like to do your collaborations with fellow brewers, I actually like a lot of the bloggers that are out there. So some of the guys that have come through and been part of the festivals and stuff like that, we grab them in, we put them on, let's talk about it, dude. Let's just hang out. There's no competition there.
No, it's
We
killer,
all
man.
can share it, so it's a lot of fun. Our format's a little different than that format, a lot different than other formats, so we can all share in the fun and the festivities, and really it's just about enjoying good beer throughout the day.
They're rolling this together, right?
That's it. We really are. And by we, I don't mean me because I'm not brewing shit because I suck at it.
You're talking
and
about
it's a
it,
lot.
and so
I am
these
talking
guys,
about
yeah.
it. No, I'm not trying to downplay myself. I am.
What are you drinking tonight, Norman?
Right now, I actually just opened up the last of the Rocklandias that will ever exist.
That's
What are
probably
Rocklandias?
correct. Rocklandia was county-wide collaboration.
Really? Okay, so
yeah,
Rockland
this
County.
is
That's cool. Yeah.
The second year, Industrial did it first. This year we did it at my brewery.
Nice.
So yeah, just clear New England IPA.
Speaking of collabs, as we were just talking about. So yeah, you're friends with them. So Industrial comes to you, and who else is involved in that collab?
Defiant, Gentle Giant, and District.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah, everyone came out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was dope.
Norman, stay there. Don't move. This is the Word with Mike at PeakUpsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone now?
Yeah, Norman, don't fucking move, okay? I'm here.
No,
There he
go
is.
fuck yourself.
Hi, Graz.
Oh, fuck you. Listen, I just had an $800 Italian beer.
This is Anthony Graz today, host of Limo Talk Podcast, right here on GubsRadio.com. Anthony, how you doing tonight?
Hi, Michael. How are you? Is
Hi,
Pete
Graz.
there?
Yeah, everyone's here. Pete's here.
Hi, Pete. How's our kids getting along in their classes?
Are you going to be at back to school night tomorrow night, Graz?
Has my son punched your daughter in the face yet?
No, you actually taught your kids well. Unlike they learn by not your actions, the opposite
What
of
do you
you.
got going on there, Michael? I'm fucking lit up like a Christmas tree.
Why
man.
is that?
How you doing there?
Yeah. So
Dude,
this
I'm
is
on my third bottle of fucking Pinot Noir from an Italian restaurant on 64th and Madison.
wow. You
And
drank like a gentleman tonight, huh? But now
Dude,
talking
it was
like
four of
a.
us, the bill's $1,000.
Oh Jesus
You
Christ!
tell me.
All right, so in the studio today, Graz, we have Chris from Dubco, Destination Unknown Brewing Company in Bayshore.
Yay. Keep going.
Wow, just say hi, because it could be a destination.
Enthusiasm is mutual, Graz.
Of your bang bus anytime soon.
Is he on my bang bus tour? No.
He could be if you go to Bayshore. Are you hitting the phone?
see.
Stop hitting the phone. I'm going to hang up on you if you hit the phone more.
How drunk is
What'd you say?
Yes.
No, not well. All of the drunks. All
Noir.
right, and
I know Noir.
I'll take the escargot and the chablis.
yeah, let me get 7 escargots.
Michael.
That escargoza.
Ooh.
Oh,
There's so many good puns. With
I know.
this.
God.
This is-
Michael.
Yes, sir. Hold on. In studio, we
You're
also.
going to hang up on me?
No. In studio, we also have.
Not yet.
We also have Alex and Raphael from Naptime up in Rockland County. They came all the way down from Rockland to be with us tonight.
Hi, guys. How are you?
How you doing there?
That's a nice.
You really want me in there, but I'm having a client dinner tonight. But that next week or 2 weeks from now, whoever's in there, will be able to.
Well, yeah, Nick and Huey from South Shore Brewing is coming in on September 23rd. They'll be down here. You're welcome in, buddy. We'll have a good time.
Huey Lewis?
Yes, Huey Lewis and the
and
news.
the news.
The whole
news.
The whole news.
The
Every
whole
bit
news
of
is
them.
coming.
There it is.
Spoiler alert, the news is
The
fake.
news is fake. Yeah. Wait.
Before Pete rushes me off the air,
Yeah.
what was the big deal today? Who were the big announcements? And besides Dubco and Huey and Louie from
We're giving away
Rockland,
tickets
what's
for
up?
the Long Island Fall Beer Fest
You won
In your
tickets.
hometown.
in Farmingdale. I expect you there.
Let's give him the
I'll be
tickets.
with you, Pete.
No. He's allowed to come with us
You're the
no matter
talent,
what.
Pete. You know that. Michael's not.
Tell Graz to get off the phone. Mark from Hosscotch wants you to call in and talk about your thing. He's probably a little more in the right state of mind to talk about the thing you and Mark put together leaving Hosscotch.
Yeah, let's.
Tell Mark to go fuck himself.
He's your business partner
We're
right
going
now.
to have Mark
Jesus
talk about
Christ.
it because clearly you're not in the right headspace.
All right, listen, Graz, seriously, we're going to talk to you throughout the week. We're going to get back to you for next week. You're going to kind of be in here and enjoy Huey Lewis and the news with us, and we'll get right back to it.
I'll see you tomorrow at
You're
back to
rushing me
school
off
night,
the phone, or
Graz.
You want me off, right?
No, I do, because Mark's going to call in and give us the real details, not the crazy details.
Please, fuck Mark. See you later.
All right, later, buddy.
Pete, I love you. I hope my son doesn't hate your daughter.
Oh, by the way, say goodbye to Norman, too. Norman's on the other line.
Norman.
Yeah. You have a great night. You were just a little ray of sunshine, my friend.
I knew Norman would have a good one. I knew he had one in him.
Norm, you should have trucked out here with us.
Oh, man. He's a good one-liner. I like him.
What's your favorite baseball team, Norman?
Norman, what's your
Oh,
favorite
Yankee
baseball
fan.
team? It's hard to see.
There's only one team, Yankees.
I hope they just fucking knocked out in the first round and Judge
This is coming from a very angry Mets fan. Are we winning tonight, Graz? I haven't checked the score.
Oh, Pete, I love you. Mike, go fuck yourself.
All right.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Graz.
Love you, Sweetums. All right. Sorry, Norman, for that. Mark, if you're listening, you can call into the show and give us the rundown. So Mark owns a local bottle shop here on Long Island, one of the first of its kind here on Long Island, and it's called Hosscotch Bottle Shop. And he had put together, there it is. There's the growler. I don't know why I said growler.
Finish that. Anyone else want an IPA?
Sure.
What's that?
Yeah.
Another one?
That's too
The other day I was trying to
for
think,
me.
I'm like, fuck, when's the last time I had a lager?
Pilsner's life.
Yes. Actually, we're drinking Dub Light, so give us a little rundown on how this came to be and how you're not getting sued yet.
How I'm not getting sued yet is another story, but
Yeah.
how it came to be, we were talking about.
I will. Let me finish.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Nobody?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We used to do High Life Tuesdays last summer. You know, it's 100 degrees out, 120 in the brew house, and you just want something cold, crisp, and refreshing to drink, so we would do High Lifes. And we were sitting there one day, probably after a 12-pack of High Lifes, and said, why are we buying this and not making it? So, you know, it's kind of like that nostalgia thing. That's one of those beers that you used to grow up drinking, you know, just eating, drinking beer. And it was
First of all, it was
kind of
cheap
like a
as shit.
challenge. Can I even come close to it? You know,
Yeah.
so this is our take on a, you know, classic American light lager, corn pilsner.
Yep.
Easy drinking, you know, 4.5%.
Now, how did you? I mean, obviously, you guys have been both of you have been brewing for quite a while, and you have the experience. So, how do you? I don't want to say go down to that level, but how do you get to that level when
It's actually
it's a
going up to
mass-produced
that.
beer?
That's what I
The
was
level of
gonna say, too.
consistency.
Right, that's
I
a
like.
misconception. Yeah,
These beers are totally naked. You know, if there's any flaws, they're going to stick out.
Right.
Immediately,
That's the
Mostly
one
just
thing.
water,
Anyone
too.
can throw, you know, 10 pounds of hops a barrel.
It's like a haymaker. You hope to land it, but if you don't, you're getting
in
lit up.
dishwater, you know, you can throw any amount of hops in dishwater, it'll taste like an IPA.
And that's what people are doing, too.
But having it stripped down,
Something I learned today.
yeah, and there's some out there, but doing a very crisp, clean, easy drinking pilsner is a lot harder to do with no off flavors and, you know, very little flaws. I'm not perfect, and nobody here is, but
tastes good, man.
The beer is fucking clean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted.
enjoy
It was kind of a personal challenge. Like, can I make a stripped down American light lager with nothing to hide in there? And you know, I think we got pretty close.
Doing a pilsner is difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it's especially we pride ourselves in using a lot of New York ingredients. We're a farm brewery,
Right.
as well as a microbrewery.
So you have to.
We actually use
well, I mean, you do, but
technically, yeah.
you want to use them to their best of their
we have
ability.
both licenses, yeah.
Nice.
So, but by choice, I like to use New York ingredients whenever I can.
Right.
I am a big proponent of New York ingredients, especially 1886 Mull House.
Yes,
Shout out.
I see that. Yeah.
So, you know, this is 100% New York Pilsner malt.
Yeah.
And also a little corn that's not New York, but.
Is it difficult to find something like that in New York?
It's not. It's just, you know,
timing and stuff like that.
and
Yeah.
sourcing and everything.
I would imagine.
But, it showcases, you know, the grain and the products in there.
It does. And you know what? I would love to drink this more so than anything else just because it has those homegrown elements and you could taste it. You could taste the difference. Even though it's closer to it, it has that same, you know, crispiness like we said, but yet it still has the craft edge to it, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, it's our interpretation of an American light lager. You
Nice.
know? So but once again, you know, a lot of the beers we make are on a lark or on a joke or a challenge, like, can we do this? So, I mean, I'm never going to make a Miller High Life, but this is my interpretation of the beers we like to drink on a hot summer day. That's refreshing and clean and crisp. You know, working in the brewing industry, we make all these crazy beers. We can't sit there and drink those all day. You know, we need to drink a 4% lager, you know, every once in a while, or the majority of the time.
You can't drink your triple all day?
Yeah.
I could, and then it would be nap time.
Yeah, well.
Keep drinking those triples.
They're parlaying that nap time thing.
Yeah.
It's a business, so I guess they're onto something there.
They're onto something there.
Yeah, so that's Dub Light. And, you know, the fun of it was the parlay on the name.
All of the fucking copyright infringement, I assume, is a lot of fun.
Shout out to Bob English, my trademark attorney. You know, so he's keeping me out of jail, hopefully. And, yeah, it's fun.
I mean, you'll be out of jail. It won't be a jail thing. It'll be definitely a cease and desist order very quickly.
That's good for business. Some
free publicity.
Any publicity is good publicity. We got somebody on the phone, so we're at Mike at PeakUpsRadio.com. Who do we got there?
Is it Norman?
Hey, it's Mark from Hosscotch.
Hey, Mark.
What's up, buddy?
What's up?
There you are.
What's up, guys?
Sorry, man. I mean, we had a lot of people calling in. You got Black and Tan. You got Norm sitting here with us for the last, 40 minutes. He's pretty much on the phone for 40 minutes.
He's sitting on the corner of the bar.
Yeah, he's good, man.
He's
cracked a few beers. Yeah, no. Listen, you've earned 3/4 of a case of beef jerky, so you're on your way.
Where's the meter? Like,
You guys have
Yeah. Like a fundraiser thermometer.
Yeah.
He's earned his way up to the top. So, Mark.
One of Jerry's kids.
Yeah, exactly. Jerry's kids. This guy. Mark, so you have a big event planned here. We just got off the phone with Graz. He was probably too inebriated to really talk about it.
Graz shit the bed on the announcement, Mark. So
yeah, I'm honestly not going to trust him with it. So I'm going to trust you with it. So why don't you announce the kind of collaboration that you and Gotham Gold Limos have done to create some sort of beer tour here on Long Island. Give us the rundown. And this is first of many. This is like just the first inception of what you guys want to do. You guys want to kind of move beyond that, head into that Bayshore area, head into that Holbrook area, head into that Riverhead area. So just give us the big scoop on what's going on.
And how difficult is Graz to deal with on a professional level?
Oh, my fucking God.
So, I love Graz. I want to say hello to the guys from Dubco and Nap Time.
What's up, homie? What's going on, man?
Hey, it's like you watch the show. It's crazy.
Yeah, you guys got a bunch of beers out there right now.
That's great. Fucking A. I'm on Instagram Live right now.
There's a lot of open beers on the
Joe
table.
says hi, by the way.
This is a beer podcast.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a bunch of people that have checked in and said hello and said what's up. Joe from WA, Melissa from 27A, Alex Arrow Brewing joined. Axe and Arrow came in. Your brother's on. Brothers Cascadia joined in. We'll say hello to Beer Here Now, who came in and said hello. A lot of people checking in, so it's good. It helped because my fucking promotion didn't go through. But anyway, Mark, how you doing?
Jesus.
I get angry at Instagram sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta love those promotions. Sometimes I'll put one up and it doesn't go up for like 3 days.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a timely thing. This show's going off. Fucking approve my shit.
So, Mark, how did the hop event go on Thursday?
No, let's get to about the bus thing. We'll get back to that. Tell me about the bus.
Okay, so the bus tour, we're leaving October 6th from the shop. We're going into Brooklyn. So we're hitting up Grimm, Other Half, and into Borough.
Wow.
So it's going to just be
heard of them. I've heard of them.
An incredible day.
They're just, just some guys around the block.
Cool.
It's like Jenny on the block.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. We're going to do a bunch of tastings at each one, and I'm hoping that Graz is going to be on the bus, so that should be interesting.
I know. He will be on the bus.
Hoping he is or hoping he's not?
Yeah, well.
Interesting.
Well, be honest with you, Graz on the air is Graz, but Anthony outside the air is actually quite pleasant to work with.
Sweetheart.
And he has had a tremendous amount of businesses, and he's a good business guy. So I'm glad this all worked out for you guys. What I'm interested in and what I saw on that flyer that you guys are doing, as much as I appreciate the beer and breweries that you guys are going to visit, I was more interested in Ryan cooking that food. So tell me a little bit about how the fuck that menu came to be. Because for your money, you're not only getting the bus, the beer tastings, but Ryan's cooking you food. So tell me how that came about.
Yeah, Ryan is putting together 3 incredible heroes or sandwiches. I don't even know what he wants to call them.
They're like artisan
sandwiches. I think they're called sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yes. Artisan sandwiches.
There you go.
So I'm excited to have them too. I know
I want one.
He's been brainstorming like for weeks. So
yeah.
I'm excited.
I mean, he came up with a really cool menu. There is some, like, if you look at their flyer and what he's going to cook for everybody and have on the bus. So with your ticket, you're also going to get a beer for the bus.
Yes.
There's going to be a cooler provided so you can bring a couple extra beers for the ride in because it's probably going to be about 45 minutes to an hour ride into Brooklyn.
It's like 6 beers.
You guys are going to have snacks, appetizers, and as well as everyone's going to get their own food. And then you guys are going to visit those breweries and come back out. And, of course, you're going to start at your shop. You're going to end at your shop. Your board, your tap list right now is ridiculous, and people can take beer and go home with it.
Yes, that's what we're hoping.
You should make Graz hit up the White Castle drive-thru on the way home.
No, I don't think he's driving.
Just for the visual.
Oh, the vomit
Nobody,
that's going to happen?
Not right.
No. So you guys are going to take the Bang Bus into New York City.
The Bang Bus.
Yeah, pretty much. Listen, Mark, if I were you, I'm going to be honest with you. I would definitely check that bus with a black light before you start going anywhere. Make sure you have a good seat.
Not the casting couch.
Wink, wink. No.
Good seat, but not the casting couch on the Bang
Wink,
Bus.
wink, buzz, nudge, nudge. Do not go anywhere without black lighting one of those seats. No, it's good. I've been on the bus.
The bus looks great.
Yeah, no, it is. It really is. No, it really is a nice bus. I was on it. We did a comedy tour. We went into the city and did a live show at Public Access, and then we went out and hung out at some bars and breweries. So it was a cool time. And it's a good bus. And he'll get a good driver, and then Graz will be there free to kind of do whatever.
Jesus,
he's not driving. He's just going to be there,
Yeesh.
which means he's too free to do things.
Right.
His ADD is going to kick in. It's going to,
Wow, vaya con Dios, Mark. Best of luck, pal.
But, I mean, Mark, are you looking to kind of make this a recurring thing, like month by month, every few months? What would be the next stop on this brewery tour, bus, Yellow Submarine tour thing you got going on?
So, we are hoping that this is going to be something that's going to continue, and we can collaborate with a bunch of breweries. Whoever wants to have us, we would love to be there. So right now, there isn't anybody specific on the agenda, but we're looking to do it definitely often.
Yeah, it sounds like a great time, and the price was right for what you guys are getting for it. If anyone wants tickets to the Brooklyn tour, go on to Hosscotch on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Actually, how close to being sold out are you, Mark?
We only have 4 tickets.
There you go.
So
wow. So yeah, it's a popular one. It definitely helped by picking, other half. I mean, your selection was dead on.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who that is. Those are too far out of my way. Your selection was good, so I anticipate that once this is a success, you can find some more out here. And like I said, the Bayshore area is a great hub. Holbrook.
Oh yeah.
It'd be great to do a couple every year. And you know what? As much as Untapped
Hudson Valley region. We're learning
the
about
Hudson
tonight.
Valley one would be really cool. That'd be really fucking
strong
cool.
up there now.
These guys only 45
hour and a
minutes?
half. I think you said it took to get down.
Like an hour 20 to get here.
It's not bad at all.
No, it's not bad at all. You know what? We'll talk.
That's an opportunity to drink more beer on the bus.
That's correct. And take beer with you to drink it on the way home.
Boom.
There it is.
That would be a messy bus ride.
Yeah. Well, it's
what are you expecting, Frank?
The bang bus is messy.
Yes.
Sorry.
And it's all Graz's problem in the end anyway, so don't worry about it. Give us the big plug. So I was mentioning where you can get tickets, but you probably know better, so go ahead and tell us where you can find your tickets for that. There's only 4 tickets left, so go ahead and tell us where you can get them.
Yeah, so the 4 tickets left. You can hit us up on our link is on Instagram, so it's Hops with 2 S, Scotch NY, or go to our website, hopscotchny.com, and tickets are available right there as soon as you click on.
That's right. And listen, if you're in the Deer Park area, go by the shop. He's got a lot of great beer on tap. He's got a lot of great beer in the shop.
Coloring books for the kids.
Coloring books.
I found out.
Keep them busy.
Gentlemen.
Yes. Cheese, meat, food. Ryan's preparing appetizers.
2 Big Jerks jerky available.
2 big, and they checked in, by the way, as well as a bunch of other people. Hail by Mon says Dubco rocks, so there you go. And WA Meadwerks says...
I don't know who that is, but he's right.
WA Meadwerks says Lyndon Hurst.
Hail Satan.
Long Beach says, yo! Long Beach, if you're still listening, you might be, give us a call. We'd like to hear the update. And Brett, thanks a lot for wearing the Wort shirt. On your latest Instagram post. We appreciate it. Mark, thanks a lot for the call, man. We appreciate it, and we'll get those last 4 tickets sold, and you're off and running.
Thank you, guys. And if anybody hasn't seen our twist on the pumpkin beer, you got to come down and see it.
Well, now I'm interested. Go ahead and talk about it.
So Ryan, this is all Ryan's idea because we didn't want to put sugar on our rims of our glasses because we're upset.
Thank fucking God.
So
we put it in
got
the beer.
pumpkin with cream.
So we put it on the bottom of the glass.
So we're serving it out of a mini gourd. You're drinking it from the squash. Yeah, what are you doing now?
So we're topping it off. We've got what do we got? Good Gourd by Cigar City.
Oh,
so we're
okay.
topping it off. It's actually a pumpkin yam.
Yam. Go ahead and yam it up there, guy.
So we're topping it off with pumpkin whipped cream,
Mhm.
cinnamon, and a apple crisp wafer.
Oh, that's not a bad twist. It's almost like a shake.
You fancy, huh?
Yeah, you fancy.
I assume that's Pinky's out on that beer at that point.
Do you guys not like drinking beer?
Paper straws.
My man.
Paper straws. All right, buddy.
Thanks for calling in, Mark.
Go over to Hosscotch Bottle Shop in Deer Park and check them out. And then obviously have that new twist on pumpkin. It's going to be a fun time.
Yes, Dubco, nap time. Thank you, guys.
Cheers,
See you
homie.
soon, brother.
Cheers, bud.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Cheers.
Later. Norman, you're really earning your keep right now.
Seriously, hanging in for the long haul.
7
cases of jerky.
7/8 COA jerky.
I got you on. Got you on the air right now for 51 minutes. You're really keeping it real there, buddy.
And now we're breaking out the fancy stuff.
Oh well, I haven't tasted the Icarus collab, so make sure you save a little Icarus collab for me.
Plenty in here.
All right, good. All right, I fucking love Icarus.
Oh, good
we got to
Lord,
talk
that
about all this because
smells
we've been on the phone for the last 40 minutes.
And Norm, what are you drinking
51 minutes.
Well, I actually have from Mainstay in Philly.
Okay.
Which one is this one? This is the Overhand. It's a hop forward lager. It is not bad at all.
You know, that's what I look for in my beers.
It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Is it sticker on your cooler worthy?
Every fucking day?
Yeah, it is.
No, it's an ongoing joke, I think, amongst
Now,
all us
you
brewers.
can't give people too many compliments. They get complacent.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, keep everyone on their toes there, Norman.
This doesn't suck.
The greatest compliment I can give you is, this is not bad at all. That means it's all good.
AKA, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe,
I
Joe
appreciate
and
the
I
rundown.
and the guys, the brothers Sims from a Small Craft have a running joke on the. It's actually pretty good. We're gonna do a three-way collab, and we're gonna call it. It's actually pretty good. 'Cause we all get
that.
all the
We
time.
get that every week in the tap room.
Yeah.
And it's like, really?
Like,
well,
thanks,
we're
I
not
don't
going
suck
for
at
bad.
my job.
Can you have another
Hey,
bullet point that I
you
can
didn't
work
shit
on?
the bed.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's like, well, I don't like the stout, but this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm guilty of saying
In my
shit like
spicy
that.
moments,
I'll be
I just
honest.
say, "Oh, you actually have a palate. Very good."
I'm guilty of that.
Can't wait to
I'll be
come to
honest.
work and sass you, too.
We had Stretch from Brewers Collective, who's like 6'8" and 350, and could snap me like a twig. And I told him his vanilla, barrel aged stout.
Oh yeah.
The
that
Duke.
actually sounds kind of good.
Okay, yeah.
Duke is
I'm
good.
like, I really
like
don't
that.
like stouts.
I love me some TBC stouts.
Yeah,
you know?
Good
That
Lord,
actually
that
sounds
was
pretty good.
that was not the right
Well,
thing to
Pete's
say.
not a
I
huge...
don't like stouts.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. Like working in the tasting room and stuff, you just get that all the time, and people's like,
You know what it is?
"Oh."
Like,
It's like, I don't like IPAs, but that's actually pretty good. And it's like, thank you so much. Would you like a full pour of it?
There you go.
Sure.
Quick shout out
you know,
to...
it's not everyone's palate is. My palate sucks.
100%.
Probably.
That's your brain having a fart, not knowing what to say.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
But it's just like you don't know where the customers come from too, and
not only that,
what
it's-
they've had before as IPAs. It's like,
Think of
this is
how
probably
good it
just
has to
bad
be to
brewing
surprise
practice.
someone who's had 1 million IPAs and hated 999,000 of them, and now he tastes yours, and that's the one that turns him around.
And then he says it's actually pretty okay.
Yeah,
it's pretty okay.
Thank you, sir.
Quick shout out, Larry and Larry from Spider Bites joining in, saying hello.
What's up, Larry?
Beer Swipers, another
Hey, what's up,
blog
guys?
online that we follow, and we're at the Fifth Hammer Brewing Company show. We got a bunch of those guys in. They're
Happy anniversary, Larry, by the way.
Yeah, they had their,
Yeah, Larry.
5 years?
Happy anniversary.
8? Jesus
8 years.
Christ. Ridiculous.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you guys.
Sorry, I'm
some
not
of
coming
the-
to Germany, Larry.
Oh,
You going to Germany?
he invited you?
We planned a trip. I bailed. Go to Italy instead. It's okay.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah.
Europe.
All the pasta.
Europe. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
All right, listen, let's take a quick break because now I do have to pee.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
we've been drinking for a long time. I'm going to say goodbye to our
Shotgun
friends.
sink.
Yeah. we're not gonna cross streams. We're gonna say
Norm,
goodbye to
you're a
Instagram.
peach.
Thanks a lot, Norm, for joining us.
Norm,
It's the
you're
Word
the
Mike and
best.
Pete on Instagram. Thanks for everyone checking in. We'll be back there, and we'll share that.
You guys
Wow,
have
we
a
had a
great
lot of
night.
people check in. And Norman,
You know we will.
I love
buddy,
you,
thanks a
Norm.
lot for
I'll
staying
see
on
you
the phone
soon.
for the entire segment, pretty
Norm,
much.
you're a trooper, buddy.
You know,
Yeah, man.
I fully expect my case of jerky, though. I will come to you. to get my
Well,
case of jerky.
in order, we are a
shake 'em
non-profit
Yeah.
podcast.
Very
We'll
much
bring
not a
it back up.
profit.
We got the Coronado brothers
Norm,
here. We'll
yeah.
make it
Bad
happen.
connection.
Wait, here,
No.
Norman. When's the next time you're going to be into the brewery? Into nap time, I should say.
Probably this weekend.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I have some beef jerky with me today. Well, I'll do it in
How
good
did
faith.
you not eat it?
I'll do it in good faith. I'll give you all of the jerky that I have here, and it's a couple of different bags. I promise I don't double dip with my fingers licked. And I'm going to give them
I can't
to
make
the
that
boys
promise.
here, and they're going to bring them up to you. I want you to try some of this jerky. There's a whole bunch of different flavors. There's a beer What it was?
All I know is Two Big Jerks Jerky makes 14 varieties of beef jerky.
And 14 all varieties. Delicious.
They're all fucking delicious,
phenomenal.
and I had them all in one day. And that was the worst hangover I've ever had.
So
But it
much
was
salt.
awesome.
It was good.
Or
Yes,
was it?
Too much salt.
it was a little bit of salt.
God damn.
I wonder how
They
they
make a
cure
car-
all.
There's a carne asada jerky.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Which,
That's my
fuck
jam.
yes.
All right,
it's
Norm.
it's
There might be a
as
couple bags
awesome as it
missing.
sounds.
So
Anyway,
Norm, I'm gonna give it to the boys, but here's something I gotta say. I'm not gonna promise they're not gonna eat it all before they bring it back up there. So whatever they have left, you can have, and then when you kind of come down here for a little, pleasure time down on Long Island.
Wait, what?
Pete and I, when you come down to Pleasure Town, Pete and I will.
Is that place reopen now, Pleasure Town?
Yes, it is open to the
The
public.
permits were held up for a while, but they finally got passed, and it's going to be great.
Everything's coming up. The Wort. Pete and I will go out with you. We'll go over to Dubco and hang out and visit a couple of the local breweries, and I will have some beef jerky for you. I promise you that.
Now I know why I was born. Thank you so much, gentlemen. You've been a delight.
Thanks a lot,
Thanks,
buddy.
Norm.
Appreciate you for
Have a
calling
great
in.
night.
Cheers, Norm.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Later.
That's fucking awesome.
Wow, dude, you got some characters up there. Shit, we got to bring him down here.
Oh, no.
Get
How
him on
many
the show.
different types of bacon jerky?
I think
are
there was
available
6.
for this?
6 bacon jerkies,
Not
and
enough.
a lot of them were
Not
beef,
enough.
pork. You know,
they're good.
that maple honey,
Everything.
everything.
Yeah,
it
one
just
of
melts
them
in
was
your mouth.
Weird
shit.
maple
There were-
bullshit.
Out of all the
Yeah.
14, I think there was like one variety that was just a little too spicy for me because I'm a little bitch.
Was it the ghost pepper or the North
I don't even know.
Carolina?
One of them was like, all right, there's a little too
the
spicy.
Kakalakis hot
But the
pepper or
real
whatever
fucking
that
good-
was.
The carne asada one was.
Yeah, it was a real deal. All right, let's take a
that's the
quick break.
balls.
This is We're with Mike at Pete, GovsRadio.com. Again, we are live on YouTube, on Facebook, and on our website, GovsRadio.com. If you want to give us a call, this segment was all about fucking phone calls, let me tell you. This is the Word with Mike at Pete, GovsRadio.com. Give us a call, 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515, and we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back right after this. Or not. I mean, why doesn't this play?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, hold on. Why the fuck does this not play? Oh, that's because I muted it because it was playing other things in it. All right, so we'll just cut that out. We're back.
Govs Radio.
You're listening to Govs Radio, streaming live 24/7. Visit govsradio.com for our show schedule and upcoming studio events.
Govs Radio.
You're listening to The Wort on Govs Radio.
Hey, moron, it's pronounced the Wort.
What the hell is a wort?
It's pronounced the Wort.
What is it? The wort? Yeah, okay, I'll do that again. This is The Wort on Govs Radio.
It is the Wort. Not wart, not fort, not short. The Wort.
I'm sorry, I just don't know what that means. When do you guys start drinking?
Who says we haven't been drinking?
Where's mine? If I say it correctly this time, can I have a drink?
We'll think about it.
You're listening to The Wort on Govs Radio.
Yeah, we're back. This is the Word with Mike at Pete, GovsRadio.com. We are live here at Governor's Comedy Club. And we are live on GovsRadio.com. We are live on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube. We probably won't get blocked till after we hit stop because of the amount of music we play all the time. And then we'll put ourselves back up on replays in the next few days. So check us out. If you go on to our Instagram, we have a link tree in our bio
good,
that
right?
says where you can find us in our podcast version. So you can go on to the Hopped Up Network, a national and now international platform for beer podcasts all around the country and now the world. And, of course, you can go on to iTunes and Spotify. We are on rotation at govsradio.com when they're not live. And laughable.com, which is a great platform. And then I'll edit the video down.
That little program called iTunes?
Yeah, I said iTunes and Spotify.
I wasn't paying attention.
That's okay. And then YouTube, I'll edit the video
Is
down.
there going to be a test?
Yes.
It might be
Quizzes.
Scantron.
Scantron.
Number 2 pencil only.
Yes. Shit. So now you know you're
I'm number 3.
It's right up my alley right now, just so you guys know. And yeah, of course we just ended very abruptly.
What?
That was me. Sorry.
What do you have in there?
I had the double IPA.
The
Space
from
Weedian.
Nap Time.
Yes.
Fuck, you need to try it.
Yeah, I know. I haven't tasted it yet. So we've
let's
gone through
talk about that.
so much beer. Well, I want to just slow down. So the
you want to stay in the present and work back?
Yeah, let's do that. I like that idea.
Work,
yeah, I like that idea.
So right now we have a Space Weedian. It's a double IPA, and it's meant to evoke this feeling of walking into a grow room.
All right.
And it's one of my favorite memories of being in Rochester, just having
Define
friends.
grow room?
Marijuana grow room.
Bingo.
Never smoked marijuana.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's fine, though.
And I can
I
can neither confirm nor deny any sort of
partaking.
Well, I've been to plenty of concerts, so...
No, it's different
Is
when
it?
it's wet and growing. Yeah,
Yeah?
it's
All
a
right.
very
I'll take your word for it.
pungent,
That's what she said.
awesome.
Giggity.
Yeah, that
Ding.
wet dankness is how I would
you
describe
definitely
it.
get that in this space.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
it's delicious.
How do you
Thank
get
you.
that? That'd be the question.
A lot of hop oil. So the
Oh, so using an oil as opposed to...
no, just like saturation of dry
Okay,
hop.
all right.
But the base of it is two pretty stinky hops,
Okay.
Apollo and Summit.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then
Apollo, did you say?
Apollo, yeah. Love that hop. It's really cool.
I've not
very
had it before, I don't
versatile.
think.
Pretty
West Coast, right?
underutilized these days.
I
I'd
think
say.
so.
Yeah.
Super high oil. I get like huge tangerine from it, but also like marijuana. I like both those things.
But
a
then
lot.
there's that.
And then so like the theory of this is setting down like the dankness on the hot side.
Yeah.
Keeping the beer super dry and lean.
It is.
Yeah.
And then just like balancing with the sweetness from the dry hop.
It
So
definitely
it's-
has a dryness of like a West Coast. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
well, that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
Like Summit is
I'm a big fan
Washington, right? Washington State and Cascade as well. But then you got where's Apollo from? Is it definitely a West Coast?
Well,
but,
Hopsteiner grows it, so it's out on the West Coast, but
Okay.
they probably
It's a
also
big
grow it
Sapporo
in,
hop, right?
in Germany.
Ooh,
Isn't
Maybe it's super high alpha.
Yeah.
I should have brought my
It's,
my
it's a
32 ounce of
stinky boy.
Sapporo, which I have in
I
my
had
house right now.
Oh god, I love Sapporo.
So yeah, like I like my beers to be very drinkable because I believe beer should be consumed in like more than one.
Massive quantities.
Yeah, like, pretty much.
So five dudes shouldn't be split in a 16-ounce can.
No. And if you can't drink
That's
two
bad
of
for
them,
business,
that's,
man.
But what happens if you have a case of 16-ounce cans? Then we can definitely.
then you will be
split.
fucking drunk.
Yes.
But so like balancing out the dryness
this.
and
Yes. Yeah, no
everything
shit.
else with the sweetness from the dry hop.
Oh, it's 8.2.
So
Great.
it's actually 8. It's higher than that.
Okay.
It's a mosaic. It's 8.5, right?
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
still
All
in
right.
spec.
It's right there.
Promise.
You're right on there.
8.5.
0.3, you're good.
Yeah.
Plus
It
or
is.
minus 10%.
All right. Mosaic, Meridian, and Waimea is like the new iteration of Space Weedian.
Oh, so that's not what you. This is not with the Apollo, or this is?
No, it is. That's
Okay.
Apollo and Summit are hot side.
Okay.
Dry hop, Mosaic,
Got it, okay.
Meridian, Waimea.
Wow.
Just to kind of give it some balance or like the perception of some sweetness.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be too sharp. It'd be
It'd just be super dry.
Right.
And like stinky.
Hmm.
So
But
I
either
like
way-
that tension.
Yes. No, it's good. It's a good balance.
Tension.
It's drinkable. That's for damn sure. And I like a good. See, if Graz was back on the
Never
phone, he'd
really
be like,
heard Meridian.
I like a 6.9, 7.8. No, I like an 8.9 to a 12. That's where
great.
my shit goes.
I don't,
We had that.
Thank you.
We do have that. I
Coincidentally.
know.
It's super fresh.
We have
If you want
a
to abuse some science, we
abuse
can do
that thing.
Yeah, this is my business partner Andrea's favorite beer, and I
can
Really?
see why.
She goes into super Benandria mode after about 3 of them, and it's pretty special.
Ooh.
That's
She gets
impressive. 3
she
of
gets
those.
sassy and
Nothing-
saucy all at
Ain't
once.
nothing to fuck with.
Yep. Andrea's not.
That
one
would
to
be
fuck with.
another one. Ain't nothing to fuck with the little asterisk in the U.
That must have been done by now.
It's very good.
I
don't know what I don't have.
Cool, man.
Then
That's
we-
what I'm
I
going
don't know
for.
what else to say. It's
Awesome.
really good. I like
Thank
it.
you.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Who's that? Grass? Grass?
Grass, yeah, grass a
Anthony
day.
Were
Graziday.
you chewing gum?
Yes, indeed.
Get that ASMR.
Indeed, you
right
are.
now.
Let me take a look at that can again, because I'm a fan of all the artwork that this person is putting together. This woman is putting
She's
together
killing
for you.
it.
She's awesome.
Dude, that's ridiculous. They got like some alien mushrooms and a huge, what amounts to look a spider.
If someone drew that, that would be impressive. The fact that they're cutting that
right out of paper.
What's that like? That saying like if you put 1,000 chimps in a room for
For 1,000 years, you'll
yeah,
get,
you'd end up with
Hamlet or
Shakespeare.
something?
Yeah, I would never be able to do that with.
Not
Best of times, it was the blurts of times.
Put 1,000 chips in the room, we'd be on the word podcast.
So how do you? Let me. This is an easy question, just artwork wise. How do you convert what she did into paper from paper into what you have on the thing? Is there a scanner? Or
Digital
like,
scans, yeah.
Just digital scans. Okay.
No, and she's super productive. So every month I'll probably get 20 or 30 new pieces of art, and then I just get to look through them It's
That's
cool
the one
because
that
like
represents
the
it.
So what
art
does that
is-
look like?
The art is
Just-
just like, oh yeah, that's obviously going to be that
Right.
beer.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's really.
That's
it
super
made it very
interesting to think
easy.
about that.
Is that like just like a hobby she does with like the paper cutting? Like, is that just?
I think that's what she does.
Huh.
Just straight up, like she's an artist.
Miss my calling, man.
That's fucking
missed the
cool.
call.
I didn't.
I did.
I could never in
Break
a
out the
fucking
scissors,
million
let's go.
goddamn
Yeah.
years. I'd be more likely to cut my wrist than fucking create something like that.
Sounds about like a P
True
comment.
story.
If you want to cut your wrist, give us a call, 516-465-3910, 516-513-0515. Phone lines are open to talk to Chris, Vinny, Alex, and Raphael. I don't know why I said Vinny. I don't know where that Vinny came
I'm
from.
Vincent today. Thank you.
Are you? Yes.
Have we
Hi,
ever
Vincent.
had a Vinny on the show?
Never. I don't even know where that came
remember,
from.
Vinny Bag of Donuts?
Hey,
God damn it.
Vinny.
Friends with Graz.
We're still giving away tickets to the everyone we've had on. We've known, so we really can't give tickets to those people. As much as I wanted to give it to Norm, I don't think he'd make it down here for the beer fest. So everyone
It'd be a
else,
blast if he did, though.
it would be fucking fantastic. I would love to have him on
gonna kill
all
it.
day with
He's
us
so
About to call back
at
in
the
right
at the
now.
full
That's
beer
only-
fest. It'd be fantastic. So we're cranking through some beers here, and if you're watching on Instagram, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or on our website, gubsradio.com, you'll see that we put them all up here. What's the matter? What's the matter?
Never mind.
Oh.
Something you need to air out?
No,
It's quite a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never mind. Nope. Not for public consumption.
Inside baseball?
Inside baseball.
Okay, all right. We'll leave that. You have another 8 points? Yeah.
You're a Met
Yeah,
fan,
we've
aren't
got a
you?
bunch of them.
Oh,
No,
boy.
not baseball related.
No, it's just the way we refer to things that are inside
gotcha.
the show.
Gotcha.
So moving backwards, for my beers that we've had, we also had Fika, which is a Swedish-inspired milk stout with cardamom, coffee, vanilla, and chocolate. It's a gift to my new brother-in-law from Sweden who married my little sister. And so
One of my favorite bands is from Sweden.
Meshuggah?
ABBA?
In Flames.
ABBA.
By the way,
that was a
Dynamite
good
drop.
Wasn't from Meshuggah.
ABBA?
Not bad.
Wait, what was the real band?
break balls, man.
miss
In
it.
Flames.
Oh, In Flames. Okay.
Yeah, so Fika in Sweden is
Or,
coffee time.
Avatar, also from Sweden. Sweden has a great fucking metal scene.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Nordic region really loves
Absolutely.
brutal fucking metal, which is awesome. So yeah, Fika is coffee time in Sweden. So like you sit down, have coffee and some pastries with friends or coworkers.
Love the cardamom in there. Love
Yeah,
it.
and
Great
the
beer.
interesting thing, thank you, friend. In Sweden, they use that as their baking spice instead of like cinnamon,
Yeah.
or nutmeg or anything. So, it was a gift.
It's a deeper spice. It's
Yeah.
more rounded.
I really love it because it's kind of like a chameleon. Like sometimes it's spicy, sometimes it's cinnamony, sometimes it is full on cardamom, and it's just like cool how you can revisit the same liquid and it changes.
I like it despite myself.
Good.
And we drank it a little warm, which I think helped
Yeah.
that, come out fully.
Totally.
The meal's not over until you hate yourself. That's what I always
Jim
say.
Gaffigan. No, Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.,
Louis
yeah.
C.K. Yeah.
It's a great.
The meal's not over when you're full. The meal is over when you hate yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a fat man, I identify
does
with
drinking.
that.
Yeah. Same thing with drinking.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is the word with Mike. Boy, hold on. I get him locked in. This is the word with Mike at PeteGubsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone?
O'Toole.
Oh, it's Graz. You calling back,
Hey,
second
hold on a
time
minute.
caller.
I'm
How
at
you doing, buddy?
Noodles in Manhattan. Is Dennis Murphy called the show?
No, actually,
No.
Dennis Murphy has not called the show tonight.
He's calling me personally. I'm getting a little nervous.
Why? What's the matter?
I don't know. I think he's stalking me.
Well, that's okay.
You don't think you can handle that?
No. Shut up.
All right.
All right,
Get
Graz,
to
I gotta promote something because you guys are going to be playing ping pong against the Anthony Rodia show. What is the date?
No,
Where is the place?
Jim Ray's show.
Oh, it's
Ray's
Jim Rea now. I thought it was Anthony Rodia.
No, Anthony Revio's too good for the show. He won't play.
Okay, he's got too many listeners.
He's
Give
got
us,
too many listens.
do me a favor. Give me the big promotion because I meant to do that before and I missed you when we did it.
All right. So Sunday night, it's Jim Ray against Graz for a ping pong tournament. Jim's playing for St. Jude's. I'm playing for Autism Speaks.
That's good.
And whoever wins, there's bets behind you. I think I have like 300 bets on me. And
Wait, the bets came off
Where
the
can we
wall.
donate to this, Graz?
Wait, I got
Pete,
the
I
bets
want-
right here. So
Pete,
these
I
are
wanna-
this is a
Pete,
pretty
I wanna
good
have
list
sex-
of bets right now that are going on. If in fact you'd like to throw down your bet on who would win. By the way, Rhea doesn't look like he's really pulling in the cash. It looks like you are all in.
Are you kidding me? I'm the fucking biggest thing on that show.
And there
Graz,
you go.
do you win if you throw the ping pong paddle at the guy's face?
Pete, are you coming on? Yes, I will.
Well, then my money's on you because I.
Are you coming Sunday night, Pete?
Is it
what's Sunday
this
night?
coming Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just check my calendar.
I don't even know what's going on.
Hey, is Dubco still there?
Yes, they're here.
Yes, sir.
Dubco,
What's up?
you got like a dark stout with chocolate with nips in it. You
I
think?
do. It's actually here right now.
Let's talk about the abusive stout.
This version has coffee, Turkish coffee from Cyrus Coffee Roasters in Bayshore.
Nah, I don't like that.
No, it's because the chocolate isn't on his nipples. That's what it is. Watch. Yeah, Graz, tell us a little bit about your idea of a chocolate stout.
Well, Charlie wants to make me like a 9.7.
Charlie from 1940s Brewing Company.
I bet he
Yeah,
For a little
1940s.
background, for some reason, Charlie Becker from 1940s and Graz get along really, really well.
It really doesn't surprise me, but okay.
Hey, Pete, why don't you go fuck yourself, all right? He likes me. And I'm the
Hey, that's my
son.
personal time. I do that on my personal time.
Oh, there it is.
All right, well, Charlie likes me. So
Yes.
Charlie's going to make me about a 9.7 stout with a little chocolate flavor in there, with a little caramel, and I'm going to
Beer style does not matter. Alcohol ABV is all that matters. Graz, we're drinking a phenomenal 8.2% beer right now.
Yeah, you're actually missing out today. 'cause
It's got a
there's
green
ton
label
of different beers
and
out
it's
here.
delicious. And that's all you need to know.
I hate you guys.
I love you. And
Yeah, you know
seriously,
what?
are you going to back to school night tomorrow or not, Graz?
No, I'm not.
I'm not. Yeah, he needs a study buddy.
Somehow our kids ended up in the same second grade class this year.
Pete,
I'm
I
sorry.
hope that the
I'm
teacher
so
turns to you
sorry.
And says your kid's got disabilities. No, I'm kidding. I apologize.
Dude, she's got disability. She's got me as a father. That's her fucking disability. Poor fucking
So who
kid.
else is with besides Dubco? Who's with you?
So I mentioned before when you were on the phone, we have Alex and Raphael from Nap Time. They're from
How's that
Rockland
fourth bottle of
County,
wine,
upstate, and they made the trek an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes to come down here and be on the show today.
What's up, Grease?
Hey, what's their names? Alex and Julio? Who?
Yes, exactly. Grease, he said that he's excited to be here,
Victor
and
and
he's
Rapino.
very disappointed that you aren't here to say hello to him.
Well, listen, let me tell you something. I drive to Poughkeepsie and Newburgh all the time.
Oh.
Oh, come visit.
I pass Rockland all the time.
Oh, stop by the brewery. We're open Thursday through Sunday.
There you go.
Really? What
Yes.
time do
Really?
you open until?
What time do you guys open on a Thursday?
Thursday 3 to 9.
All right, so then basically any time in the mid to late afternoon, both Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah, we like to sleep.
Mike, do we have any big
I don't
announcements
blame
coming
you.
up? Do we have any big announcements coming
We announced
up? or-
your brewery tour with
your bang bus
with Hosscotch.
Oh. Ron
Announcements
Ron?
at nap time. I have a barrel-aged stout with vanilla and blackberry. Angels of Angel of Darkness, Demons of
Extra
Light.
chocolate on the nipples. That's
right.
Yeah,
No,
and
I
I have a
want
bunch of
chocolate.
beer that I'm sure you're going to be really happy to consume.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Holy
Michael,
No,
you
no.
like it,
Dark.
Michael?
You get the label of approval over here.
Michael, when's our next off-site
If you think I was going to.
Off-site, we're going to be in Farmingdale on October 19th at the Farmingdale Beer Fest.
Oh, we're going to be drunk like a fucking idiot.
Fucking
yeah.
A, we will.
Dude, Uber all the way home.
Yeah. Oh, you
Pete,
can walk
I'll take,
home,
Pete,
for
I'll
Christ's
take
sake.
you home. Pete, Pete I'll take you home.
Promise?
Now we're
Dubco,
rolling.
Dubco,
Yeah.
What's up?
Dubco.
Yep.
How many beers you got on tap right now?
Ooh,
10.
good question. I didn't ever ask you what's on your
God,
your
why
board
you
right
asking
now.
me this? Why you
I know.
asking me
I'm
this?
putting you on the spot. I apologize.
I want to say we have.
Get your shit together, all right?
Guy, I make the beer. I don't sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
We got
Back of house, not front of house.
OFK. We have Watch Hill, Berry Necessary, Dubco IPA.
There's a bunch of beer on there.
Dub Light, Abuse of Stout,
always been
Abuse
like
of
Abuse of Stout's
Science
good.
2. How many was that, Graz?
That's
Help me out
6.
here.
I got
6?
5. No, that's 6.
Come on,
I gotta tell you
that's
something. I walked into your place about a year ago.
Yeah.
When the work first started, and the guy turns to me and he goes, "Get out, please."
Because
Who are you? I go,
because you
"I'm
said,
Brad
"Hey,
from the work."
fucker," what
Get
the word?
fuck out.
Well, that wasn't very nice. You didn't represent us very well, did you?
Yeah, well, I mean, the work was being done on the other half, and the tap room
Oh,
was
that's
still
true.
open. So
Yeah.
I went there for my birthday last summer with my wife, and we had a lovely time.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, you guys got a nice space stuff, though. You're doing a good job.
I
It is a
appreciate
cool
that.
space, for
I
sure.
appreciate that.
You know what I really like, and I'll be honest, that second level.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's nice? The when we looked for a very long time for that spot, and when we found it, We had a very specific criteria. You wanted to be near a kind of like a Main Street area, close to Main Street, Bayshore, Babylon, whatever.
Right.
Off the
you want off the beaten path, but yet still.
And we got
accessible.
lucky. That's the only industrial area between Sunrise and Montauk Highway, between like Babylon Village and Sayville. So we found a little diamond in the rough.
Very specific.
Yeah, no, I had very
But
specific criterion, and we were lucky to find that. And that little
You're there
loft
2
area.
years now, right?
No.
5.
5?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed 3.
That's
I
all right.
apologize.
That's all right.
I've been comatose for 3.
I know. Listen. I'm missing a couple of brain cells myself.
Same.
There you go.
But,
Same, Graz.
Yeah, that little loft area was already there. And then we had that big screen.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
Absent
was already
projector.
there.
Real? And what was it being used for? Just storage?
That
and
was an
stuff?
office. That whole loft area. I cut that in half and opened it up to the ceiling.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was a projector screen in an office. I don't know why you need a big screen like that in an office, but it was there. So
All the time. I promise you.
Well, this goes back to like the Bang Bus, right?
Right.
Who knows what was going on up there?
Right. Well, things
Bang
things
Bus
were
is
going
the
on.
best thing in the world.
I cut that room in half.
Yeah.
And opened it up, to the ceiling.
Raph,
and
don't
left
go
it,
crazy. Don't worry about it.
Oh no,
brother, good.
Yeah.
I got lucky. That was all there.
You're
Already.
good, bud.
Well, it's nice because now you have the projector there. So now you're projecting, like 70 inches?
110.
110?
Anything bigger than 5 inches is
Well,
impressive
he knows
to
project.
me.
Yeah.
So.
I'm hanging about 7 right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
How many
good night,
Pinot
Graz. You having a
Noirs
good
have
night.
you drank?
Well, I didn't hear that. What'd you say?
How many Pinot Noirs have you drank tonight?
It's called Pinot Noir.
Pinot.
Dude, we found this restaurant on 64th and Madison.
Uh-huh.
We went through 4 bottles of fucking $125 of wine, and now we're at Macanudo's, and there's prostitutes everywhere right now.
Prostitutes?
Graz, how do I become your friend?
Yeah. Bring a couple in the Bang Bus and bring them out here.
Macanudo sounds like the band that Ricky Martin started. What's that?
If Dubco didn't
That's not it.
If Dubco didn't do business with Taps and
Menudo.
Taps, they do business with me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know what you're saying. That's...
Nobody knows what you're saying.
So are you promising
Taps
now?
and apps? I love taps and apps.
There's only 4 tickets left for your brewery tour. You're going to have some 4 tickets that are going to go right to prostitutes?
No. What's going to happen?
Why not?
We're going to sell the other tickets, and then me, you, and our wives are going to have a good time.
All right.
With Mark from Hosscotch.
I do like that. I would love to go, but we have something going on that weekend, and I would love to go, but I can't.
You're a fucking jerk.
I really wish I could. You don't know how much I want to go.
Hopscotch. We're trying to. We've been talking
Don't
about.
you know
the
this guy's a
Bang Bus
celebrity?
race.
He's
Time
busy,
out.
man.
I know.
Time
He loves
out.
his dick.
Time out. Time out. We've been talking about the Bang Bus for a year and a half.
Yeah.
We finally got it going.
Yeah.
And you got something to do?
And you didn't fucking tell us. I didn't get a phone call at all, Graz.
I didn't get a date.
I invited you, Pete.
When?
I invited you. I told you October
Yeah, no,
6th.
he did. He
Told
did.
you 3 years ago.
I know. Seriously.
Well, listen, if I can
Wait,
make
is it
something
Grease
happen,
and
I might.
Grass or-
I'll move some stuff around if I have
the
to,
name?
but we'll figure something out. All right?
Why wouldn't you come, Michael?
Because we have. I have
What
family.
beverage options do you have for pregnant women?
So what? She'll come and hang out with us.
Actually, Ryan
I'll
actually makes
entertain her.
soda at Hopscotch. He makes
Does?
non-alcoholic soda. Yeah, he's a
Does.
soda
That's
jerk.
right. That's right.
Not
He
being a
does.
jerk, he's a soda
He
jerk.
really is a soda jerk. He really does make
Why not
homemade
be
sodas.
jerks?
Go DDH soda.
There you go. Yeah,
it's
double
soda.
dry up soda. I love it.
Yeah. Hey, he's a soda jerk.
Yeah.
Listen, Mark's going to give us some bread. Your pregnant wife will eat bread. won't she,
Dude,
Pete?
his
Dude,
fucking
Mark
bread is
makes homemade bread
yeah, it's
that'll
pretty
make you want to
goddamn
slap
good.
your mama. It's fucking ridiculous.
I'm in.
All right. Listen,
right.
we're gonna go. We got more to talk about. We got so many beers
I'll
on
see
this
you later,
table right
Graz.
now. We need to drink.
So
So
basically, you tell me I bored you enough.
love
Yeah,
you, buddy.
exactly.
That's correct.
You actually entertained tonight, Graz. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you were actually.
It's good to hear from you, buddy.
Yo.
Dubco.
Yo.
Dubco.
Yo.
Go fuck yourself.
Gladly. Gladly.
Hey, I hope you
Most
get a
action
flat
I got
tire
all
going-
week.
Hey, I hope you got a flat tire going back to Rockland County.
No,
fucking
that's
hooligan.
not nice.
How do we hang up on him?
All right,
He doesn't.
dude.
You
He's
get the
already
wrong guys.
Fucker.
You're mixing us up.
Bye, Graz. We love you.
All right.
Well, he definitely did it to himself.
Can we talk about the abuse of
So
Stout
well,
here?
here's the problem with him on the
abuse of
phone. Really,
Graz?
really quick. Yeah, the abuse. Holy shit.
I mean, that's what we
All right, hold
basically
on.
did tonight.
But
right?
let me just clarify this, just so you guys know, so you don't think that your bad juju is from Graz. If he was
a
in
dick.
studio,
He's a dick.
Oh, yeah,
He's
no,
a
I can
dick.
tell.
He's
On
the
air.
heel.
That's your
He's
shtick.
the heel.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
Off
That's
air,
cute.
We
he
are
would
in Long
hug you
Island,
and
right?
caress you
Yeah.
nicely, and you felt like you were being rocked like a baby. in
And
his
somehow our kids ended up in the same second grade classes here.
Yes,
hearing that.
indeed.
Yeah.
This is the word Mike at peakupsradio.com. Give us a call 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515.
Joe, where
Boom,
you
I
at?
did it fast. Abuse of stout. You guys are digging this over here. I went into the Secatog collab, which I really do like.
That was fun. That was a fun one. You know,
Give us a little background about that
I
one.
know you guys have had Secatog
Yes.
guys on.
Ken and the fam are.
Ken and the family Sly over there.
Yeah.
Those are my boys. I told you during the break that they're actually my neighbors. They Kenny,
crazy.
It really is crazy. Kenny lives around the block from me. He lives behind me, and our kids go to school together. We're great friends. So once he was open, I was like, when you're ready, let's do some fun stuff together. So
He had to take his hits for the first few weeks, months, or whatever,
yeah,
and
man.
figure it out. And then once he gets comfortable, he's right in there.
Yeah. So I kind of threw the ball in his court. What do you want to do? And his idea was, I don't think I've ever seen a beer brew with papaya. Papaya is hard to find.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
So another thing we also mess around with is using kveikis, which is like Norwegian wild yeast.
Cool.
Ooh, I didn't know that was in there.
Yep.
That's
so
pretty cool.
we fucked around
really
with that.
Did you
And
ferment
if
that at like 95?
Yep.
Jesus.
I don't even know what that means.
Days?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that's
Can you,
fucking cool.
for the ignorant like myself, can you please share?
You mad ignorant.
So
yeah.
I don't know what it means either. I'm
Normal ale yeast, for the uninitiated brewer.
Yeah.
Brews around 68 to 72 degrees.
Okay.
Usually takes week, 2 weeks, to finish out. We've been isolating strains from Norway. That's called Kvek, and Kvek people in that region have their own strain of house yeast.
Okay.
And basically, you could ferment it at any temperature. This one fermented up in the upper 90s.
Wow.
So if it ferments that hot, I assume it's quicker because you don't have to cool the beer down as fast.
Well, not
Is
only that, it's quicker just because that's the genetic profile of that yeast. It wants to ferment hot and fast, and it happens cleanly.
They keep hanging up. Hold on,
So-
because I want to hear more about this. This is the word Mike at peakupsradio.com. Who do we got on the phone?
Joe.
Joe!
Joe.
There he is. He's staying up late night tonight.
You got nice and liquored up before you called me, didn't you, Joe?
No, I actually haven't had a drink yet.
What are you
But I
waiting
did
for?
Why not?
Come on.
There it is. We all know that's bullshit. You were pre-gaming at Dubco before Chris came over here.
Well, no, Chris is pre-gaming because he's never watched a show before.
You had to loosen it up, baby.
But you know
What's
what?
going on,
I
buddy?
said before, I did notice 5 dudes having sex.
All right.
You
There you
went
go.
there.
Yeah, he went
I
for
did.
the sex jokes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I watched it happen.
So let me ask you this.
What
my
does that
friend.
make you?
What does that make you? You
I
watched.
don't know, dude. I'm not the one putting that shit in my mouth.
All right.
Oh,
Whoa.
Joe.
He's going all in.
Joe.
I am all in. I really like
he
Kenny
told me he was
G,
going to call
though.
and roast me tonight.
I know. What he's referring to, for those who don't know, is the Dubco and Secatog collaboration is called The Science of Having Sex.
Selling Sex.
Selling sex, sorry. That's right. So
SECS.
Secatog.
The science of selling sex.
And what I've heard from Ken is you guys are going to come out with another one called Sex on the Beach. Great idea.
Sex on the beach or sex with your neighbor.
Ooh,
because
because
like I
you're
said,
right.
we're neighbors.
Neighbors there.
I don't know.
I like that one.
Yeah.
My neighbor's a 70-year-old widower. How
Joe,
dare
let me
you,
give you
sir.
the proper introduction. So, Joe, this is Joe, one of the head brewers over at WA Meadwerks in Lyndhurst, New York, producing mead all around the local area. And you guys just celebrated your 1-year anniversary this weekend. Give me the lowdown. Tell me-
Congratulations, Joe.
Yeah, by the way, it's a hell of a accomplishment.
Yeah, Joe,
to be
how
open for.
hungover are you right now?
I'm actually good, but fuck Mike and Pete for not showing up.
Oh, listen,
that's fair.
That's
fair.
I'm on fire tonight.
You know what? You're
That's
right.
fair.
You're right.
I would say you're slowly burning. I wouldn't say you're on fire, Joe.
You're smoldering. You're a smoldering
That's fair.
father.
That's
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm
worry.
going to be honest. I live in the town, Joe.
I'll NBA jam you guys.
He's on fire.
In fuego.
Listen,
yeah.
I live in the town.
No, he's right.
I'm literally like a couple of like 2 minutes away. I had soccer.
I was mowing my lawn.
I had.
I was doing my hair.
Changing my tires, rotating them.
I've never.
No. I really had a bunch of stuff going on, and I really wanted to come in. But I am going to come in on Thursday and pick up one of those anniversaries. I really need to get one of those because for some great
bang,
stuff.
bang. That was really nice.
How kid unfriendly is your establishment, Joe?
You can bring all the kids, all the dogs.
All right.
And the kids
I need to get I need to get my kids and my dog out of my wife's way this weekend.
So just say we're not friendly at all. We'll kick a dog in the cunt before. It's too much.
Well, I mean,
I apologize.
It's
for
a boy dog.
It's too much.
So
I went all in. I'm sorry.
Was
I guess I know it's excessive.
That was
I will talk down to a dog harshly.
I will harshly reprimand a dog in your presence.
You and I at the same
you stay there.
So nice.
You same thing to the children.
met
I
my
will just
dog.
yell at the children. I'm sorry. There's no abuse of of animals or children here on the word. I
The only abuse
truly
stops here.
apologize. I went all in. I've had too much of the double IPA from halftime at this point.
It's
Anyway, God.
really
Do you
goddamn
want
good.
some
There's
more? We've got 3 more
fucking
cans, I
great
think.
beers
Thanks,
from
man.
both of you guys tonight.
Yeah, this is-
For real, Dubco. I've
for
never
fuck's
had your
sake.
beer before, Chris, man. But like, there's
The
some
OFK,
really good flavor
that
here.
was awesome.
Likewise, my friend.
There's so much shit here.
That Brett Saison was out of control.
Joe,
Yes.
give me a quick
Yes.
rundown since we have
The
Chris
blue
in the
one,
studio.
What's the blue one, for fuck's sake?
Spirit of the Beehive.
Yes,
that was awesome.
That was good.
This one,
Space Weedian.
Space Weedian is fan-fucking-tastic.
For someone who doesn't smoke a weed.
Nope.
Love
You don't
the
have
dangness.
You don't have to.
Just enjoy the flavor.
You just did without getting high.
There you go. Joe, so you guys did a collab with Dubco where both you had like a little bit of a pin at each brewery. So give us a little bit about that relationship and give us a little bit of history about the relationship you've had with Chris and Dubco throughout the years.
Well, we're actually right
While
now
I
we
piss.
have 2 things, possibly 3 things in the works with Dubco. We did a sour honey braggot, so we basically made a sour beer with honey.
Nice.
And then before we fruited it, we were originally gonna fruit it. We decided not to fruit it, and then we pulled off 2 pins and released them both on anniversary weekend. We took one and put peaches and cherries in it and released it, and then Dubco took apricots and figs and released the pin.
So we heard it sounds delicious.
Yeah, the
they're
cherry peach
both
was amazing.
Did you have a preference?
But we also just did something for Dubtoberfest. I'm not sure. I may have been late, but I don't know if you guys mentioned Dubtoberfest.
We talked about it. What do you do for Dubtoberfest, Joe?
So we actually are doing, since we obviously can't make an Oktoberfest beer, we did a
Goddamn fucking state licenses.
8% Gewürztraminer session mead for Dubtoberfest.
All about that.
Yeah, it's pretty dry and pretty fucking awesome so far.
Yeah, we wanted to do, since
That
Joe
sounds
can't
really
do a German-style mead, we took
Gewürztraminer
grape
is
and
better than a Riesling.
Fermented that with the honey, and we're going to call it Meadwerks.
Joe, are you gonna wear? Joe, are you wearing lederhosen?
You guys have all the puns.
Are you
there.
wearing lederhosen to
That's one of the
Dubtoberfest,
best.
sir?
It's not out of the question.
I mean,
I ordered mine already, Joe. You better fucking get your Meadwerks.
I haven't bought tickets, but if you're gonna show up there in lederhosen, that might do it for me. Giggity.
Why don't you guys do a live show from fucking Dubtoberfest?
Because of fucking children and responsibilities, Joe. For fuck's sake.
We're gonna have a daycare there that day. Daytoberfest. So we'll
God
have
damn it! Now I have to ask
daycare.
my wife. All right.
That's crazy.
yeah.
I would imagine
Yeah,
that
Chris's wife will
having a lederhosen on, Joe, and your stature, I'm going to get a boner.
Wow.
I am
Joe,
a
so
man.
let's talk about how's downtown Lindy going, brother?
Dude, it's coming along. Like, it's a lot of cool things happening. The ramen place should be open within the next. Bakudo should be open next month or so.
I heard.
The small Hermana,
Shout out
the
Zach
small plate
Rude.
Latin.
What was that?
What was that?
What'd you say?
The
Echo.
Bakudo, the German, the ramen place
Yes.
should be open in the next week, month and a half.
Ooh.
The girls at Hermanas. the
Hermanas,
popcorn,
I'm very excited.
That's cruising along.
Shout out, Sarah.
Yeah, shut up.
Not shut up, shout out.
He told you to shut up. Joe's riffing
Joe's
right
like,
now, bro.
hey, Mike, host of the
Joe's
Word.
on a riff right now.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Oh God. You know what? I'm grabbing a bottle of Woodford. I'm gonna drink out of the bottle. Now.
There you go. Whoa! Live on air.
Hey. But a lot of things are coming along. 27A has been awesome.
That's my friend.
They've been a nice addition.
Sounds pretty good.
This is the company I keep.
Their tap room is pretty solid. Nice and small, intimate setting. When are we going to see a collab between you and Ryan again?
Again?
Yeah.
Soon. We got a few things in the works.
In the works, a.k.a. Meadwerks. See what you did there. Acai, what you did there, Joe.
Oh, no.
Once again. You guys are also
Joe, how long have you been drinking tonight? Fucking A.
I literally just took my first sip of booze.
I don't believe you.
I swear to God.
I tend to believe you, knowing you sober. I tend to believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's way too articulate right
Yes,
now.
he is. He's saying words with the right pronunciation.
You saw me sober when I walked into 27A.
Yes.
The secret pop-up show.
Yep.
So
Sorry,
I'm
I was a
okay.
little excited about that.
I'm literally drinking out of a bottle of Woodford Reserve right now.
All right.
Really?
Stay classy.
Good
my
for
friend.
you.
Yes.
I know. Seriously.
Stay classy, Lindy.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yep. And I'm a winery owner. Take that, fucker.
Once again, that's my friend.
That's what you get. I got
that's
a
my
wine
hometown.
license.
Congratulations. So tell us how did your first anniversary party go? What did you think, Joe? How did it go?
It was fucking awesome.
Nice
It went
one,
really
Alex.
well. Super busy all weekend. We had something going on every day. So we had a collaboration with a brand called the Holy Black.
Yep.
We did a blackberry session mead Thursday.
So good.
We released a 13.5% blackberry black currant sweet mead Asian rye barrels on Friday with the Royal Elite Barbecue. Royal Elite was back on Saturday, and we released our anniversary mead, which we did a 15.5% strawberry raspberry.
My goodness.
1 year later.
Yeah.
I need one more liver later.
Seriously.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what's a session meat if you're coming in the teens normally?
We've done stuff like 4.8 to like 7.
Cool.
And like beer strength stuff. Then we carbonate it.
All right.
How's the slushy machine working?
Swimming.
I'm still
Did you buy
like.
one?
Which, by the way, he has two slushy machines side by side, and this summer he was doing Miami Vices. So he had a pineapple mango mead, and then he had a strawberry mead, and they were
It was basically my advice.
yeah. That was
It was the Mina Colada in the rescue. So
yes.
it was a strawberry raspberry mead and a Mina Colada inspired mead.
It was a crazy
Sounds
amount
delicious.
of deliciousness in a glass.
That thing paid for itself the first weekend. That thing was a no-brainer.
That's awesome.
That was that's one of the things that blew my mind on the first time I heard about it. I'm like, that just doesn't seem like it should be legal. It seems like you would need a special permit specially issued from
7-Eleven.
fucking what's his face from De Blasio himself.
Yes, De Blasio himself would have to come through.
We bypassed him. Went right to Donald Trump.
There you go. Trump was like, "I'll build a wall if you get me some slushies."
All the orange tanning. Joe, are you going to be at Dubtoberfest?
Yes, we are. I will be
Because
there.
now I'm rethinking my weekend plans for October for Columbus Day weekend.
You definitely should. You should avoid your wife and kids.
Yeah.
You
say board them? Like put them up
should
in a
avoid
place?
them.
She's pregnant. She's dangerous, Joe.
That's fine.
It's fine for Joe.
She's your wife, so I can talk shit. I don't have to deal with her.
So true.
But you guys should figure out a way to do a fucking live show from there, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a shitstorm. And breweries are getting added. And
Dude, I saw the guest list, and it does seem like a fucking list of misfits in the best possible way. It
Yes.
seems like it's gonna be a party.
Well, you know, our buddy Steve will be there, and of course, we've been anxiously trying to get the Sim brothers on, and we know Ken and the crew, and we've had Larry and Spider Bite and his wife, and we've had Mike from Port Jeff, and a bunch of people throughout the years here. So it would be like an all-star cast.
It's not going to suck, I can tell you that much.
Well, there's the tagline.
Ringing endorsement, Joe.
Dubtoberfest. It's not going to suck, I'll tell you that much. Brilliant.
I mean, I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah, you get us all in one place at one time. It's going to be the apocalypse.
Yes.
You know, it's
And then if you guys are lucky enough to come, and then you hang out late, I'm sure it'll get super fucking extra weird.
Well, Joe will be there, so that's a guarantee.
Yeah.
I might even be wearing leaderhosen. Who the fuck knows?
Listen,
Maybe
if anything's going to sell tickets, it's an image of
Joe
Joe
in
in lederhosen. Maybe some
With a
stuffed
bottle of
pretzels,
Jaeger, man.
some wurst.
Zing.
Oh yes, we'll definitely have some
Oh,
Jaeger.
serious question. Food trucks. What's the food truck situation for Dubtoberfest?
Food trucks. All right, we're gonna have Gina's Wieners.
Love it.
Who is going to be doing some
sausage,
bratwurst,
There you
and
go.
knockwurst, and some of the worst stuff that you can get. We're gonna have
All of the meat in tube form.
Meat in tube form. All of it. In and around your mouth. Meat in tube form.
Good form.
All the meat in tube form in your mouth.
We're gonna have Not of This World, who is a craft
Pretzel?
pretzel company.
All right.
Who's gonna do some cool stuff for the event, and I think we're gonna do. I think maybe Big Black. I gotta check on
Big
the
Black food truck.
Big Black food truck.
Hey, 1 second. What is a craft pretzel?
They do.
It's a
lot of different
pretzel, but it
stuffings.
wears
They stuff the
wears
pretzels with really cool
skinny
shit.
jeans.
And top them with stuff. Yeah,
It wears skinny jeans.
Stuffed pretzels wear skinny jeans. Definitely.
DDH pretzels?
Yes, DDH pretzels.
I'll be there, my man.
Yeah, but they do like stuffed pretzels and stuff.
Here you go. If I could actually push play.
You know, when we were at Oktoberfest, we noticed that the Germans were excellent drinkers.
Oh, yeah, that is true. That is a true thing.
How do they get that good?
Well, from the time that they are little kids, Germans are raised to be excellent beer drinkers. They train high up in the Alps. They also practice by drinking the urine of a ram. If you can
Floris
drink ram's
Reachman.
piss,
I mean,
fuck, you
good for
can
her.
drink almost anything.
She said fuck.
Beer Fest, yeah, it is Beer Fest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cloris Leachman.
I was
God
going to
bless
say
her.
her saying fuck is one of my favorite parts of that movie. Is just to see her talk and be part of, and as she's warming up
Slut for money.
and she's
That's my
warming
favorite.
up the sausage. Let me warm up that sausage for you.
Yeah.
Makes me laugh every
It's
single
not the
time.
half an hour when you just see them chugging beer.
Oh, yeah.
and there's no dialogue.
Great movie.
So good.
Joe, so what
Club
do you?
Dread might be my favorite.
Yeah, you think so?
Actually, no. Slam and Salmon.
Yeah, Slam and Salmon it was good. I think that if you go in and find Super Troopers 2 is in that same realm. If you Club Dread, Slam and Salmon, and Super Troopers 2, those three kind of like
I would
are like the
say
bulk of their work.
Super Troopers, and then Slam and Salmon, and then Club Dread.
Really?
Top 3 Broken Lizard for me.
Okay. I still like Beer Fest.
Beer Fest is great.
It's one of the
As a beer guy, how can you not?
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
The lines,
I have been
the
training for a
people.
beer competition.
Apparently, we're going to go to Jim Reyes and Anthony Grazide's beer fest that they're going to put on. By the way, if anyone's looking to do that, go on to the Gotham Gold Graz website, gothamgoldgraz.com, and you can pledge your money. And then, of course, I think they have over $400 pledged towards free beer. If you go in there,
awesome.
it's a beer tab that they.
That's the Waikiki wheat.
Surely.
Because I'm curious.
You haven't had that yet?
Nope.
We meant to go backwards, Alex. We talked about the Wheaton.
Why, thank you, Chris.
Wheatian, yeah.
But I didn't get back to the blue can again. So run
Spirit
me
of the
down.
Beehive, yeah.
Yeah, because I
That
had
was
it,
also
and
very
then we
good.
just kind of we're pounding beers here.
Yeah,
So
That seems like a great, like, summertime, like, drink 16 of them kind of beer.
Cool. Yeah, it's about 7%, so
He would
that
like
might
that.
do some work. So this is our Ales for ALS beer this year.
Oh, what is that? Talk
I
to me
saw
about
that and I wanted to talk about it. and I forgot.
Yeah. So that's a fundraiser for the ALS Foundation that I found maybe 7 years ago by accident because I was trying to find this experimental hop that eventually got named Mosaic. Because
That's
this is
crazy.
back
No one
when-
uses that.
Back when that was a number.
What's
right?
So
It's like,
rare and
oh,
Was
well,
that
I mean,
472? What was that one?
I believe it was something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
It was
cool.
in the 400 block.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was working at.
I love when
CDs
we bring
then,
two
and,
brewers in and they just joke it, their own little brewer inside jokes again.
Just geeking out over here. Don't mind us.
Anyway, so this program is super dope. Yakima Chief donates hops to breweries, and then we donate $1 per pint back to the ALS Foundation.
Oh, cool.
And so I think this
Great
is
cause.
my 6th or 7th year doing it, and it's really cool because like a lot of people are affected by that, and it's a good fundraising tool. But it's cool as a brewer because you can kind of taste the new flavors coming down the pipeline, because it is an amalgam. It's a unique blend every year of different hops, and at least half of them are experimental, just numbers. So this one has a good amount of Simcoe, some Laurel, and some Sabro, and then the rest of them are just numbers. So I don't know if you guys got the coconut note in that
I
beer,
did,
but
absolutely.
That's
and
totally the
I
Sabro.
grabbed the label
Yeah.
in our break,
something
and
I
I
have
had to
not
read it thinking that
experienced
I was
yet.
going to see coconut on that
Yeah,
label.
no, that's a hop.
That's a hop.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy
really
how
cool.
that works.
Does anyone know what the secret ingredient is? Coconut pea paella.
Excuse me?
No. What?
It's coconut.
I don't know what's
Coconut
that
pea?
reference from.
Great story, bro.
Yeah. What was the reference from?
Totally worth it.
Club Dread.
Oh, it was. I didn't know when I got it.
What's the secret
Oh,
ingredient?
that special
Coconut
drink.
beets paella.
Yes,
Sabro.
that's
It's
right. It was
coconut.
that drink that he would
Secret
make.
in nap times.
Yeah.
Paella.
Sabro. There you go. Joe, so you just came off your anniversary weekend, and I'm
How
sure.
shitty do you feel?
Yeah. I mean,
What was that?
What is your blood alcohol?
It's going up now. I'm finishing this bottle of
My
Woodford
man.
Reserve out of the bottle.
Jesus Christ.
You were
What is your blood alcohol content, Joe?
Right now, it's probably pretty low, honestly. But all the meat
Session
my
mead,
sugar
that's his blood
level's probably
alcohol
at diabetes.
Session meat is bourbon cast strength, right? That's fine.
I just want to go back really quick because we got a bunch of people on Facebook still watching. Jacob Baranowski, he just says, "I want a beer."
So do I.
Shane Cole's
I did
prank
as well.
call Mafia says, "Hey,
Thank you.
I'm coming in, guys." I don't know who that is. Thomas
Good for him.
Santiago, one of our interns that we take on our live shows, said he had the abusive stout from Dubco the other day. He says it's a 20 out of 10. Highly
good.
recommended.
So good.
Beer is great.
It's actually 12% by
Cannot taste
volume.
that 12%.
High score,
at
what does that
all.
mean?
You're
Did I win?
over it.
Did I break it?
Did I break it?
Yeah.
Thank you for not
I
making that
literally
30%
texted Chris
lactose.
the other day.
Yeah?
We drank a Abuse Stout,
Yeah.
and Chris knows I'm actually very honest with him about the beers they make because we're friends. And if he made something I didn't like, I would straight up tell him.
Yeah.
And he
I
does.
told him that in my beer drinking opinion, and I drink a lot of fucking beer.
No.
I think
Stop it.
I think Abuse Stout, this batch, is one of the top non-barrel aged beers to come out of Long Island in a very, very long time.
Thank
Wow.
you, Joe.
You're making Chris
High
blush.
praise.
I am.
No, I literally, he'll probably show the text. I literally texted him the other day. Like that beer is fucking incredible.
I can and I won't. I'll just take your
promise
praise.
I didn't tell him to
friend.
call in.
Yeah.
I promise I didn't call him. To call in and say
I'll just
that.
take your praise as a friend,
I'll
and
show it.
we're good.
I'll prove it to you.
I promise.
Here it is. We did it.
Good. We had Norm on the line. for
Joe, are you
an
going to be at the brewery? Are you going to be at the meadery this weekend or what?
He's going to be there Thursday, and he's going to sell me a bottle of the anniversary that I want to try.
I will be there.
Are you going to be there
tomorrow.
Sunday?
I'll be there Sunday.
All right, I'll stop by.
We're going to stop by and grab some bottles.
I'll be
Popping
there.
bottles, Joe.
I'll let you guys get back to the show, and I'll get back to drinking my whiskey in the bottle.
I believe in you. Cheers, friend.
Cheers, bud.
That sounds
Thanks for
lonely at
calling
all.
in, Joe.
Joe, love you, bro.
I love you too, man. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right, buddy.
Cheers.
Later. This is the Word Mike at PeteCubsRadio.com. That was Joe from WA Meadwerks in Lindenhurst, New York. One of the many breweries popping up in the South Shore. Right now we have Small Craft that's open in Amityville. They're almost close to their 2-year anniversary. They've been open about over a year now, right?
That's crazy.
I know. It feels like they just opened, but they've been there for a while. In Copeg, we got Root and Branch that's going to open up.
Yes.
Coming soon.
Unbelievable. It's like train stops galore. Over in Lindenhurst, of course, you got WA Meadwerks 27A and Sand City to come sometime
soon.
in the let's say
Save my hometown.
Springtime. I'm gonna say probably
near future.
They say December, but it ain't gonna happen.
Way further than they think.
Way further than they think it is. Lyndhurst sucks in regards to their.
In general, trying to open up a brewery, is a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of red tape. A lot
of. This is their second location, so you'd think it would be faster, but
no,
it's not
going to
be
slower.
It's
actually going to be slower. What's funny? Quick little anecdote. When you guys invited me on the show, I hate to say it, but I had not listened to the podcast. I
That's okay.
Don't listen to a lot of stuff, and I reached out to Joe. I reached out to Kenny from Second Talk, and they're like, just listen to our podcast to see like what you should expect. So I did my homework.
So is it what you expected?
So I listened to Second Talk's podcast from October of last year.
Yes.
And they were anticipating an opening in November.
Yeah. It's interesting to go back and listen to those, right?
This is going back to like what you expect and what actually happens.
Can I interject here?
Okay, guys.
My favorite is when we had Melissa and Ryan in from 27A, and we asked them. So Mike lives in Lindenhurst. I was born and raised in Lindenhurst. That's where 27A is, and they were in. Super nice people. Love the youthful enthusiasm, and they came in and they were
little ones.
We're be open in 2 weeks.
It was
Grand
a little bit
reopening.
that, like they were like,
okay.
We said, when are you going to open up? And we don't have a date. I'm like, January. Oh God, if we're not open up by the end of the year, that's fucking insane. And I was like,
It took them till August.
18 months later, they're finally open up.
Well, same story with Kenny and Second Talk.
Absolutely.
He was here in October. He was hoping to be open up in November.
Yep.
And lo and behold, it was May.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's it's not youthful enthusiasm. It's just
red tape.
It's
and
the red tape. We were lucky enough to be kind of the second wave of openings.
It was
the original guys. After, obviously, the big guys like Blue Point, Greenport, Brick House, all those guys, we were in the second wave. And that second wave, the process of dealing with the town and the state and the government, we were still under 4,000 breweries in the state.
Yeah.
In the country.
In the country, and now we're up
and
to
under
7,000.
under 400 breweries in the state. Yeah. And it was like, we got a packet of paperwork. We filled it out. We sent it in. Like 8 weeks later, it's like, here you go. We're
Must
like,
have been nice.
shit, we have to do this now. Now, I was kind of jaded. It's like, we just fucking, we did it. We followed the rules, and it kind of got done in a reasonable amount of time. And not to disparage the people who are opening up now, but this is the third wave where it's like, there's literally, we're talking about peak brewery at like 9,000 or 10,000 in the country. And, we're in the 50s on Long Island. And it's just the towns, whether it's the town of Babylon, the town of Islip, Oyster Bay, Huntington, Smithtown, whatever.
Town of Rockland.
Montauk. Yeah, they're pulling the reins back. They're like, whoa. Like, what's going on here? When we did it, they're like, oh, that's cute. You want to open a brewery? Let's go right ahead.
So now,
you kids in your beer. Kids.
Thank you for
on Long Island, the best example of the town getting in the way of a brewery is obviously Northport and Sand City.
They were already there.
Has that affected?
Let's talk about like like you guys have had Hopwins in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're in my town. They're in Bayshore, town of Islip.
They've already approved several breweries to be open.
Yeah. So,
why shouldn't it be streamlined really quick?
We were number 2, and then 3, 4, and now 5's happening. And now, years later, we're 5 years in now. Now the town is pulling the reins back, and they're like, well, what's going on here? Why is this happening? And
is there something that we don't know? It's probably what they're questioning.
Honestly, I really
how
think
could there be 5 here?
I think it's over-regulation, and I think it's like, they want to capitalize on it.
Makes you want to be a libertarian, doesn't it?
Me being number 2 in Bayshore was like not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, fast forward a few years, these guys are getting a lot of pushback and then a lot more requirements. Like we need this and we need that.
And still, Steve and Billy are battling to try to get that place open.
I know.
Battling.
Do you have water effluent demands and stuff like that now?
We're starting to get that.
That makes sense, though.
We're in a sewer district.
Uh-huh.
And that's a whole nother battle, and it's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother podcast. But
we've had that conversation.
It's
Are we coming back?
It's super interesting.
Well,
honestly,
that makes sense, though, right? It's like if you're
And-
saturating, one water source with more. And
No,
more.
we
That's the thing,
heard
we're not.
one of the breweries on Long Island.
We're not, but they're-
they
but they're-
dumped a batch of beer and it fucked up the water for
Right. So now
a week.
Now it's like
Too much
because
lactose.
And now
because it's a
everybody's
thing,
Yeah.
it's becoming a thing, but it's
Yes.
not a thing.
Yeah.
So like we're in the Southwest Sewer District, which is Bergen Point.
Yeah.
They handle 5 million gallons of human waste a day. And what we're doing by us is literally and figuratively a drop in the bucket.
A drop of caustic in the
But
bucket. That's fine.
But
Yeah.
that being said, because we're a business and we're a successful money-making business, they're looking, for that avenue
They want
of
their
revenue.
taste.
Yeah, and it's just the way it is, and that's the world we live in, and
No, totally. It makes sense for the third wave too, right? Because
Right.
there is just more of that influence.
the first
in
wave,
structure.
no one looked at. The second wave, it's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And now these other guys trying to open up, that are having the issues, everything has caught up to.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on here? Now we're definitely not at a saturation point, but we're at a point where
God, I hope not.
we're
No.
on the radar. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, there's almost 50 breweries on Long Island. How is this affecting our groundwater? How is this affecting our wastewater? And these are valid points.
Yep.
But it's a knee-jerk reaction.
and that's
the way-
before it gets to
Yeah.
how are you affecting other businesses like
Right.
bars?
Well, I mean, we're really not. I've listened to this podcast. We've had this conversation where as a brewery tasting room, we have certain hours that don't affect.
Yep.
And will not negatively affect our local bars and restaurants.
And it's the point
That
of
you're
what you
trying to
guys
sell
are.
to.
Yeah, and how much do you want to be the end of the night anyway?
No.
Well,
It's like,
exactly,
no.
no.
I'm good on
And
that.
as a brewery tasting room, we want people to come, taste some stuff, take some stuff to go, and move on.
Right.
Move on to Main Street and patronize our local bars and restaurants on Main Street and Bayshore.
Of which there are plenty.
And we're on tap at all of them. So
Mm-hmm.
go,
As you should be, right?
Yeah, absolutely. 100 that's the whole
That's
point.
not, no, that's
go
not
there,
being
hang out,
facetious.
eat food,
100%.
and drink my beer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it supports the community. So
same, man.
it's a whole cycle of life in the bar, restaurant,
right way to
brewing
do it.
industry. But these guys who are in problems, it's because these municipalities have finally caught up to the times, and they're like, literally pulling the
there's
brakes,
money
and they're
to be
whoa,
made.
Yeah, whoa.
Yes.
We missed the boat on, monetizing
The years that we missed out on, I want to make up now.
Yeah,
I
and,
got it.
not that we're pulling the sheet over anybody's eyes and we're doing something wrong.
No, and you
It's
guys
just
aren't
like,
millionaires or billionaires either. So I don't know
well,
what
I would
kind
like
of
to be a
taste.
thousandaire. I'm happy with that. Can I get 3
Spoken
zeros?
like a true brewer.
Can I get 3 zeros? Boom.
Can I stop driving my Kia at least?
Yeah.
Can I get a Nissan
Can
or a
someone
Toyota?
make a song about 3 zeros for me? Because we ain't getting 5 or 6 or 7.
No.
So
I mean, it's getting to the point where I'm just making a living. So it's like a mom and pop shop in the town. I'm just trying to get by.
Actually, I mean, not to belabor this point. We talked about it right before you came on here. We were surprised that you didn't have another, you didn't have a real, quote unquote, real job. That owning the brewery was
Brewing is a real job.
That
shit is real.
that's most of the. So
No, like
disclosure,
another
early on,
full-time
we
job,
had Brian from Barnshed Brewing on. And it blew my motherfucking mind. This guy is a full-time.
firefighter.
He is a full-time and FDNY medic.
Yeah.
And he's also full-time brewery owner. And it
Give a
blew
lot of
my-
props to that guy.
Absolutely,
man. It's a lot of fucking work.
Hustles his
That's
ass off.
dedication.
By the
that's
way,
hard work.
his beer's fucking great.
Nice.
And
Brian's
it,
a hard
does not
worker,
like
man.
to
absolutely,
sleep as much as I do, though. I'll
Just
tell you that.
just to imagine, having a full-time job that is as demanding as being a first responder. That everyone glosses over that, and everyone wants to mention that. We support the first responders. He is a fucking first responder, and by the way, he owns his own goddamn business, and he's
He's killing himself.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Day and night. I was there for many years, and I took the route at about halfway into the lifespan of Dubco, where I was a construction guy. I owned a construction company. I did high-end construction, and I worked in the Hamptons or Manhattan, which is like the worst. It was the most amount of money, but the worst customers to deal with.
Yeah, I've been there.
unforgiving work. Is no matter what you did, no one was happy.
You're pissing someone off.
Yeah, you're pissing someone off.
Yeah,
you know what? Like making beer, you never piss someone off that much. Where it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna pay you like the $50,000 I owe you because you just didn't do the right job.
I mean, that
brewing beer,
finish on that wood is just like a little off.
Like making that decision to go into this full time was kind of easier for me. Like I was a contractor. I did like high end interior design work and stuff.
Really? Okay.
And this is my other creative outlet. That was my creative outlet in that industry. And like, I like to please people.
That's interesting.
I did high end construction. Kitchens, bathrooms, custom millwork and stuff.
That came in really key when you're building a brewery, right?
Tasting room.
Right, that's my creative outlet. And making beer is another creative outlet in a different way. But that's way more, forgiving. Like, if someone doesn't like this one beer, I'll have the next one and they'll love it. If someone doesn't like this $1 million kitchen I just did, I don't want to hear
they
you
have a living room.
That's a problem.
I don't want to hear you want it ripped out and you want another one.
And their bar and their wine room that you built for them. That's beautiful.
That's like, this was a different creative outlet that let me,
That's awesome.
fulfill like what's inside of me.
Well, I think that's the answer for a lot of you
I'm
guys.
I'm a maker. I'm a creator.
That you always have
I was
to
a
strive.
professional musician before I became a brewer.
Right, you're
but you wanted to create and make
you're
music.
Making music and beer. You're making music
and they're
your
the
beer.
same to me.
Right,
pretty much.
Exactly.
Like,
you work with your hands. You work with your mind creatively.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And the relationship between that creativeness, regardless of what industry you're in, whether it be an electrician who like wires up a really good house and is like really proud of their work, or someone that does music, or someone that does, there it is.
There it is.
Really kind of, sinks his teeth into that. Then they turn around and go, I can take that same creativity and bring it into something I really love, like beer 100%. Or anything else, mead or whatever else you're doing.
Yeah. That was the transition for me.
It's the outlet.
It's like, how can I be creative and make people happy and maybe make a living on it?
You're making a lot of people happy with the deliciousness that's going on. And same for you, Alex and Raph. You guys are putting together some really good, concoctions, we'll say. Because some of the stuff that
Liquid Creations,
Liquid Creations is a great way to say it.
There are definitely some concoctions in here today.
There is. There's a whole lot of like stuff that's spanned the gamut from a simple, light lager to something of abusive stout to some stuff with lime zest and stuff that tastes like weed and just it's crazy the amount of stuff that you guys come up with and practice and try and then just go, this is it. And people enjoy it. It's got to feel great. It's got to feel awesome.
It does.
It's pretty good.
When you have a Norman sitting at your bar going, this is the fucking tits. I want all of this.
Great pleasure.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We open.
Break?
Yeah, no. We're going to the
all
end
right.
here.
Well then,
will you have to pee? Yeah. I know Chris got up and I know Raph got up.
Phone?
You can go. No, I didn't hear anything. Did someone say they're calling in?
No.
All right. So basically, what I want to do is I just want to break down some of the ones that we haven't really talked about or really discussed in regards to the making of. So, hello, it's stuck.
There you go.
Hello,
Stay
there.
up.
Hello, chair.
Hello. That's Marweedian?
No, there it is.
Got you.
Well, obviously we've talked about the Weedian. What else? We talked about the bee. We talked about the pills. We talked about that. Good, great.
Did we talk about the Brett beer from Dubco?
Which one?
I don't think so. The Sonar.
Yeah.
Can you break that down?
Yeah. No, we never. Cause we cracked that
really
open and everyone had a good
Yeah,
taste.
everyone just kind of drank it, and that's no one
It
talks
was
about it.
amazing.
That's how you know
That's
it's
usually
That was the under talked about
good
beer
sign
of the
a
night.
beer.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, we drank it all. So.
Well, this isn't your first inception of that.
No,
because I've had
we're-
this years ago,
We're
and
a couple years into this
Yeah.
project, and it's like our house saison that we then re-ferment in Chardonnay barrels on Brett C.
even brewers alike enjoy this. So you got yourself not only a audience level beer, but you got a brewer level beer, which people do appreciate.
Yeah, this is a beer geek kind of beer.
Yeah.
This is a pet project. We do a lot of sour, kettle sours, which are quick, cheap, easy sours to make.
Mm-hmm.
We also do a lot of barrel aged stuff. This is definitely one of my highlights that I like to, bring out to stuff like this. It's our house saison, which we ferment out on a DuPont strain.
Okay.
We put orange blossom honey and lemongrass in there on the primary fermentation, and then we throw it into Chardonnay barrels, and then re-ferment it on Brett C, and then let it sit for at least 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, you said to me, it's like a Solera project. So
Yeah.
we literally keep, every time we empty the barrel, we brew another batch and throw it into the barrel, and like that culture
Almost
kind of
immediately.
stays alive.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Gotta
immediately.
keep it going.
That's
So-
pretty much. Oh, sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no.
I'm doing something very similar with a Pinot barrel that I have over at Naptime, and that's the Theodicy series. So I'll usually leave about a gallon in the bottom and just let all those happy Brett and
Let 'em
bacteria
keep
just
going,
do
man.
the work.
Where are you getting your Chardonnay? Where are you getting your Pinot barrels?
Those Chardonnay are actually French Chardonnay barrels I sourced through a local barrel brokerage company.
Oh, so he is.
We have a lot of other wine barrels. We're doing some other fun, weird stuff in that we source from Macari.
Okay.
Out, on the North Fork.
Yeah, we've had a couple of people, source from there. That's good.
They are our like wine partner in the brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're a farm brewery,
Nice.
we're allowed to serve New York State made wine. So like
and distilleries.
And distilleries, we just don't
any alcohol made in New York.
Any alcohol, any product actually made in New York, we can sell through the brewery. We just choose not to do any distillates. But we like to partner with Macari. That's one of my favorite wineries. So pulling wine from them to serve in a tasting room, and then reusing their barrels with our beer. It's kind of like a nice symbiotic
And they bring it back there
relationship.
and
That's
redo.
awesome.
Same thing with you guys? You guys have a relationship with somebody?
Well,
Plenty of wineries in the Finger Lakes.
I got my barrels from smoking hash and playing disc golf.
Ooh. Okay.
And
Alright.
then they just came to me.
I want to hang out with you.
Sure.
I want to smoke some hash and play disc golf.
It's
And
a
all of a
very
sudden
good
barrels
time.
show up.
Yeah, and then you
They
just
get a
gifted
barrel out of
wine
it.
barrels.
Ninth hole. If I get closer to the hole, I get your barrel.
CTP.
Nice.
No, it was a vintner from a New Jersey winery, and he was a big disc golfer. I've been doing that since college, so we just hit it off and got really high. And,
That's cool. Yeah, that's
it
a
just
cool.
started a
It's
trade
funny how
thing.
you guys even interact with other people in different areas. Like you're not sitting around a brewery, you're not sitting around a winery. You just kind of
Totally,
You're
out there
always-
playing shit, and all of a sudden
No
magically
matter
you guys
where
start-
you are, who you are, you're the guy at the brewery. Like,
Right.
100%.
It kind of
100%.
You have like a stink on you. People just
People know. They're like, wait a second.
It's all that dead yeast.
Yeah.
People just
It's all
know.
the dead yeast on the pan.
Right? Yeah. That's it. They smell the dead yeast on you. They know you're a brewer.
They could see your pants and be like,
Yeah.
"Are you working at a brewery?"
Oh, I know you.
You're wearing those rubber boots. Are you a brewer? Where did you get that?
This is weird. We're in a public pool and you're wearing rubber boots. Are you a brewer?
Yeah.
Something's not right.
baby.
More recently, though, I did make a connection with the Fam Vineyard out in the Seattle area.
Really?
Because,
Oh, West
they're,
Coast. All
They're
right, cool.
Rockland based, but they have the youngest female vintner working there, and they were doing a tasting in my hometown. I went to buy a bottle of whiskey, and the owner was like, "Oh, go talk to them. They're very nice." And then they showed up at the brewery, and we hit it off. So
Wow. Boom.
we're gonna get some cab and Chardonnay barrels.
It's
from
amazing
them.
how much the networking works in our industry as well. I mean, just a
I mean,
matter
it's
of
so
talking
easy
to
if
people.
you make flavor and you
Right.
enjoy what you do.
And you guys are just trading stuff like, oh,
Exactly.
here's some beer, here's some wine,
it's
and
like,
Once
I'll
again,
send you
going
cans
back
of
to what
sour.
we're talking about, like we're all creative people in our own right, just doing different things.
Right.
He hooked up with the artist who does these paper carvings that are on our labels.
Right.
We're also hooking up with distillers and winemakers. They're just
Sharing barrels back and forth,
We're
doing
the same creative people, just we have different outlets.
Right. I agree with you.
So it's
the need to create things.
Yes.
In a sense, and then same thing with and I've seen a huge influx in music artists trying to match up with breweries to create some sort of collaboration. So we've had recently a couple of artists in and around the area, and then on the major scale, like people in larger capacity breweries, like I think Founders did one. I think Goose Island did one.
Metallica
Did Stone.
Enter-Night.
That
Pilsner.
Pilsner I brought back
Love
from
it.
California for his
Huge
guy.
Metallica fan.
Yeah, it was that was a good one. And there's a couple even local ones that did. Every
DC
time I
just did one with Behemoth, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Oh.
like DC.
They're also on the
Knot
Knotfest tour.
Yes, yeah, correct.
But I'm in a band actively right now.
Really?
Yeah, Delta
Okay.
Sierra.
Okay.
We just dropped an
Are
album.
you on Instagram? Sorry, Spotify?
We're on all the things.
I will play all of the things.
and
all
some
the
of the
things.
stuff?
Yeah, no, it was really cool. We got to go out to Chicago and
Say it
record
again.
with,
It's Delta.
Delta Sierra.
Sorry.
We went out and
Jesus, I haven't
recorded with
ended up here.
Steve Albini. So that
Oh, look at
record's
you. Why does that
fucking
name
dope.
sound familiar?
Because he's recorded pretty much everything that's worth a shit.
So is that something that's local recording? You got a recording studio up at...
Oh, no, we went out to Chicago.
Really
Recorded.
nice.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
did with like
Yeah.
a major studio producer
yep,
kind of thing?
Yep. Yeah, like just went
What do you
as hard
play?
as we could. I'm the bass player in that band.
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
Slap the bass.
Slap the
the
bass.
bass.
I don't slap the bass anymore.
You don't do any jam
It's like the second or
bands?
third time
No.
that's come up, right?
Yeah, right.
No,
I'm
I-
sure
I
everyone
had my
says
time
that.
and
you
we
slapping
moved
the
on.
bass? It's like, no.
No,
Negative.
No, I play
Pick.
bass.
I play.
I use it. Yes, I use a pick.
I
I play
the
with
bass.
great intensity
There you
and an
go.
angry face.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
I'd like to see that.
Plays the bass.
I'd like to see that.
I have yet to see something like that, Alex. So I'd like to see the intensity next show. Do you use?
Why are you sweating so much? I was just watching Cops.
Yeah.
It's not until 3:30.
The Sans Amp. Love the Sans Amp pedal. It's a great one for the bass.
Okay,
I,
yeah.
Of course, do recording and engineering
Nice,
as
yeah.
a sound recording engineer. So it's some of the stuff that bassists can do nowadays. One of my favorite bands recently is
Please.
oh, why can't I think of it? I played a song from them before. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Why can't I think of it? God damn it.
Because we're like
Get on
18 beers in.
That's
why
true.
you can't figure it out.
No, I can't.
That might be literally the count at this point.
18?
No, that's low at this point.
Jesus Christ.
Royal
is
Blood. Royal Blood
pungent.
is
Love
like a
those
really
guys.
weird band because it's a drummer and a guitarist, but the guitarist has a split where he has a
Okay.
guitar pedal and he has a bass pedal,
Reminds
and
me
he
of
plays
Local H.
both the guitar and the bass riffs at the same time live.
Copacetic?
It's
Like
fucking cool.
This band Bell Witch.
Yes, I've heard of Bell Witch.
that?
Yeah, yeah.
Bell Witch is just like
The
bass,
best.
you know.
And
like
if you go
doing
back to like
guitar
even White
leads.
Stripes concept, you get the
Local
whole
H.
band playing at the same time, but yet the way they signal route everything, it sounds really fucking cool.
No, his rig is interesting because he's got like big amp pegs and then a Marshall stack. for
Yeah,
the
right.
high-end stuff.
And you're
It's
like, what the
crazy.
fuck is all that about?
Yeah, yeah.
Which one is playing where? This is the word Mike at PeakUpsRadio.com. Who is this on the phone?
Michael, I'm about to get arrested. I need some bail
Oh
money.
my God.
All right, so put me on speaker.
We're brewers are broke. Don't talk to us.
Put me on speaker. Let me talk to Officer Wright.
No, officer, he's walking past us right now. He just took my license and my fucking PBA card and sitting in the back.
Are you serious?
And the guy, I'm serious. And
This
the
is
guy
interesting.
With the squeegee come up to me. I just gave him $1.
Give me my
You
PBA
gave him $1. That
is
will
good
go
content.
far. What?
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
What
Hey,
town
Dubco,
are you in
got
right
money
now?
for me? I'm going over the 59th Street Bridge.
You're
I'm
fucked.
stuck between
think
Long
you're about
Island
to get
City and the
arrested,
fucking
Grace.
city cops.
And
They're gonna nail
NYPD
me.
does not want to hear any
I
of your
don't think you
bullshit.
can do it.
They have bigger shit to deal with than your bullshit.
Do not care about your.
And it
friends
is
and
not
the
called the
cops.
59th Street Bridge anymore. That's
No.
your problem.
Yeah, what's it called now? It's like not the Andrew Cuomo.
Ed Koch
yes.
Memorial
Ed Koch.
Bridge.
Can I ask you who just said that?
Ed Crotch Memorial Bridge.
Grab my crotch, Memorial Bridge. Here's my PBA card, guy.
Can you take a look at it?
Who
All
is this? The
islands
fucking
coming out
Rockland
tonight.
County Brewery?
Yes.
No.
Oh God, I hope they get a
Yeah.
fucking.
No, it's
All right, we
it's
got it. You
Dubco-
said
it's
we're
Dubco
joking.
breaking
Safe
your
house at
balls.
the brewery.
No one's
Come
gonna
up
take you
there.
seriously if you keep repeating the
It's
jokes.
Dubco breaking your
Oh,
balls.
I'm
It's not
sorry.
those guys.
I apologize. My ear's not that good. I apologize.
No, it's all
I'm
right.
repeating
Listen,
something.
if you were to hear today, you could add abusive stout. It's a 12%. It's an imperial stout with honey, cocoa nibs, vanilla, and coffee. And you could have rubbed this all over your nipples and been the spokesperson of abusive stout. Science of selling
There we
Graz.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
I like that one. That was a good
Pete,
one.
my pants just got hard. You know that, right?
Dude, I'm going to need to like stop for fast food on the way home because
He's had too much of the stout.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
12%.
Hey, do you have work, Pete? Do you have work tomorrow?
Sure do.
Still another case of beer to drink.
Sure do.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
I
be.
work from my basement, so it's not like it's
Mike, you
a
got-
stretch.
Class-
Yeah, I have class tomorrow. I have to be up at about 5:50 a.m. and
Sucks for you.
Kids start walking in my door at about 7:50 a.m.
Oh boy,
You'll be good.
you're gonna be a fucking zombie.
I don't give a shit.
Do they accept that you're
A shitbag?
No,
Yeah, no, it's fine. They don't quite know I'm a shitbag.
Okay.
I don't let them on until after they've graduated to let them know that I have a show and I do stuff.
So I had a teaching certificate.
Yeah.
And
well, you're an idiot for letting it go.
Yeah.
Because you had
No, I was
summers off
terrible at
and a complete what is it? You get a what do you think? What do you call it?
So the
wait. What do you call it when you're retired and then you get a pension? You get a pension.
Oh,
you get a pension for like the rest of your life. So.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, never heard of that. Brewers don't know what a pension is.
So I had a permanent sub position at Massapequa High School.
Is that like a German Pilsner? Is
Yeah.
that,
Pension Pilsner?
German pension Pilsner.
Yeah, I like that.
It comes from the German Swiss.
Where'd my pension go, Pilsner?
So
where can I get one of those?
one of the last times I remember teaching, I had a permanent sub position in one of the high schools on Long Island. And I remember the woman who handled all the permanent subs telling us, like, hey, just so you know, next Monday, a lot of the teachers are out. There's a professional development thing. So it's going to be you guys and all these other substitutes. And then that Sunday night, I proceeded to get absolutely shit-faced.
My man.
And came into school not hungover. I came into school drunk.
Yep. I've done it.
So my wife has...
Youth of America, listen.
Yep.
Absolutely.
My wife
has two younger brothers that were in the grade that I was teaching.
Oh, they found out. They knew.
I had to leave class.
Yep.
In between periods, find the faculty bathroom, and absolutely vomit in the middle of. In the middle, I was like, "Hey,
you're a real Unitarian, aren't you?"
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've never thrown up in between classes, but I will say this:
absolutely did.
I've had severe beer shits the next day.
Yeah.
And I've had to leave class because I was doing the trots trying to get to the bathroom. God. The old high stepping right to the bathroom.
I've definitely shown up to work drunk.
Youth of America, you're in good hands.
That's how you know
you're in good hands.
You're
And thankfully, my certificate is lapsed.
Yeah.
Youth of America, you're in good depends.
That's right. And listen, my kids, they don't need to know English or math or science. I'm just literally teaching them how to do audio recording. So for the most part, I mean, I could say, here's a mic, record. That's it. Here's how you do a podcast. Get hammered. Do it now.
Do it.
Don't write
So,
it.
so Chris, we're talking about very necessary.
Love it.
Well, listen, we have Graz. Let me hang up on Graz for a minute. Graz, we got to go. We got a couple beers to do, and we got to wrap it up because we're getting late. So.
What I missed today?
Everything. You missed all the things.
Yeah. And some of the stuff.
Yeah, right. You're on the show for so long, homie.
Who's coming in on 2 weeks?
How does it go on for this long?
Do we always?
I don't know. There's nonsense coming out.
Graz,
we
thank you very much, Graz, for setting us up. We have an Instagram. Go to the Wort podcast, and on that you will see all the new shows that are coming up here in the next few weeks. So go ahead and check us out. It's the Wort podcast on Instagram, on Twitter, on. There it is.
All
Facebook.
Right.
I knew it was
There's
coming up.
one beer I haven't tried yet.
Which one?
The Abuse of Science right there.
Do you really want to do that now?
2. I haven't tried the whatever that.
So what are you guys drinking there? Because it's
this
purple.
Is very necessary.
Very necessary.
I haven't tasted that yet.
It's purple drink. It's purple drink.
Oh yeah.
Can I put it with the stout? Can I put it with the
stout? It might be good if you put it with the stout.
Ooh, a little half-half.
That might work.
I like half-calves.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ooh,
yeah,
like
no, the berry necessary.
And so tell us a little bit about this one.
That was a blackberry, blueberry, strawberry, triple berry, lactose
it is very sour.
Yeah,
it's very tart.
Yeah, we got the sourness like super low, like a 3.016.
Oh wow! All right.
Wow.
Kettle?
We put kettle sour. We put 1,000 pounds of fruit.
That's a lot of fruit.
In this batch.
All the berries.
Where do you get the fruit from?
Same place most places get it from. Oregon fruit. Oregon fruit.
Oregon, yeah.
Makes fruit purees. So this was like 20 boxes and 20 barrels, which is a pretty high concentration. Lactose, so it's like a fruit smoothie. You know?
Yep.
It is very good.
Yeah.
And dry, not super
yeah,
sweet.
Well,
it's...
like the base beer that we then fruit back, re-fermented on is very sour and very dry because we're throwing so much more sugar at it.
Yeah.
So I try and get it super sour and super dry to then back sweeten it and
It's very
throw
good.
that amount of fruit in there.
I like that.
No, I like the balance of it.
Yeah.
A lot of these beers are just coming out so sweet. And
I mean, they're just straight.
It tastes like syrup, right? You got
my
like
God.
that syrup.
No, I mean, I'm a stickler for low finishing gravities because it is about drinking more than one beer in my
Right.
mind.
You know,
Talk about that because I'm an idiot.
Oh no! I mean, finishing gravities are just like the residual sugar left in solution, and it just becomes hard to drink more than one of them if they're super high.
Right.
Like I like my
There it is.
Hey.
I like my beers to finish at like 2 to 3 Plato.
Okay.
Or maybe 0 to 3.
I like Socrates. I like 4 to 5 Socrates.
No, so again,
Plato is the
I've been
percentage.
doing
Right,
this.
that-
I've been
that's
doing
why I
a beer
said that.
podcast for like a year and a half. I've seen the term original Plato. I have no fucking idea what it means.
Plato is
Please
a
educate me.
measure of the percentage of sugar content in solution.
Okay.
So you have your original and then you have your finishing. So it's like I like my beers to finish at no sugar or like 2 to 3% sugar left, unless
So-
it's a giant stout.
So normally, again, layman's term is someone gives me like a brewed IPA. Like that's something that I feel like zero, no residual
When you-
sugar.
when you say it's, like,
Correct.
super dry,
right?
0.
There's
or
zero
like
residual
some
sugar.
sours, some
Okay.
saisons, 0.
Okay.
You know, like
That-
wheat.
And that's
is
right up
negative
your alley
zero.
there, Pete.
Hell
That's
yeah.
probably why you
Hell
like
yeah.
it so
I,
much.
Super
I do like
attenuation.
brewed IPAs. I love saisons. Saisons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So,
Brett
like,
that Brett
might be my
saison
favorite
was literally like bone dry.
Yeah.
No residual sugar.
So this is probably
And
like
that's the
3 or
yeast strain
4,
you guys
right?
are using
4 or
to-
5.
So good.
The base before we fruit it is pretty close to 0, maybe 1 or
So
2.
what kind of mechanism would judge that? Are we doing it by just you
Hydrometers.
taste? Oh, there is
Yeah,
some
I
sort
mean-
of
And is that the
metric system.
yeast strain
Oh, yeah,
driving
absolutely.
that? What,
Absolutely, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, it's your whole fermentation profile. Depends on the type of beer you're making, the yeast strain you're using, the apparent attenuation. You know,
Mash
it's-
temperatures, water chemistry,
Jesus
yeast
Christ.
health.
Hey,
So you want to be a
hey,
brewer?
not for nothing. It's science.
Yeah. But it
We
seems,
don't throw that term around loosely.
and
It's
no offense,
actually
but it seems
follows
like
science.
I still believe in science.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it seems
I'm
like science
sorry.
that people can research and find for themselves if they have that much passion and want to do this. It is something that they can sit and experiment with and figure
Absolutely.
out, right?
Homebrewing is the gateway drug to actual brewing. You know?
No,
I like-
totally. And I
I
mean,
like that.
like you as a builder, I'm sure you understand that. Like once you figure out that beer is just this crazy rabbit hole where you'll never stop learning new
No.
things, it just like it is.
You have a
the
need to
best
keep
lure.
wanting more and
It's
more.
just the creative mind of
Yeah.
always wanting to build and improve on everything you've ever done.
So one of the biggest lies I've seen is like, so my wife brought me a home brewing kit that I've yet to open yet.
Which one do you
and
have?
it-
It's not
no,
Mr.
We're in a bag?
she brought me a Mr. Beery's thing, and
Mr. Beer?
the fermentation vessel leaked.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
So she got me something from Ketco.
That sounds very
Oh
nice
yeah,
of
yeah.
her. Why haven't
Ketco's
you
got
used it?
some good homebrew.
Still
Yeah,
haven't made it yet.
that's fine.
I equate it
I
like
have
this.
children.
You know, like we all started homebrewing, right? So that's a cute little hobby. And then eventually that
Took over.
blossoms into whatever it blossoms into. That's like if you built a model airplane and then one day said, I'm going to fly an actual airplane.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
one of the
it-
biggest lies I saw was like, oh, if you can cook, you can brew beer. I'm like,
Well,
I enjoy cooking.
To an
I'm pretty
extent.
sure I'd be a shitty brewer.
If you can clean, you can brew.
That's, again,
Right.
we
You can
were
sterilize,
talking
you
off
can
air.
brew.
We were talking about Wort Wrangler. And one of those the hashtags they follow is glorified janitor.
yeah.
100%.
It
100%.
seems very fitting.
And I'm an Italian guy. I was raised by an old Italian woman, and you know, like
Guinea represent.
everything in my life was neat and clean and sanitary. So that was like my initiation into brewing.
Nice.
You know, like my old Italian grandmother that raised me bleached every fucking thing that anyone ever touched. So you know, it's very fitting. And then I'm in construction. Like I said, I'm an Italian guy. I'm in construction. I'm very precise. And
Are you perhaps a mason?
High end, very precise millwork, tile work, construction. Everything has to be perfect, and everything is perfect in my brewery, at least to my standards. And that's cleaning, brewing, my processes.
Yeah.
And that's what goes a long way, and that's what transfers.
Fundamentals are everything.
Fundamentals, you know, and my fundamentals were there,
Yeah.
no matter what I did. Whether it was, you know, I worked when I was a kid and my teens and my early 20s, I worked in a kitchen. I was blessed to work with people that went to the CIA, and they taught me proper techniques on cooking and cleaning. Once again, cooks are also people who have to clean everything. Everything has to be clean and sanitary. So,
or you'll get someone fucking sick.
Working in a kitchen, I wasn't working a fry later. I was working in a kitchen with classically trained chefs who taught me the right way to do a mise en place and clean my station.
You watch your language on this show.
Mise en place, all the things.
And that translated into that was the kind of person I was, because my dad, he was a construction worker too, and every day at the end of the day, you fucking swept up the job. You made sure that place looked like the way it was in the morning was the way you left it at the end of the day.
Yeah, man.
And my brewery looks the same as when you get there in the morning and when you leave at the end of the day. It's nice and clean and sanitary, and it's a nice, clean, safe, pleasing work environment to go to. That goes a long way into what you translate into your beer. I really believe that.
The work is in the beer.
The work is in the beer.
And it sounds like very cliche.
Is in the beer, and it is cliche, but every process you do,
but it's true
for a reason.
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. What have I have had the Waikiki wheat.
I'm out.
You're done. Pete's swaying. So
tapping out.
Let me get some of that.
Pete's looking to paint off the walls right now.
The weed, right? Yes, he's a window painter, right? That's out.
There's more of them, I think.
That's okay.
More Weedian?
Weedian's there.
Oh,
Weedian's fucking great.
Weedian is what's making Pete gonna have to call an Uber on the way home tonight.
Jesus.
Yeah, we Ubered our asses over here. We're good, man.
Did you guys try this one yet?
Use signs
Holy
too.
shit.
Use the signs too. So
you have a
this
12
is
and an 11
Yeah.
just sitting there in front of you. Pete's just been drinking those.
This is very impressive for an 11%.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It actually that's
another beer that we've been experimenting with the Quebec strain.
Really?
yeast. Yep.
How does that handle big beers?
Very well. Very well.
Extremely brilliant.
The past couple I've tasted just have no real yeast character to them, and it's just very impressive.
No fusel alcohol, they ferment out really quick, but given time, all those other esters and characters.
Are you aerating your Quebec?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I've heard some.
You're supposed to underpitch and not aerate.
Exactly. Yeah.
I underpitch but aerate. So
See,
Can you boys explain this to me?
It's so cool to see the brewers nerding out.
Yes.
I'm just curious because I haven't fucked around with this yeast strain yet. But normally, when you're brewing a typical ale or lager, you're going to want to oxygenate your beer.
Correct.
So that, your yeast will go through a growth phase, and it'll use that oxygen to help build its cell walls so it can replicate healthier, and so that all the yeast that is grown is ready to just fucking attack. Right? So
you're going to get a big alcohol content out of that, right?
Well, I mean, it's just healthy fermentation.
Healthy fermentation, yeah.
And so, if you don't have that, you'll taste it.
Yeah.
My understanding with these is that you really want to mess with its morphology. You really want to kind of stress it out.
Yeah,
because then it's more neutral.
You
which
stress
is
it out by a higher temperature.
Higher temperature, under pitching.
And
but
then you still have to oxygenate. You still needs oxygen.
I agree, but I heard I heard an interview.
How you feeling,
dude?
Like,
we don't oxygenate at all. And it's like, okay.
Well, you're drinking it, and it's
clean.
It's
like
Dubco Naptime Brewer.
Super neutral.
Right there you go.
No, I don't know enough about it. But I'm just curious in process because it's just so counterintuitive to the way I think about
every
yeast.
other thing about this yeast is counterintuitive. Knocking out at 90 is counterintuitive.
Oh my god.
Oxygenating at 90 is counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Underpitching by a third is counterintuitive.
Beer being done in 2 days.
What does this mean?
So to get to know that concept, though, that took experimentation, correct?
Absolutely. And we're lucky enough, Dubco, we essentially have 2 breweries in one
Okay.
building. We have our original brewery, which
Right.
is like a 3-barrel, which is our seasonal experimental brewery, and then we have our production facility, which is the 10-barrel.
Right, what you're putting out there.
Yeah, we're cranking everything out.
So you have literally a laboratory.
Yeah.
And then your production floor.
Yep.
Which is great. I mean, that allows you a little.
A lot of
room.
other breweries do that too. Trogs does that. They have their
we
scratch
fucking
series.
stumbled into that because we're a small brewer that just grew exponentially, but we kept the other small brewery and then built the production facility,
That's
literally
awesome.
in the same building.
Right.
So we were lucky enough to do that, and I had a moment of clarity one day when I was like, yeah, we're gonna sell the fucking 3-barrel shit, and we're not gonna use it. And someone was like,
Don't do that.
"What the fuck are you doing?"
Wait, no, I'll buy that. That'll be fine.
Like, how much you get for that? I'm
I'll
like
buy that.
$5 grand. And I'm like, what are you, a fucking asshole?
Yeah.
Why would you sell that? You could still make beer on that. You could experiment on that. And like,
Right.
I had these, delusions of grandeur where like I finally got my production system. I could finally fucking make beer on.
And they're like,
scale.
"Oh, good for
And
you."
I'm like, I'm never gonna use that thing. And
have
they're like,
one
no, you
flagship
are. You
beer
need that
forever.
thing. You
No,
need
that's
that
the thing that's gonna
And,
propel you through the
know,
next
and
few years.
That was, me putting a horse before the cart, and I was like, at that point, I was in such a rut of always running low on beer, running out of beer, because I was hating that little fucking system. And I'm like, I finally got the golden goose. Like, I finally have a system I can make a good amount of beer on. And I was like, fuck this thing. And everyone was like, no, don't fuck that thing. They're like, don't fuck that thing.
No.
They're like, fuck that thing.
Ew.
You know, like,
Keep your pants
I'm like,
on.
Oh, okay.
I understand.
Yeah, now I
Was
get
that
it.
Joe? Did Joe say that? He's like, no.
No, Joe didn't say that.
Nah.
Another Joe said that.
Oh, there you go.
He works out.
But is that one of like the trials and tribulations that you guys go through, like figuring out that those things really are a good thing to do, like having those moments and having that is that what really builds upon?
I
Is
would
like
say
the
there's
foundation.
no book written on this, but I'm pretty sure there's 1,000 books written on this subject.
I'm sure.
But like every brewery
sad
has
diary
its own.
entries.
Every brewery has its own, lifeblood, like who you are, where you are, what you're doing.
Right.
And that's different for everybody.
What can you attribute as 5 years in or so of what brought you there? What has sustained you?
Growing slowly, and not just jumping in, like fucking nosediving into the industry. Like growing slowly 5 years ago is way different than where we are now.
It's just like
And being
just
able
doing
to
distro in 5
grow the
states.
business slowly in that 5 years is honestly why we
what
are
is-
who we are today.
Yeah.
Like if we just jumped in full force 5 years ago, and like I said, we were in Belgium and shit 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'd be out of fucking business if I
Yeah.
had a 30-barrel system brewing Belgian beers 5 years ago.
Stone is
Then
fun.
you'd be James St. James.
Who knows?
But he's
But-
actually moving to a new place. But anyway, go
Yeah,
ahead.
but like being able to grow organically.
Yeah.
That has taught me and allowed us to kind of grow with the business model.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like
It's 100%. That's what we're trying to do too. It's like
Yeah.
pretty much like wherever we do distro, because we're also doing self distro with like a skeleton team as well. It's usually like
that's where it's at these days, man.
like an hour away or so. So if you actually want to come visit us, you can come to the tasting room
Yeah.
and fucking meet us and see what
that
we're
goes a
doing.
long way. Yeah.
It does. It does.
I'm still
That
the guy,
one-on-one.
I'm still the guy, like, that people come and they know I'm there. Whether I'm in the back
Yeah.
or like, when they come to the tasting room, I sit there and have a couple beers at the end of the day. That goes a long way as opposed to
With like all the breweries
being
now,
the-
it's all about hyper local.
right.
Yeah.
Hyper local
There's so many-
or
and they're-
hyper hype.
Yeah.
Like, or really,
yeah, I mean
really
the,
hype.
the long line hype.
It's you're popular because you're popular, or you're popular just because of, like,
Your beer's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
It's a thing you got to fight and find the balance of. Your beer's got to be
So-
good, and you got to be pulling in that hyper local audience.
So,
you lost it, didn't you?
No, I didn't lose it. It's gonna sound shitty.
Do you like some more
It's-
space median?
what I'm gonna
No.
yeah.
What do you
Have
got?
some more abuse.
So
No?
I would
No?
throw you into those breweries that have a following. I don't want to say hype brewery, but does
we
that
have a
put-
following. We have a following.
Absolutely, in
Huge
a good
following.
way.
We have a
Does that put any pressure on you that
It doesn't
being one of those
anymore.
being one of those hype breweries? So on Long Island, I would say Dubco, Sand City, and Barrier. Those are the breweries that, if you live in California and you want to trade with someone in New York, those are the breweries people want to, want from you.
I am blessed
What-
to be.
what is that-
Good for you
I am
guys.
blessed
Man,
to be
you
in that
punched that ticket?
conversation.
Good
You know
for
why?
you.
Because
Yeah, dude, that's fucking great.
And you are.
What is that?
Because right away, I'll say right away, I'm blessed to be in the conversation because Barrier is the legitimate business model I follow. Like Evan and Craig back in the day. I used to live in Rockville Center.
Oh, so you're right there.
10 years ago, Barrier's celebrating their 10-year anniversary this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
They were one of the only fucking guys around. I lived in Rockville Center. I was homebrewing. I would go down there, and they still had the little one-barrel system that I started with. So I emulated those guys, and they brewed the way I brewed. 10 years ago, Barrier was doing whatever the fuck they wanted. And that was kind of like the birth of the craft beer movement on Long Island. You know, like they're going to do, they're starting to come out with all these beers that they made back in the day, like the smoked fucking beers, the lagers, the Baltic
God
Porters.
damn it, I needed to try that. Yeah, I saw that
You know,
on
like
there.
for their 10-year anniversary, they're coming out with all these beers they had like forever ago when they first opened. Those guys were the guys I emulated. And that's the way, Morticia.
Morticia's like beers.
How you guys fucking even heard it from up there. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But that's the way I homebrewed, and that's the way they like commercially brewed back then. You know, and back then people thought they were nuts. It's like you have 20 different beers you make. Yeah, good luck with that. But that's the kind of like the way the market went.
So, yeah, absolutely. So
they led that trend, man.
We talked to Scott from Long Island every now and then, and that was his thing. He said, you have your flagship, and then you have your 4 seasonals.
Right.
And he said that model has been turned on its head in the past 5 years.
And those were the guys that started that trend.
Yes, correct.
At least on Long Island. I don't know about nationally, but like on Long Island, and that's the way I homebrewed. When I was homebrewing, I'm like, why would I make the same beer again over and over and over again? And I'm like, I want to try to make this beer. I want to try to make that beer. And they had the homebrew approach to commercially brewing beer. They were definitely the pioneers in that on Long Island.
And so does that put any pressure on you? So again, that's
No.
That's I put you in that category. It's
what?
It's,
no, man. No, because you're being authentic.
No, it's just
I can taste
it's
it.
like my inspirational idols, like
authentic.
whatever. I just want to base my.
There's no pressure. I'm doing what I want to do.
Stay authentic.
Be it good, bad, or otherwise. I'm doing what I want to do. You know, like if people receive it well, great. If they don't, then maybe I'm missing my mark and I need to be put in check. But like I'm doing what I want to do. You know, and it's cliche, but I'm still brewing like a home brewer, man. Like I want to fuck around. I want to do what I want to do. And commercially, that's kind of the drinker these days. You know,
where does that clash? So where does the
you still need
business,
like
where does the business owner and the home brewer where does
that's the
where does that
that's the golden ticket.
That's
the golden ticket. That's a fist fight I have myself because all this is cool and all this is great. But
you need to make a
as
fucking
a brewer
profit.
and a business
Absolutely.
owner, you have to make a profit.
Absolutely.
And all these beers have different profit margins and stuff. But that's the key to success.
And does
balancing that out and then
does doing something like Dubtoberfest is that help? Is that a huge risk? Like
honestly, an event like that, I'm happy breaking even on something like that. If I could have all my friends come,
I think that's awesome.
and have a huge fucking festival,
not only like
and a party, and I pay those guys
those
to
brewers
come.
that aren't So again, and I'm trying to be
trying to verbalize it and be nice.
I'm trying to verbalize it and
nice.
not
some space we
be
did.
shitty. So
Put
please,
some space
please
between
remember
We're talking candid here, right?
Absolutely.
No one's listening anyway.
No,
It's
well,
all
that's not
right.
true.
Definitely not.
WA Meadwerks says
those brewers that
Gozilla.
don't have the following that you do.
Right.
Shout out
that's
to
probably
Game
the
of
most
Beers.
polite way I can put it.
Right.
I see something like that as a great opportunity, but as someone who's, I would hope you're making a profit doing what you're doing right now, and
I look at it as like these people.
I feel like that's a
who's there
great
is my friend.
opportunity for someone to get their name out. So someone that's coming to Dubtoberfest because they've seen Dubco on Instagram, and you're one of those quote unquote hype brewers, and I don't know if that's pejorative or if that's a compliment, but someone who's probably
You're trying to really put this together.
I really am.
You're hurting.
But
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. You have a reputation
I'm hanging
right
out with
now.
my friends for that day.
Right.
And I said, bring fucking German beers. Let's hang out.
You
and have a good
have
time.
this. You're one of the top brewers on Long Island. You are an inspiration to a lot of the new brewers on Long Island. I think that's what we're trying to say. Like, you have a reputation to uphold. So how do you balance that concept of the reputation to both your audience and the fellow brewers that follow you, collaborate with you, use you as a mentor?
Let's hang out and have a good time, man. That's what I want to do.
I like
You know,
it.
Like, let's hang out and have a good time. Make me some good beer. Bring your good beer to my event. You know, like I said.
And we can be friends.
We can be friends. And it's not even like I'm not being a dick, but anyone could throw 10 pounds of hops in fucking dishwater and it tastes like an IPA.
See, that's the thing that
I love hearing other people say this besides me.
No. So that's the thing that I find troubling.
Chris is here to talk for you. Yeah. From the heart, from the soul.
I don't. So.
Wait. By the way,
I'll put it.
Wait. Let the
Brewery X.
Hold on. Let the music rest for me.
All I hear is Deadpool. Anyway.
Yes, it is Deadpool.
Correct. Not going to mention the brewery on air. So there's a brewery that has been on a show a couple times and awesome fucking people, but I don't give a shit about their IPA, and I feel like that's such a hard category to break into because there's all these hype brewers and like, well, does your IPA mention up to Sand City? Who fucking cares? It's so hard to break into that space, but making a black lager, making an alt beer, making a fucking saison. Isn't that more important? Like,
to me, it is, and I think to the general brewing industry is. I think to the general public, it is.
I'm with you 100.
It really is important to,
I feel
especially
like-
now as saturated as the market is with quote unquote hype breweries and all. Listen, half the beers on this table are IPAs.
Right.
But
name
what did we all geek out on? The fucking
The saison.
lagers
Not
and
the
saisons. Not the IPAs.
The stouts.
We're
We're
IPA'd out,
Pilsners.
man. You know, like
that's what I'm saying. Like this
I
weekend,
only
I was
brought
thinking,
two,
like,
to be fair.
when's the last time I drank a goddamn?
But they were good.
lager?
Right.
They were definitely good.
You know,
But
so.
Imagine.
This is what bros do. They hang out and drink fucking
That's
not
it.
IPA.
Think of
That's pretty much it.
Think of
So
your
what do you
favorite
bring?
IPA.
I'm bringing a saison, a farmhouse,
If your favorite IPA is a fucking 10, your second IPA, like, or
Is a
and
2.
your
Yeah.
15th fucking IPA it's so hard to distinguish those things.
Right.
That's what I see as the big opportunity is. I don't give a shit about your IPA because it's so hard to.
It's white
It's
noise.
hard to make
it's
an.
white
It's hard to
noise.
make an.
It's white,
it's
it's white
make a-
noise.
Exactly.
It's all
It's
become
hard to make a mark.
Well put.
It's white
I was
noise.
going to say monochromatic, but white noise is
white
better
noise.
because it's everything.
It's. I mean, how many variations of Citra, Mosaic, Galaxy, Motueka, Amarillo,
Centennial.
Cascade,
Mount Hood.
Like,
But
Is
making
it
a
not
solid
Motueka?
saison,
it's a
making
washing
Motueka?
machine.
a Belgian
It's a washing
strong
machine of the
ale,
same
like
hops.
that's so like that.
Can I just?
That's what I feel like is missing from the
And those
conversation
are good in their own right. But like,
Joe from Sadden Brothers just wrote in. He goes, "Hops and dishwasher is the fucking quote of the century." Not sure who your man is,
that was pretty
but he's
good.
got it dialed in. That was Chris from Dubco. Joe from Sadden Brothers, Ocean Hill Apple Brandy.
There you go.
He's been watching all night, so he
that one's gonna
he
come
loved
back
that one.
You're not
So
wrong.
maybe we're gonna
Not
have to
wrong.
have
Hops in
a
the
beer
dishwasher.
called "It's All in the Dishwasher."
Yeah.
It's
Fuck it,
fantastic.
man. Let's do it.
Hops in the dishwasher. That's
Let's,
fantastic.
some of the beers. So I've been fortunate enough to try a shit ton of beers, and as I said, my palate is probably pretty shitty, but it's awesome to have some of these beers and think like, why aren't these commercially successful? Because they're fucking amazing, and technically they seem difficult.
That
to the
that
outsiders.
is literally a whole nother episode of the Wort podcast.
Did you Dubco?
We
did
should
you,
just
Chris?
stop
did
and
you
now
guys?
drink more, and then me and Chris
Yeah.
can just talk about perceived
Did you have a
value in the
collab
secondary
with
market.
Big Alice?
Well, we're hammered.
Yeah.
You did. So the beer swipers are online right now, and they said the collab that you had with Big Alice was amazing. Can you describe what that was?
The
for
last
people?
one we did was called "Aren't You Glad We Brewed an IPA?"
It's like my kid's favorite fucking knock joke.
And it was an IPA with like orange juice or something.
Actually, they said, aren't you glad we brewed an IPA?
Yeah.
Awesome can art too. Cheers to you guys.
It was awesome can art. It was an awesome beer.
And now I got a fight going on between Joe from Sadden Brothers and Joe from WA Meadwerks that he wants his fucking apple brandy barrels so he can brew his mead inside of apple brandy. We have so many people.
So that bottle of whiskey went down well.
Oh, dude.
That thing's gone. That thing's gone.
We had a fight last show.
Tell Joe if he's going to be at the brewery on Sunday, I will bring my kids, my dog, and a bottle of fucking apple brandy.
There you go.
To the fucking
He'll love
meadery
it.
this
No, but he
Sunday.
wants the barrels. So we had a fight between Steve from Barrage and Michelle, who does the ciders, and they were fighting over who's going to get Joe's apple brandy barrels so they can brew their cider
God, I
and
hope
or
Steve
beer
won.
in.
Oh God.
Noble Savages is saying hello, so they're
What's
on the
up,
hook
Frank?
right
I got to
now.
email
What's up,
them.
Frank?
Yeah.
How does October 21st sound?
Yeah, how does October 21st sound, guys? So they're going to be an upcoming guest on the show.
Sounds great.
Listen, we're going to get cut off in about 8 minutes, so I don't want to wrap it up, but the way the scheduling
I
goes
have to use
inside.
the restroom anyway.
Yeah, you
Dude,
look like you're
this
doing a
was-
pee-pee dance.
Thank you for the conversation.
Yeah.
That was the last 10 minutes. That's super fun to have.
Pete got all
It's,
his questions.
It's super fun, but
You have
super
so many
kinda,
more
like,
questions.
awkward, but
Yeah.
it's true. You
It
know?
is what it
Yeah.
is.
It is what it is.
Appreciate your candor.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're real
man's
here.
real.
You know?
I
It's
love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
that's how you got to be. You know?
I enjoy it.
100%.
I enjoy the conversation.
transparent.
I hope my questions weren't too stupid.
Absolutely not.
But it comes from a place where we're
You
all,
didn't bring up Raekwon. So
we're in a
good.
year and a half. Yeah.
The weirdest.
Ghostface Killer. We're in a place where we've been doing this for approximately about.
The chef is the lawyer now?
What have we been doing?
Yeah.
About it, almost
Did not
two.
know that.
No,
Chef
about a
lawyer.
year and a
2
half.
years.
Almost 2 years coming up in January.
God, I don't know.
So we really want to thank everyone that has kind of followed us along the way and has added to the conversation and been part of the show. I'm getting out of the way so Chris can go to the bathroom. Because I said we're not going to stop the show again before the end of the break, because then it's another 40 minutes on top of the show. So we'll wait till Chris gets back before we completely wrap up.
No, jeez, there's more of this
while
left.
While he's out there.
There's a huge fucking problem.
Which is?
There's more of the.
We didn't drink all the
We
space
have
medium.
way more
Well,
of this IPA.
You got to pace yourself.
Christ,
You got to
I'm gonna
drive
have-
home, which you're a lot closer than I am, but I'll help you out on that.
I'm going to stop at Wendy's.
Are you?
I mean,
Start.
might
Are you hungry?
Spicy
No.
nuggets.
You
Am I
hungry,
hungry?
girl?
No.
Nah,
No,
fuck
I'm not.
you.
Am
can't
I
say
going
the
to
M-word.
stop and. Jesus
I
Christ.
could say
Lay the
C-
foundation down. It'll
Dude.
help you tomorrow.
Guys.
I'll say the C
What's up,
word,
homie?
but I
It's a
won't
fucking
say the
great
N word.
conversation.
Oh, this was wonderful. Thank you so much for having us. This was
Thank
dope.
you so much for coming down.
And listen,
yeah.
you guys sticking around on Long Island tonight?
Yeah. No, we got a room.
Where'd you go? Would you end up?
Did
you do like an Airbnb?
Some ratty days in.
That's fine.
Dude,
Yeah, no,
I-
it'll be
I-
fine. Yeah.
So last night I got the DM from you guys like, oh, where's the hotel? I'm like, I look at my wife, I'm like,
Are you doing that? And I was
this is
like,
gonna be
yo,
bad.
Like, just,
I'm like,
just in case we get a little wavy, he's like, we don't want to drive.
I don't
back
want to be
an hour and a
responsible for this.
Oh no,
No,
we
we're
have
good.
our own responsibilities.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
like,
Here, we're solid.
You guys
know
definitely
us,
are-
Right? It's like,
We know
it's
what
fine,
we're doing.
By the way, little too wavy is
we don't.
is now that's
Yeah.
gotta
I'm
be
not
a
even
New normal?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's Pete's new catchchbridge. Like, I don't want to get too wavy, but this is how this
Welcome to
tonight's
the
gonna
last
go.
4 years
Just
of
so you
our
guys know.
conversation.
Anybody?
Ooh, so wavy.
Wow, this is a fucking fun time. And we always say, how fast 2 hours goes. Well, it's been over
How
3
fast?
hours.
Yeah.
Fucking 4 hours.
Approaching
goes.
4, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was a
we're going to
blast.
get cut off, so I don't want to do that. So let's go through a few things really quick. First thing, I want to get the big plugs from you guys so everyone knows where you can find you, where you can get your information from. So we'll start with you guys. You guys are up in Rockland County, so give us the big plug. Give us the tasting room
Any
hours.
festivals coming up?
Festivals coming up. Anything you have planned event-wise, go ahead and let it all out right now.
Okay, so
As I play your Delta Sierra,
yeah,
by the way, in the
please
background for the
play
last
that a
half
little
hour.
louder.
Yeah, a little louder would be
Slower.
fine.
That would be great. So our tasting room is Rockland County in Blauvelt, New York. Our hours are Thursday 3 to 9, Friday 3 to 9, Saturday 1 to 9, Sunday 1 to 6. we will be at Hops on the Hudson and all the other kind of.
Actually, I've heard of that festival. That's coming
Yeah,
up.
yeah, so they're doing 2 this year.
That's really
It's
very
pretty
cool.
Yeah,
I like that
so,
concept. Yeah.
Like we'll be around like all the festivals around the area within 1 hour or so.
Nice. All right.
So if people try the beer, they can actually come visit us and see. That
Yeah, it's worth a
we're
good
kind
trip
of-
back from the
Yeah.
festival or on another day if you make a
Yeah,
weekend of it or something like that. That's cool.
Yeah, right now all our cans and draft are pretty much in that spec of about 1 hour around the brewery. Although we do have a keg of dry hop light lager somewhere on Long Island. I'm not sure where.
If you go to
there's one
challenge
keg of-
accepted.
There's one half,
Accepted.
there's one half keg of nap time somewhere on Long Island.
All right, so here's what we're going to throw out. How about this?
This
You ready
is
for
the
this?
challenge.
I got it. If you, in fact, are listening to the show, either live or in replays, and you can find out where that half keg is,
100%.
and you can DM the Wort a Podcast on Instagram, we will give you 2 free tickets to the Fall Beer Festival.
Done.
And it's easy. You just have to go on beer menus, and someone's got to have it somewhere, right? It's going to be on beer menus.
Yeah.
Most places that update the thing. All
I
you
feel
have
like
to-
that warrants like a quick segment on the show too.
That's fine.
From
We'll
Fall
get
Beer
we'll get them on the next show.
If
But
not,
we
you
were
can
going to
get
give
it us
them.
and we'll send you a glass.
Yeah, there you go. Well, and in addition to that, we'll give them 2 free tickets to the Fall Beer Festival in Farmingdale on October 19th. We will have a show before that, and hopefully we'll talk to that person who finds it. So if you find Nap Time on Long Island and tell us what bar that is, we'll post it, we'll throw it up there, and then we'll connect you to everybody else in our audience. We'll make this a nice little giveaway. So if you could find them and you're listening to us in replays, find that fucking beer. God.
You get out there and you find that fucking
Find
dog.
that fucking dog. That's fantastic. So obviously,
other than that, we're like around Rockland County, around 1 hour.
and you have local contracts and stuff like that to restaurants and bars in any of the area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
good.
Just
While we're
like
still in there,
Westchester,
guys,
Yonkers, everything around there.
Thank you for coming fucking down.
If
It was
I didn't
fucking
have
awesome.
work tomorrow, we're hanging out tomorrow, just so you know.
Oh, cool, man.
I
Next
got
time.
multiple edibles at my house. I'm just kidding.
That's fine.
I
brought my
don't.
own.
I don't.
I do.
Next time we can,
And I didn't realize.
we can plan this. for
Yes,
more of a
exactly. Now you're
drunken
talking.
fiasco.
Or
It'll be
we'll
good.
come up there because it's much prettier up there
My
than
friend,
down here.
you have an open invitation.
Nice.
All right.
Pete and I will be up there.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. I
Of
like
course,
that.
same goes for you.
Of course, Chris. Chris can come up with us. We'll make a big play date.
Yes.
Like we have.
Yes.
You have.
I like
Do you have
this.
children?
Play.
I have 2 children.
So how old are they?
5 and 2.
Boom.
Maddie and Charlie.
Listen, I got Mac and
Right.
Isla at 9 and 6, 9 and 5, well 9 and 6, or 8 and 6, and he's
Christ, I
got
had to
2.
think for a second.
Got to think.
7 and 4.
So listen, this is
And
this is a
native.
perfect opportunity to put all them
Perfect
in
opportunity
a
to
pen
leave the kids at home
with crayons
and we
and
go.
Transformers, and
Nope.
we're good to go.
Leave them home.
Right.
Play date.
And we'll make this
Play
happen.
date.
Scientist.
But we can definitely
Play
make
date.
a weekend of this. It'll be brilliant.
Yes.
Chris, let's give Dubco the big plug if anyone is watching
Yeah, one
and they're
more
not from Long
shot,
Island.
Dubtoberfest, September 28th. VIP tickets still available. General admission. We got 13 breweries involved. We mentioned them earlier. All your local favorites. Mine, yours. Let's go. Lederhosen.
Hell yeah.
Joe.
German beer. Pretzels.
Lederhosen.
Joe's going to be there. Shit's going to
Joe
get
and
weird.
Lederhosen.
Let's have a good time. Come down to Dubtoberfest September 28th. German Beer Fest at Dubco.
It's gonna be a really good time. Pete, you got anything else to plug before we get out of here? Obviously, Hosscotch has got their 4 tickets left.
Dude,
so go on.
Hosscotch has a great fucking beer menu. All the jerky. Don't forget to have your pet
Oh yeah,
skater
so
neutered.
so I'm gonna give you. Don't leave without. We have plenty of stuff to give away for you guys, and plus I got to get you jerky to send up to.
Norman
Oh, that's true.
Oh
Norman.
yeah,
Nor-
for Norman.
Norman's
Yeah,
gonna have all
fuck
this
yeah.
kind
Norman's
Norman
got,
would not forgive you.
Oh, thanks so much for Norman for calling in. We want to thank Black and Tan TV for
right.
giving us a call and let us in on the information. Thanks to Graz for giving us a call and Mark from Hosscotch, obviously. So we'll give away these tickets, I guess, to the first person that DMs us the beer menus where nap time is here on Long Island. It's got to be somewhere. It could be
Challenge accepted.
Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau, Suffolk. Nap time is a half a keg of it down here somewhere. So go ahead and find it on beer menus and then DM us where it is.
Shout out Gage Siegel.
There it is. And we will cross-reference that and make sure they are correct. So Check it out. And this is where we might compete. And you can find our replays up on the Hopped Up Network on my shirt. You can find us on
I'm wearing the same shirt I did in the last episode.
every episode, like the last 3 episodes, just to let you know. But you do your shirt laundry, right?
You watched it.
I did. I did laundry yesterday.
Either someone needs to do shirt laundry or someone's having a party. So yes, you can find us on.
Sock laundry.
Yeah. Oh, someone needs to. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on the Laughable app. You can find us on the Hopped Up Network. And, of course, right here on rotation at GubsRadio.com. We thank everybody for calling in. We thank all you guys for coming down and sharing the beer with us. We've had a great time, and we will see you out there in the field drinking beer, having a good time. And this is where we might compete. Anything else to add to Pete? Anything else you want to say?
Don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered.
There it is. And Bob Barker, this is the word we might compete. We out.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me?
Please hang up and try again.
This has been The Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.